the hero shines from position 4.
Boom!
The big one for me is Luna and Tusk. These are the
finals,
heroes that
guys!
are dominating,
Let's
especially
go!
Tusk being the first pick material, having overall pretty much
Ayan
every
na!
spell in the game that you need. You have double save, you have roach taking potential, you have extra damage, you also have BKB piercing abilities, block, whatever you need, you have it in Tusk.
Let's go!
If we could walk down memory lane a bit, so we should touch upon the history of these two teams in a grand finals, because something happens to Team Liquid.
Team Liquid
Something happens to
versus
Team Liquid when they play that best of 5.
Gaming
because their
Gladiators.
History against Gaming in best of 3s is actually really good. They've beat them multiple times in
Best of
regular series,
5.
but once they get to these 5-game series, it feels like something goes wrong, Shiver.
Something goes wrong, but that is when they come from the lower bracket. Potentially, this time will be different. As we mentioned earlier, this is a fresh series, a fresh best of 5, and how it will play out, nobody knows. But it is time to get started with our grand finals.
No! What the fuck?
Liquid versus Gaming Gladiators Grand Finals Game 1.
It has begun game 1 of our best of 5 here in Royal Arena, Copenhagen, Denmark. And for that first game, we got Team Liquid coming from the upper bracket to the dire side with first pick. They already got their hands on Nature's Prophet.
Display capture.
Will play this first game. From the Radiant side, they will also get that strategic overall last pick. And Lacan,
Underlord first
we
pick.
are seeing an opening here from both teams.
This is a comfort pick for Gaming Gladiators. Aces, Underlord.
Did not lose with Nature's Prophet yet.
Nature's Prophet.
On 2 different roles.
Team Liquid.
Both of them. And now we're seeing Underlord.
Banning Broodmother, Lone Druid, Alchemist, all of Dirachos.
Literally 2 hours ago. They played
Comfort heroes, I guess.
We kind of expected this hero to come out when Gaming is
And
going to
for
be
Gaming, they
pushed
banned Naga,
against the wall,
Sand
and they're
King,
gonna be
Doom,
back
and
to
Wind
control.
Ranger.
So Underlord back in action. We
Monkey
saw what
King
they could do
banned.
in Game 3, going for that Hail Mary play behind the enemy throne and kill it.
Also, Nature's
They're
Prophet
forgetting
is a
to
hero
ban the
that is
freaking
typically
Visage,
counterpicked,
man.
Or was typically counterpicked throughout the last few months by Dragon Knight. Often teams have reacted to NP with this hero, but yesterday, Team Liquid put Gaming Gladiators in a position where they picked Dragon Knight twice and lost twice. So they're kind of just throwing them the gauntlet here. I dare you to pick Dragon Knight. I dare you to counterpick our Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, and the thing here with Nature's Prophet, I like how Gaming have already made a statement. Nature's Prophet cannot play Dota if in the first 15 minutes you don't take towers. You can fall off and your entire game is built on momentum. So you pick an Underlord in the off lane, Quinn gets an anti-Prophet hero from the mid, and have a really strong safe lane. Now this Nature's Prophet will be a little bit lost in the early moves, looking at other heroes for Liquid to step up and fill that void. But luckily for Liquid, they're so aggressive that the weaknesses of a bad counter pick for the Natures, it will be fixed by other heroes. But something to consider.
And betting out Enchantress, this hero, we said it a lot of times, but I would say position 5 as well of the tournament.
Itachi mousepad?
Dealing, win rate,
Itachi mousepad.
I would say it doesn't do her justice. This hero has been...
For Insania. Dang,
Insania
Insania has an Itachi mousepad.
And also because you're playing off the Greater Treant, she can easily steal that, use it against you, so very good ban from Liquid.
Itachi Pog.
Have the Grand Finals mini-meta already clear in Game 1. Gaming having to ban the Rubik in the second phase because of the Underlord. You give a Rubik to Liquid, that's a free pit of mana from Firestorm, he just becomes the better version of Underlord. But you'd never see that ban really if the Underlord wasn't picked.
Pasca is still available.
For real,
this
for
is
real.
A hero that kind of struggles against root mechanics, against leashes, but we've seen in the previous series what he can do, even though playing in a bad matchup. This is just overall one of the best heroes that gives you everything, so I want to see this hero being contested in the second pick phase.
Mirana and Omni Knight are also available heroes that haven't been ignored that much this TI. Mirana is a really great hero.
Everybody likes summon heroes.
Have a good track record playing it.
Underlord has a summon. Shen has a
from
summon.
cores
But they
like
banned
Zero.
Enchantress, they
I
banned
would
Broodmother,
imagine
they
picking
banned
Chen as well
freaking
because
Lone
it
Druid.
increases that hero's value because of the era
This
of
is
the
gonna
counter
get
types.
hyped. Everybody has to change strategy at this finals
Again,
game.
hard to ignore. They've been playing it mostly on Boxy, where other teams have been running it on position 5 instead.
Chen is in the hands of Celery, one of the best heroes that he can play. You got the Divine Favor for the armor as well in the games and the fights. Like those, so many clutch moments. It's the aura from the Chen that he buys, the aura he provides from his spells, the bonus healing. With then any jungle creep he wants to try and influence. It's so hard to deal with. Auras from Underlord, auras from Chen.
And it's all about the speed. If you have Underlord plus Chen, that also means that you will have two heroes who are going to be buying into auras, so you will hit an earlier timing. But I like this. This is Team Liquid's bread and butter. Tusk that we did mention, plus a bit
gonna open
super
my
strong
Dota
lane, you get extra gold.
Dota game because I wanted to.
210 gold.
I wanted
with
to
the
predict.
facet.
I wanted that levels.
Super speedy draft.
It also gives you an overwhelming amount of tower pressure, because now you're looking at Visage plus the auras with his familiars at level 6. You're looking at the Nature's Prophet TP in with the
10
greater
levels from getting the
I would
Aegis
imagine that Liquid want
replica.
a hero that can go through the Twin Gate early, get that bottom lane tower with 33's Visage, kick the enemy carry out, and make Gamon's map
Damn.
smaller. This is where Chen does come into play a little bit, because Chen is also considered a counter pick to Furion, because he can enchant his Greater Treant and take that away.
I mean, again, with Chen, the jungle. If you get the Frost Mage, get the Ice Armor from the jungle creep, you're throwing even more armor into a Tusk and a Nature's Prophet that like to utilize the right-click damage, but still.
What?
Ooh, CK, strong lane. They kind of.
I didn't
they're
pick
fitting
Liquid
the
though.
dimension, right? Strong,
Didn't pick
safe lane
Liquid.
to try and apply punishment. Off lane that doesn't care about profit. They're taking the fight to Liquid in that laning stage.
CK was also one of GG's favorite pairings with Chen at the last tournament, the Riyadh Masters, where they would just throw in CK's body with all of Chen's healing and auras and try to out-pressure the enemies. This hero did fall out of they're so cute.
Let's go!
Everybody's
voting for Team Liquid.
These
These kids, man.
Yeah, and they've not played CK so far at the International, but again, we know that they play it throughout the year, so it shouldn't be a shock to Liquid.
I want to see which facet he's going to go for. Phantasmagoria, it does give you damage reduction on CK illusions, but Irrationality, that's the one that has been buffed. You can apply Break, Disarm, or Silence for a 50% of the base debuff duration. So it could be really nice against Visage.
This Batrider also very nice against Visage, especially in that early game. You want to kill Visage where he's most susceptible, which is the laning stage. If he has heroes that can go on him, that can reposition him, then that's where you can threaten him the most before he gets his familiars up early, before he starts taking your towers early. So I would hope that this Batrider is being played on Tofu, that he's going to go through the gates and try to get...
It's a Batrider, Chaos Knight, Visage.
Now you see the mid lane, the undefeated Puck from Nisha coming in to punish the
undefeated Puck from Nisha? Damn.
It's really
Nisha's on the roll with Puck with curveball.
Yeah. Like Underlord with a root, it's nice, but it's not enough. You always need that +1.
Remove Monkey on side of Liquid. This hero is still a bit... Oh, never mind.
They're not saving strats, they're just giving him all their strats on the finals. Underlord, first pick.
One of those games was godlike.
I think I would like to see Quinn get maybe Earthshaker.
I was about to say.
I want like a little bit of instant stun. Again, DK, it is available, but that was like the old school. The new school is going for Earthshaker. Instant stun, there's going to be, again, not a lot of treants because it's the only single tree, but with the birds, the tree, the grouping, the natural objective pressure Liquid applies, you're going to have opportunities because Underlord will soak the initiation to get good jumps.
The Omni Knight ban.
Omni Knight ban? I haven't seen...
Liquid, especially with this Batrider.
I haven't seen any Omni Knights in this tournament.
Your carry Nature's Prophet isn't getting jumped on early on. It gets taken out. Another potential save support that Liquid could run versus the Batrider is...
Everybody's
Oracle.
Team Liquid's family's there, supporting.
This is going to be sustained. These fights, nobody's going to die instantly.
Supportive families in the chat.
You know, just Underlord with his auras buying Chen with his ulti. Everybody has some kind of a lifesteal as well.
Kid, if you play Dota, there's no escape.
Or Scotty buyers yet on side of Liquid.
Supportive family poggers.
Clockwork instead of the Treant Protector. I think Liquid Treant Protector living armor against the CK.
Oh my gosh.
Overgrowth to kind of secure some additional team fight to ensure your lane goes well for the Nature's Prophet. It could have been pretty cool, but again, Clockwork a little bit more aggressive for the mid game at least potentially. But yeah, I'm expecting Treant from Liquid here.
At the moment, maybe
Sniper ban. I don't even know what mid hero they're gonna pick for Queen. Maybe another Pango game. Shadow Demon.
Sniper, and they got the double.
I feel like this is another Pango game for Queen.
They do. Shadow Demon also functions as an excellent
Shadow
save
Demon
versus
last
both
pick
the
pause
last
5,
and
I
the
think.
CK
I
step.
think
You
this
just
is
pick
like
that
a...
target he goes on, you just
Wait,
build
Nature's
this
Prophet.
step for your Visage in that triangle so
This
that
is
he can hit his
a
timings
carry
faster,
Nature's
and
Prophet.
it gives you the ability to set up on the map for
This is a
the
Mike
TP, which is
Nature's
very
Prophet.
important. That is what Furion wants to play with, aggressive side lanes, so that he can take advantage of his global presence
Okay,
early on.
I think this is gonna be a
I
Pango pick
also
for
one
Queen.
thing to add,
100%.
Shadow Demon against CK, against his innate ability. Whenever CK creates an illusion, there's a 50% chance, and their chance also applies to Shadow Demon. So if he uses Disruption, he could create more illusions out of CK.
It just helps against the aura as well. When Liquid want to push early on, one cheap aura
Shadow
from the
Demon
underdog is now
CK, I
mitigated.
think that's
When
a
you
good
go on a hero,
counter.
Shadow Demon can get rid of any of the buffs, so yeah, it helps.
It's
It
not. I don't think it's a
secure their
hard
first
counter,
Roshan,
but
get that Aegis
it's
and,
pretty
you know,
strong
push forward in
counter.
20 minutes. That's what the SD is going to secure. But they had a minute of reserve time for gaming on this last pick. They now pick up the
Ricky!
hero. They go for a Ricky.
Ricky
Ooh.
versus Puck.
Finally,
See that one
everybody,
coming? Yep.
Diffusal,
everybody
Ricky.
was playing this hero coming into TI, road to TI. Every single mid player has
Quinn.
7+ games on Ricky. What makes this hero super strong is now with his facet, you get 4.5 extra agi, so you're kind of one-shotting the creep wave, and also
Alright,
with
let's
your
check out
shard,
Ricky.
you don't allow Shadow Demon nor Tusk to be able to get their saves off.
And not just that.
It
but
scales with
fast
the
makes it so you're not just
Cloak and
one-shotting
Dagger,
creep waves,
though.
But the jungle, you clear that so fast.
Why
and
is this
Ricky's
still
abilities are
called
low
Cloak and
cooldown,
Dagger
but
when the
biggest
freaking
factor for Ricky
backstab
here
is
his
already
silence, his smoke.
an innate
He's gonna use
ability?
this to try to kill the Puck
Just
early
call
on
it
with the
Cloak.
defusal plus smoke cloud plus fun rotation from his team. Puck should always be dead.
That
Also, when you've
just
got two
doesn't make
save
any
supports
sense
to you,
now.
like Tusk and Shadow Demon,
Okay,
you
let's
need
see
backline
Dota
control like
Plus's
Ricky provides.
draft.
And you can't target when you're in the smoke screen if you get a shard. And on top of that,
Naka-stream
you're
ka
gonna
ba,
have to
JG?
think about a 4-star
Yeah,
or a
naka-stream
BTB on
ako.
a Puck. That just sounds awful.
grabe.
Every Puck player, they want to go for all the damage, the Witch Blades, the Blink, the Kaya, everything other than save. And now he has to think about it. So yeah, Ricky pick, pretty
What the
niche.
hell?
I like it. A lot of cool options and yeah, nice refreshing draft. Gaming bringing out, what, 2 heroes that we didn't see so far at TI in game 1 of the grand finals.
I love it.
Damn, this is a pretty equal match, guys. Pretty equal.
I'm also very curious
A
to
little
hear
slight
some
advantage
words
for,
from Coach Blitz, who's on the stage.
from
Thank
Gaming
you
Gladiators,
very
though.
much, Blitz. Welcome to Grand Finals with Team Liquid, where it seems like Gaming, they still have tricks up their sleeve. Quinn, last pick Ricky mid. What do you think about it?
I mean, he's a rat. He only plays these cheese heroes that require 0 skill. He's afraid of playing Nisha straight up 1v1, so he's gonna do some stuff like this all the time. I understand it, it's all good. I'd do the same if I was playing Nisha.
I see. So it's a cowardice strategy, perhaps. And also, I was hoping to get some questions about your fashion choices. I see all the other coaches, they go into their jerseys. They have
First tower
their
kill.
specific uniforms.
I
But
feel like first
you come
tower
up,
kill will
looking
definitely go to
nice. I like it. What's the
to
reasoning?
Team Liquid because
I
they got
think
like
it's important to look your
Nature's
best
Prophet,
before you marry somebody.
Visage, yeah, whatever. GLHF. Most observed rewards by the end.
I guess
It's
the
probably
funeral dirge shall
probably
begin.
Team
Game
Liquid.
number one,
Last
your
player to be
passes.
killed.
Good luck, Blitz.
I don't even know. This is fucking crazy.
Copenhagen,
Will the
are
tower be
you
killed
ready?
before? Let's just say yes. Or maybe let's say no.
Incredible atmosphere, ladies and gentlemen.
Incredible.
So
Let's
get
say
ready to
Nisha,
step
last
into the
player.
action of this grand finals. Gaming Gladiators versus Liquid. Folks, we've seen this many times before. We know how it tends to go, supposed to go. Could it be different today?
I think we all hope so. I think we're all hoping for 5 games, but the best thing is we're definitely going to get 3 games.
But that's true. That's true. We've already been spoken with quite
Right.
some fantastic Dota already.
Post mo
earlier
muna
in
yung
the day today, and
Valorant
let's
mo.
hope that continues here into this best of 5. So as we heard,
Finals na to.
talks
This
around
is
the
TI
rookie
finals,
coming
bro.
From Quinn to end the draft from Gaming. Do you think this is something that did go under Liquid's radar?
I mean, we've seen people talking about it. The pubs have been riddled with it. Thompson was playing it a ton, Quinn and tons of these pubs as well too. There's just a lot of heroes that you have to think about, and it is grand final, so this becomes its own mini meta. So things are gonna come out that you maybe didn't expect fully, but we'll see if it ends up working, because you can tell why they wanted it. Panel talked about it, the anti-saves, the silence versus the puck and stuff like that. So yeah, let's see what ends up going down and how these matchups end up going. I haven't seen a Ricky versus Puck matchup in a long, long time, if not ever.
It's going to be exciting to see what Quinn can pull off, especially as we saw in some of the replays earlier being shown from Nisha this tournament. On his puck, he has had some insane showings. Let's see if he's going to be on the way to get some more of those rampages that we know he's able to pull out on this hero. Overall, though, do you have a preference with the style that either of the teams have decided to pull out here in this first game of the best of 5?
Liquid's gone more for just a standard at this tournament, right? I feel like Gaming, they've clearly gone a little bit different. Yes, 3 of the heroes look very, very normal, but the CK and the Ricky are a bit of that oddball out, at least currently in this meta. So we'll see what Duracho in particular wants to do with this, because what I'm looking at with this lane is that they're just trying to sustain versus this damage that comes out from this Visage and this Tusk that can be very, very oppressive. They've got tons of sustain with Divine Favor, they'll be able to mana burn, and of course CK just has built-in sustain from that Chaos Strike.
I mean, how much does that sort of mess with Liquid's game plan if Liquid's duo lane
when he got like
isn't necessarily
5 blasts against
able to find
Nisha. Nisha's gonna have a hard time playing mid lane here, since
Liquid is not afraid
it's a pretty cheesy hero against really freaking
like the
Puck.
6-minute mark has this Visage, and it ends up working out a lot of times. So it's all gonna come down if they can get those type of trade kills or not. It feels like it could be difficult for them to pressure this lane down.
I'm not even sure if
so that's the second time
I did put last player to be killed is Nisha. But,
and it killed it twice, so that's actually huge because
he's a Puck, but the problem is there's a Ricky. I don't even know why I put Puck here. I should have like probably put it like as maybe Duracho or something. Oh no. Oh man, the curse! I voted Puck as the last player to be killed!
Or at least, you know, expected something like that to come out from him. Quinn just jumps in and kills him off first.
After already decimating in the laning phase too, the first look,
this is getting chaotic.
On this Ricky. You heard it from Blitz. Quinn likes to play these little bit of cheesy heroes in a way, but this one, at least in the first few waves, it's gonna be great. And you can see, you know, we talked about the reasons why they want it later on. So if he's off to a good start, can be a very dangerous hero.
Absolutely, he's gonna be just such a nuisance for every single one of Liquid's heroes if Quinn does start to ball out of control.
Honestly, all of them. A lot of them do really suffer.
What do you do?
Yeah,
what do you do? There's Ricky sneaking around, jumping on top of you, slamming down a smoke screen and killing you off with this incredible amount of damage with the tricks of trade. Yeah, Quinn gets his first item at a quick timing. Liquid, they've got some serious problems they're going to have to start answering.
Absolutely, but they do have
there is a big problem if Ricky gets the Diffusal Blade around like 10-minute mark. You don't have to buy treads against Puck. You just instantly just buy the Diffusal Blade. You don't have to buy treads.
Perfectly fine. Obviously, Gaming Gladiators getting the Ace Underlord in. We saw how incredible Ace is on this hero and just how much
this is going to be so freaking hard for Nisha.
This can absolutely be the hero that it's that crucial part to just get you the win, get on top of the Ancient, end the game. There's so much you can do with it, and Ace, he knows how to do it.
It's also...
Yeah, it matches mobility.
Oh my gosh.
Which is really, really nice versus something like Nature's Prophet when the game
Ricky just counters everybody.
Moves that are happening all over the map. So
like when you check Dota Plus.
Bread and butter, and they've moved up that priority so much, just first picking it.
Counters Visage, counters Puck, and kind of like counters
on the other side
Nature's Prophet too.
Still continuing to have
everything else is kind of like
the
equal.
nature of the setup that Gaming Gladiators went with this duo lane is definitely playing out, as you'd imagine, just consistently staying at full HP and finding opportunities to get a little bit aggressive themselves. They're in on the 33. Gonna try and hide in the trees.
Another nuke.
Gonna be the block off there from Boxy. He's able to present himself, make sure the Celery and Duracho cannot continue to chase. Maybe if they can turn and try and take down Celery in return, another solar subject comes.
Damn, killed.
Liquid. Done. Boxy giving it to Duracho too.
Able to bait Gaming Gladiators in there deep enough and turn around. You can never underestimate the damage coming out when these few fully charged Soul Assumptions come flying back at you.
Level 2?
Or how much Drinking Buddies just does in
Soul
general.
Assumption,
Right? Boxy just giving them that mobility and being able to turn that fight beautifully. And they killed the creep. That's the important thing too. We saw it again. I think they've killed 4 of them or something like that. And that one was the Harpy Stormcrafter that they were able to bring down while the chase was coming out as well. So
all right, let's check out
Making
Quinn.
sure those creeps just don't
Quinn
bully
is
them out.
blink straight
But
low,
mid continues to be a big problem. Quinn 23 and 10 to the 16 and 2.
It really does. It's going to be one of those sort of situations where I feel like Nisha is going to really be keeping his eyes open for big opportunities on the side.
Oh, I
once he hits the
forgot
6,
to vote.
we'll see if there's
Who's
heroes
gonna
who
win?
can
It's Gaming
team up and
Gladiators
help
gonna
out.
win
Maybe
this game
even
1.
some sort of early potential from
That's
Mikkei
my,
to come in with a
prediction.
teleport, maybe a support rotation. Probably looking
It's
around
a Ricky,
for
man.
power in timing to try and catch Quinn out.
Insania trying to like harass Tofu.
Like, the combos that they can do with the coil
Bringing
plus
out
the
all the
rapid mixer, they
stacks
might
from
wanna
Shadow
maybe
Demon.
just extra levels up here. So
There's
I wanna
like
see Insania maybe play
11
just
magic
further on
one
the side, just get that
charges.
6 very early on so that
Very
Nisha
hard
can
to
make
like
that
kill
first move with that extra
Tofu
big
right
bonus
now.
damage. And Mickey's actually making a potential
Duracho getting harassed.
Bottom lane.
Soul Assumption, he's gonna die? No, there's magic wand charges. Oh,
Take him out.
take him out.
Gotta get a trade.
Same time
Does
as
he
even
got-
that top lane, losing Mikkei. So whilst the
Oh, it
aggression
doesn't say
came
how
out
many
from Liquid
magic
burst
char-
down
magic-
bottom,
magic
overall,
stick
they're the ones
charges
to
he
lose
has.
2 heroes, top and
Damn.
bottom lanes.
Mickey started TPing right in front of them, so they just put the pin on him and committed onto him. So it's a little bit of an overzealous move that he tried to join down bottom and will get punished immediately from Ace and from Tofu.
Yeah,
Mike
rare mistake
Keck.
from Mikkei on his profit. Something that can happen, I guess, when you're watching the minimap, looking elsewhere, and not being too careful with the position that you're actually leaving your actual unit in. Mikkei,
Oh.
it's got to be more careful against these 2 top.
And overall, I would say for Mickey, it is the first pick hero of this game, and it does feel like it does have a lot of counters in particular. We saw
Yeah.
him struggle a couple of times on this main stage as well. So we'll see how Mickey can endure. Just these heroes getting
Win.
on top of him early.
Boxing,
Oh.
trying to bring Nisha over to
Oh,
help him close
trying to
the
bring
gap.
Mikkei
Quinn
too?
coming with the TP from
Trying to
Mikkei.
hunt
This
out
is
the
the move
Ricky?
you expect to see here at the
Oh,
6 minute.
smoke.
Trying to punish the Ricky. Quinn, he'll jump over to the creep wave. The Soul Assumption will be dodged with that movement, but the snowball connects. They
Nice.
bring Quinn down.
Oh, well, wow.
It takes what, 2 centuries, a dust, and a commitment from
There's
the
like
Nature's
4
Prophet.
people.
That is a lot to get this Ricky down, but a move that maybe
4
was
people to
necessary
just
slow
like
him down.
On top
shut
lane,
down Ricky.
Nisha come in with a rotation, see if they can pick something more out
At
of this
least
early
prevent
action.
his
Liquid
farm
takes
from
down
like
the
buying a
Tofu,
diffusal
but
blade.
the old
Ang
missing
inang
Tofu's
Ricky
gonna
yan,
offer
parang
the
si
TP
Ricky
out.
yata
There's
ng
nothing to
photo.
stop it. So Liquid, they won't find
Bakit?
anything more.
Just trying to get involved though as much
Huh?
as possible. Get
Ricky
these early
yata yun
moves to
na
just slow
ilala ko
down the
kapag
Ricky who's having that amazing start.
sinasabi mo si
But yeah, a
Ricky.
lot committed. Literally 2
Tayo,
centuries plus
sinong
the
Ricky
plus extra
Hatton?
rotation, and now Celery
Si Ricky
has
Hatton,
felt the
yung
option to be able to
nakaano
actually
ni
move
Takli.
top and potentially play around Ace here.
And Ace, pretty terrifying already, of course, as the Underlord. We've seen so many times when he's on this area, once he gets the ball rolling, it definitely becomes this lane, this area that the opponents just don't really want to go to, and if they do, it just takes so much to try and slow down an Underlord when he's really hit his stride.
Yeah, and this is it's a standard Gaming Gladiators kind of draft, right? These auras are going to come, and they're going to come quick. So if you start losing these towers too early, those auras will come even faster. Especially that pipe in particular for Ace that will come out, which is going to be pretty crucial, honestly. Like the damage from Liquid in the early game is pretty much all magical, besides that Visage plus the drinking buddies.
Man.
Heavy pressure being applied that at the moment isn't being matched quite yet by Liquid, yet to do that much damage at all to the safe lane tier 1 of Gaming Gladiators.
The nice thing though is that 33's actually just been able to sit bottom. He's top net worth on this Visage. We've seen a couple times this hero can't get ganked and pushed out of lane a little.
Celery, nice grab there, takes over the Hellbear Smasher, gets a clapping on towards Insania. Tofu's in on top of him. Gaming Gladiators completely taking over Liquid's jungle. This top half of the map, not a safe place for Liquid to be. Over in the river, they've got the Dream Core. Mikkei comes in with the TP. Quinn did get the smoke screen down in time, and it's definitely helping him out. But is it
Trying to
enough
shut
damage
down
to avoid
Ricky.
the trade there? Blink
Oh
strike
man,
down
he
the
got
lane.
he
He's able to
escaped
get
that.
out, and he's able to get
And with a
out
regen rune.
as well. Liquid, they're desperately
Oh my
trying to find Quinn, and
gosh.
last time they succeeded, this time
Oh
they
my
don't get
gosh,
involved.
Ricky
Oh, he
Hatton.
gets a regen too. They committed 4 heroes plus another just trying to bring him down. They're really just trying to get rid of this rat.
Bro.
Quinn, yeah, surviving, just staying under that smoke screen.
I mean,
is
they're
so
bringing in the
powerful.
action.
NA mid
Joshua
versus
coming
EU
in
mid,
on
that better.
Ready to come up with the ultimate. They want to try and take this fight.
Oh my god, Ayana! Ayana! Oh my god! Tusk already down. They're bringing out 5 people in mid lane.
The familiars both just get taken out immediately.
Celery has a wolf.
And they're ready to split back up straight away. Go back to farming. Ace
Going
will stick
back to
around
farming.
in mid. Putting this pressure on. I mean, they're just showing themselves, you know, Liquid. They can.
Man,
they can
this
try
is
and
already
make
getting
these moves
chaotic.
now.
What the
Gaming
fuck?
Gladiators, they will be ready to
Finish it
respond.
again.
And under the tower, Quinn's in with the tricks of the trade. Insania is already using
Quinn's
the
gonna
disruption.
pick
He's
up
trying to keep
Insania.
the tree line, but Quinn will find
Okay.
him.
And
a
Celery.
Ricky Celery in return does get caught out. Nisha boxing
1 for
33,
1.
Pick him off to the side.
They're trying to match this tempo. Just I mean, how many heroes are we seeing brought to the mid lane? But immediately, as that mid lane whole pressure happened, Duracho just bailed out. He's like, I don't want to stay around
Ricky
here.
doesn't
I'm
want to
gonna
buy
get the tower. I know
fucking
they're gonna match us. So
it's
he
a
goes back
diffusal
to
blade. I
farm.
mean, it doesn't matter because got no attack speed.
Another
Mikkei,
soul assumption.
Tofu's gonna get. Oh,
Uphill mid.
is he gonna
Oh,
survive?
okay.
Oh,
Well, that's
oh
gonna
no!
solve some
Oh,
issues.
soul assumption.
Will solve the issues though. Gets the hit in. 33 able to finish up another and continue to just have this incredible amount of farm top.
that high ground miss, man. But they still have the vision from like the Visage 33 having to cast that Soul Assumption. The cast range is, I don't know how, it doesn't say how far is the cast range, but let's see on the actual game. Like, it has a pretty high cast range. But yeah.
Nisha. Easy deny.
Got him.
Just in time. I wonder if that was going to be ones where they get the pickup and then deny at the same time, but not quite. Nisha able to take it out before Quinn gets the refuel. And Quinn, of course, working well on the way towards that diffusal blade first. Wants to get completely stuck in on the action. He's got the setup here with the silence. Good knockback with a flame break, keeping him in the silence a little bit longer, but they don't have any further lockdown beyond that. So Nisha still able to escape.
But every time he shows his face, Nisha's getting put below 50% HP, so the extra kill threat could come through that next jump. Nisha does have to be very cautious.
I mean,
what is Nisha's
maybe
gonna
not
buy?
towards him, but maybe towards the bottom instead. And as soon as they show that,
Nisha gonna buy?
that play, Quinn and Tofu
Wait,
fall back.
hold on. What the
They've got
fuck?
the Fiends Gate ready.
Has been scanned out though.
Liquid has to be ready with the numbers, because the
What's
numbers,
Nisha gonna
extra
buy?
number can be brought from gaming from that Fiends Gate. So Mickey has to be at ready.
And with the scan hitting, looks like Liquid should not get caught off guard by this. Quinn's
Damn,
looking back towards
Quinn,
the mid.
I mean,
Sure.
Do have the
Nisha still gonna go for the Witch Blade.
Silence just set things up. Good angle with the flame
Nisha
break,
got
keeps him in
smoked.
range of the stun as
Oh my
well
god.
for Duraggio. Tofu
There is really
knowing
no
perfectly
escape
how
for
to hit
Puck.
these angles and get the most
I'm
out
not
of
even
Quinn's
sure if
smoke screens.
It's not your most
Nisha
traditional
needs
kind
to
of way to
frickin'-
lock down a puck. There's not a stun, but
It's a
silence
tricky
into
one.
a knockback. It's beautiful. 3K lead off that now potentially.
It's very
being able to
difficult.
pressure this tower here, and they still have Fiends Gate at the ready. So Liquid, difficult to be able to contest this one until Nisha does respawn.
And with this tower gold, if they're able to take it in a bit more, Quinn's pretty much
somebody
gonna
has
have
to buy
the
Force
diffusal coming
Staff for
out at a very
Nisha
quick
just to like
time.
escape that
A
fucking
devastating
smoke.
one for these supports, the Shadow Demon in particular, but Nisha is gonna need some help. And I'm looking at his itemization right now. He is just queuing up the normal Witchblade and stuff. Will need some type of answer to protect himself versus this Ricky early on.
I mean, with this Ricky,
Even
getting this
BKB,
sort
you
of
need
good
a
start, you might
BKB
see
for this.
adaptation from the supports item builds on Liquid to try and respond to this.
Probably. I mean, you're gonna need to just all queue Force Staffs in particular. You know, you're playing versus.
Yeah,
Ricky,
just
the
all
shot's
queue
gonna
Force
be
Staff, that's what I was saying.
Duraggio.
It's pretty deep here, but he's
Duraggio.
got comes in with the Fiends Gate. Gaming Gladiators, they've got the numbers.
Holy, what was that skill again? Yeah, Hand of God. Puck
Puck
is gonna die again, saved by Disruptor? No, that Disruptor, what the fuck? Shadow Demon? Disrupt. Oh my gosh. Still, he got fucking killed. Soul Assumption Tofu. Oh, snowball from Tofu. Oh, lasso. Oh my god, it's so fucking chaotic.
They're even considering pushing it for more, up to the tier 2.
2 for nothing.
Liquid. They'll be pushed right back away from this all, and each and every one of these fights, we're seeing both teams turn up in their numbers, but Gaming Gladiators, they've just got that extra little bit of power that that's required to make sure they come out on top each and every time.
I mean, it's these auras. You can see that the damage, which was actually even pretty much across the board inside of this fight, 5,000 from both sides, but that little bit of extra sustain that you see that Gaming has, they've got the heal coming out from the Chen. He's got 4 of these auras blocking magic damage, giving extra HP regen, giving extra armor too. That's the difference maker. And now Quinn, the defusal is done.
Nisha still wanted the Witchblade. I mean, it does have a true strike on its first attack,
They're starting to get that ball rolling that we've seen them.
so at least it could deal damage, but
it doesn't feel like they're really
they still have like the miss
Not at
miss
all.
rate
Quinn gets away with this, going
30%.
straight for the Ags after the defusal. His farm, his sort of net worth advantage, it's not going to stop unless Liquid can find ways to take him out. As we're seeing so far, it's proven to be incredibly difficult. And yeah, with the addition of Ace now having the Crimson Guard, things are really coming
Ricky has,
together
like,
for
a
Gaming
defusal now?
Gladiators in the way you can only
Yeah.
imagine they plan for when they look to try and strike hard at Liquid in this game 1 with this first draft.
And especially with like a Ricky pick, you know, their idea, and I think a good idea versus Liquid would be shut down Nisha in a lot of these games. And that is exactly what they've done so far. And yeah, difficult to see
Nisha
how
with
Nisha
only
can be
like
protected unless they
sub
fully play around it,
5,000
but
net
he
worth on
needs this
15-minute
match.
mark.
He cannot go
Nisha's
down
having a
some
hard
fight.
time.
They need multiple different orbs,
He needs a
multiple different
fucking
silences
Force
to
Staff,
defend.
man.
If he goes in like he did last time and just gets killed after one full set of spells, it's just not going to be enough
But
for him to
I guess
push
you just
Gaming
trade
away.
damage. I guess damage is more important than survivability at this stage. Because you actually had to like fucking
It's just not going to be there.
No. And Mickey
farm
is
lanes,
fine.
man.
Gonna look to react up here, but
Oh no,
the
Mike
damage
got lassoed.
He's gonna
Ricky's
try,
there.
but there's only so much you can do. The drinking buddy
drinking
play will
buddies.
come in. It's not going to save, and
It's not
then
gonna
Mickey
save
still to fall. Ace comes over with the Fiends Gate.
Damn,
They're ready
okay.
to punish Boxy as well. well as Boxy. Nobody here to help him out. As Gaming Gladiators, they're making it look
Oh my god,
easy
Team
now,
Liquid.
picking up kills, picking up objectives.
They're playing too fast, and Liquid, they're not prepared for it, Owen. They're TPing to react, but then by the time that they TP and react, it feels like it's too late.
CK,
They
they're
have to be there
carry.
at least with one of those extra heroes to bail someone out first.
Too much
They may not
summons,
get to
man.
tier 2 at
Even the
15
CK is an
minute.
illusion
That's
hero,
crazy.
but I mean it's not a summon, but it's an
Those
illusion
auras,
hero.
they're gonna, as we said, start accelerating
Holy
very
crap.
fast. Celery, I believe the Solar Crest is done. They've got Crimson, and Pipe is soon gonna be on the horizon for Ace. Liquid, they only really have that boot to the bearing at the moment on 33, so not really that much damage mitigation.
Can they
coming
even
out
hold?
versus what is heavy damage from gaming and heavy damage mitigation.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Even if Liquid land their spells, what sort of combo is there that they have right now that gets even close to threatening Gaming Gladiators in
Tofu
a
gonna
5v5?
engage
Just gotta catch you
33.
isolated really for
Two
the most part,
birds.
but yeah, they're starting to get very tanky. Even Quinn, without
Oh, I
having
mean,
auras,
the other one is
he's
a bad,
sitting
the
at
other
close
one
to
is a
1500
familiar.
HP on a Ricky when he's on those strength.
Two
runs.
flying units. Two
He's
birds.
gonna win. So he's just gonna go down the
And
normal,
they
like
just-
just scaling build
I don't think
rather
they
than going
saw
for
each
his
other,
axe
but
or
I
his
think they
shard.
saw
He
each
doesn't
other.
feel like he needs it
That's true.
probably because of how
Absolutely
good
not.
this early game has gone. He probably can go for this type of play that allows him to scale and then go back for the shard when he feels necessary. Because so far they haven't been able to save the puck anyway. Liquid.
See if they can find some of these pickoffs that they
Oh, Tofu.
desperately need. Tofu.
Pick
He'll
off.
get caught out. It's one quick one here for Liquid. Maybe
And
see if
TP
they
it
can
out.
get
There's,
something else with the
they
Dream
saw
Coil
Ricky.
setup. Quinn's
Dream
got
Coil
down.
does.
The follow-up silence.
He got
They've got it
silenced.
completely locked down. Liquid,
With
you
his,
can
with
find
a
the
fucking,
chance here to
what's
strike
that
the
called?
Gaming Gladiators one by one.
Demonic Purge.
And they get one of the big ones. Quinn, he's out.
Best way to be able to play versus gaming, split them up, catch them when they aren't moving away. When they're grouped, very strong, but if you catch some of these individual heroes, that's the power of the lineup.
Absolutely, yeah. Team fight's not an option right now for Liquid.
No.
They're finding their
I mean,
opportunities here.
Gaming Gladiators only up by
Not
3k
something
net
away
worth
from
despite
Gaming
taking
Gladiators
out
in
like
terms of
3
this one by
towers
one.
already.
They will start to get these items that will allow them to start getting more.
Well,
team
they have,
kills,
like,
though.
more map
damage in
control,
particular
though.
For Mickey, I believe the Gleipnir is now going to be finished, so smaller tools to be able to enable them to take actual
32% win rate by team.
Pickoffs.
Team
Bottom
Liquid.
lane, they've got their eyes on Nisha.
They're going to go for him right away.
Quinn, he's ready to lead in. Boxy is standing by his side, but how much can the Tusk do
Quinn.
to save the pucks? No screens there. Queensgate comes in, drinking buddy.
Drinking buddy saving out. Fucking, he does. They don't need fucking force staff.
Shards will actually get some space there for instead, but Quinn's able to jump over. The stun comes out.
Demonic Purge. Ricky.
Incredible save there.
Ricky
Gonna die.
happened.
Keeping it sane alive, allowing it to play his hand, and that now enables Liquid to potentially turn the fight around.
Ricky has 1% HP, but Puck's gonna die. Oh my god.
Fucking shit is gonna die. Ricky Hatton.
Celery. Triple kill by Mike. Oh my god.
Liquid. What a way to turn around the fight that Gaming Gladiators absolutely put everything into. And it was the little things, as I said, Boxy.
2,000 grab, 2,000 gold change.
That little bit of movement, little bit of space to get out, to be able to turn, survive, get the demonic purge off.
They were prepared for that fight. That's the important thing. They didn't have to TP every single hero. They had Boxy.
But the question is, if Ricky bought Shard, they couldn't even.
So that's the only reason he actually survives in it instead of losing.
Yeah, you can't be targeted by your allies anymore.
They were super prepared.
Is Ricky gonna buy Shard?
Crazy stuff. I mean, now the goal difference is flickering between the two of them. The exact fight that Liquid needed to find.
Is Ricky gonna buy a no? Ricky's not gonna buy a Shard by now.
It's so much gold that they can get.
Does Queen know? Definitely Queen knows this, right?
Kind of position, and 33 able to just shoot what 5, 6 soul assumptions. So he got a ton of bonus gold as well. And they brought it down to even. And now starting to accrue these items.
If they wanted to actually shut down Puck, they gotta buy Shard for Ricky.
They're not scared of a team fight no more, Liquid. After
Oh,
that.
Ricky Hatton.
Quinn is
Ricky
scouting them to
fucking
Dosted? Oh, they didn't
Straight
see
to the high
Quinn.
Little
All
awkward
the
there.
summons.
Gaming
Oh,
Gladiators is looking back at them.
He's got a
Tofu.
lasso in 2 seconds here.
Tofu's tempted to go see if he can get any sort of catch off to the side of the Fiend's Gate. It's coming in.
Fiend's Gate.
They
Duracho.
find Duracho
Just
alone.
completely
Duracho.
caught alone.
Damn.
It looks like some sort of attempt there for Gaming Gladiators to try and pincer in Liquid, but Liquid just ends up catching Duracho alone.
Yeah, oh,
There's
free
nobody by his
courier
side.
too.
Fiend's Gate
Oh.
was laid down, but they weren't going to be able to get to him in
free
time
courier?
to help out.
They're still looking for the fight. Ace actually goes through this portal.
Oh.
Ace?
All right,
Really?
he's pretty tanky. I mean, but they might.
They got a
find
Crimson
setup.
Guard.
Boxy can get the angle.
Boxy.
See how
Got
much
a
they wanna try
snowball
and
now?
chase for this Liquid. Ace into the trees.
It's a
Shots
trap.
will
Oh,
find
they
it.
trapped him. Are they gonna go for Ace? Underlord Crimson Guard. He's already half HP. I don't think he's gonna survive this. Mickey. Oh, fish punch. Tusk. Oh my god.
Ricky and then Ricky. Ricky hot tone.
Shit.
They're just winning all these fights now. They've got these items.
Earlier they were having a hard time.
It's in trouble. They've got a glyph. Beautiful
Ricky hot tone. Ricky hot tone.
Taking up, being able
Bro,
to
what
get
the
these
fuck?
beautiful shards to start it off. And honestly, Ace, he kind of just delivered himself a little bit there.
I mean, that's why I felt that
Ace is super overconfidence, man.
Liquid, they just turn, chase
The
him
win
down,
probability.
and at the end of the day, he only ends up baiting his own team into a fight
Damn.
that goes horrifically.
And look at
From
another
from
aura.
30-something% to like 74
Massive to be able
from
to
Team
counteract
Liquid.
A lot of this healing, but also just be able to stop these heroes from kind of bursting him down at all. He's 7-0-7 on this Visage now.
That cheese.
See it again, as you say, now Boxy knowing exactly where to find Ace in the tree line. Gaming Gladiators, they really try.
I feel like they needed Pipe than Crimson Guard at this point.
The coil catches literally everybody all clumped up. Nisha, he's made the full recovery from that early game. It's a distant memory now. And he does have his defensive force staff. They have the
Fucking
Ghost
Ricky
Scepter on the
Hudson,
Shadow
man.
Demons. They've got the
Fucking
answers
Ricky
now to
Hudson.
be able to protect themselves versus this Ricky, who now has just died a couple times in a row.
A smile's coming out there from Nisha. It's got to feel pretty good.
Taking
having
all
the
those
impact that he's
shards.
having now in these fights after such a tough start off the back of the laning stage.
Ilan ba viewers na kayo?
Needs to calm down a bit again. Gaming Gladiators, the claim their tormentor.
Wait, tangina mo, bakit nakalagay yung
Daytime,
mura
so
kay
that Roche potentially an option here for Liquid if they want to group up and go.
Yeah,
Hey,
That's
let's
a great way
go.
to team fight, great way to keep
Yeah,
these lanes in an
more.
aggressive position too. Gaimin has to be careful about these next few
Fucking
moments. They
Ricky
cannot
Hatton.
make another mistake like that versus Liquid, or it's going to be difficult to recover. They
Absolutely.
literally
In the-
delivered Horatio in that fight and also Ape afterwards. And yeah, they're going to go for this Roshan. It's tough to contest this one.
My face is
Liquid gonna go fucking Roshan now.
From Gaming Gladiators, they're going to look to try and swing across towards the mid, but indeed with the movements from Nisha over towards Roshan and the rest of his team, unlikely that they actually get a catch here. They could look to continue to swing down and maybe try and fight post Aegis, but that
That's
would be a
risky.
risky call to make.
Yeah, especially at this point now that Horatio is not nearly as farmed as this Nature's Prophet, and Mickey is massive.
He is.
4,000 difference between him and that CK.
The sort of the cleanup that he's been enabled to have in the last few fights has massively propelled him ahead.
Absolutely. And also, I mean, Quinn, he does have his Aghanims finished, but that shard has been delayed a lot. We saw a couple of saves come out that he maybe could have gone down the route of going for it, so could maybe have been an error that he wanted to go for this type of scaling rather than just being able to match the pressure of Liquid, not having that shard to stop these saves. And Liquid now, with this momentum, they're onto high ground. These towers drop very fast. There's no cliff.
Well,
That
let's see how much
fucking
they can push
Treant.
it.
I mean,
They've got the
that's
Aegis
summons
ready, of
versus
course,
summons
Mickey's
though.
ready to frontline. Gladiators, they have got lasso potential to try and punish.
Duracho trying to aim Mickey.
Tier 3's
Just
gone.
Prophet.
Oh, and who used the cliff there? That tower is just constantly
Coil.
have it.
Silence.
There's the dream coil from Nisha.
They don't want to go high ground. That
Mickey's actually going to back off and start dealing with the top, but of course teleportation will be at the ready if they want to go for round 2 here on the bottom lane.
they did destroy the tier 3.
Gaimin has to be careful how far they step out here. The Orchid is ready on Duracho for that extra catch for Nisha. They should have identified that one. They should see it. But they do multiple ways to bail Nisha out if he does get caught even from one of these extra silences. Yeah, Gaimin trapped in their base with 5 for a second there. You see that gold start to quickly swing even more. Mickey is just going to keep growing, and the CK's not be able to get outside the map in a similar fashion.
Mickey about halfway towards the BKB and still having what, the 3.5 minutes on the Aegis. Very likely he's going to have that window where he'll have both BKB and Aegis to try and push forward and look to take a set of racks away from Gaming Gladiators.
And Liquid playing it very smart. They're just sweeping across toward the map, not giving them an opportunity to look for this Nature's Prophet to find some type of kill. Quinn now will have that shard finished, so that extra minus
Ricky
armor
Hudson,
prevention
man.
of any of these saves that can come out on that smokescreen target. Maybe Gaming's going to look to make a move off of that. If they can lasso somebody, catch them inside of that one, they could get some type of these kills if they find Liquid a bit split up here.
Definitely.
It depends how sort of far Quinn wants to delve into Liquid's half of the map.
It is scary.
It's very spooky right now. They have limited, if any, vision on Liquid's side.
And look at how they're playing as well, too. The two supports on the side of Liquid. You see Boxy is playing near the puck, and you see the Shadow Demon is playing near the Nature's Prophet. So they have a guaranteed way to kind of bail out. Even though there is this shard, of course, on this Ricky, they're preparing for this next move that
game
could come out from Gaimin.
I mean, with the D-Ward occurring, Liquid definitely going to expect that there could be a high chance that Gaming Gladiators are looking for something around this area. And they're playing incredibly defensive, Liquid. Just waiting, sensing if
even though they're up,
try and lead the charge
up with
with
8k gold net worth,
they're sitting on top of a sentry. So if Quinn does walk up too far,
one wrong team fight could be a disaster.
Looks like Quinn knows, playing to the edge of the map.
Sneaky.
For Team Liquid.
Will clear the wave, does show himself for a second, the Dust.
Dust?
Quite in range.
They're not going to quite clip him. Quinn playing perfectly sneaky. The damage output stepping up here. That's a full Parasma now on Nisha.
Just steps up the aggression, feels like he doesn't need
Damn,
to have
Nisha
that defense anymore. He is very tanky with the pupils.
Nisha doesn't have to buy a fucking blink dagger now.
Liquid's ready to go.
Are they gonna dust? Force that? Nisha? Got 2 coils! Oh my god.
Quinn's already gone. Celery's gonna get left behind. Liquid right now. And now beyond the tier 2, they may just find Ace on top of it all. They get the silence, the shard trap from Boxy. They'll find a third Liquid.
They can go high ground again.
Dude,
There's
for
still
nothing.
That cliff available. They can start threatening.
They still have ages from Nature's Prophet here. And Duracho is just farming.
This is going to be such a strong push.
I don't think Chaos Knight is really a meta hero right now.
And these racks are dead. The birds plus this tree, it just dies in a heartbeat.
And birds plus drinking buddies plus, oh my god. It's already a mega creeps. Duracho is still farming, hello?
The glyph is popped.
Oh my god.
The tree's even down toward bottom.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere, Liquid.
Liquid is already knocking on your doors, man.
5-minute timings, well, so do we. 26 minutes. They're looking to potentially close this out here.
They've really sort of turned the game on its head if you consider what we've seen in the first 10 minutes of this one.
Drinking
Liquid
buddies plus Crimson, plus, what the fuck was that again? The Solar Crest. Oh, the lasso 33? BKB, oh, he's dead.
Can they chase for more?
They need more Gaming Gladiators.
Oh, nice shards trapping Duracho.
See what they can find, but Ace is caught in the sprout.
Ace got purged.
Down upon him. Boxy comes in with a punch up. The Dream Core catching them all. Ace, he's out. Has the buyback available if he wants to consider it. Gaming Gladiators trying to find Boxy in return. Jump forward from Quinn, but he's caught by the silence. He's trying to get away from Mickey, but the right clicks from Mickey. And Nisha at 2 marks. Quinn goes down.
They tried
Quinn
to
goes
chase to
down.
Get some kills, but Duracho was stuck in shards for the entire duration for it. While Ace was going down, he couldn't help his buddy. Liquid continue to play strong.
Duracho with the silence, but Nisha's trusting in Insania. Insania, he'll have the save or the offensive disruption when needed. Gives Nisha the chance to continue to play and live. He all comes in. In fact,
Nisha went in.
He's got no fear right now. Mickey steps forward, gets the drag back here. Duracho as he turns towards Mickey.
Duracho doesn't have ages now. Mickey. I mean, Mickey.
Nisha.
The buyback's gonna come out from Quinn. Gaming Gladiators and Quinn.
Mickey bought back. They want it now. And Quinn
tries to make the jump over the horses, but Mickey also in with the buyback. The smoke screen's down. Quinn, he bought back for this. He's out for 75 seconds.
They're looking to end it, Owen. The buyback from Mickey.
This is over.
This is likely Megas.
This is not even Megas. This is GG.
Liquid, will they respect that?
I mean, that's the question. How confident does Liquid play? Yes, they know there's no Quinn for a minute.
It's 5v4.
How much can they take? Liquid.
Tofu.
Can they even lasso Liquid? 33.
Still being very careful indeed, respecting.
They want to lasso Mickey.
It's just tough because the double saves Mickey. He's at the ready. His BKB
but they can't.
4 seconds.
They can't freaking.
The mid-rack's gone. Liquid.
Can't lasso Mickey right now.
I'll tick off another objective.
Insania with a disruption.
30 seconds. They know there's no Quinn.
It dies so fast. They gotta look to go on the side of game, and they can't just watch these racks go the Megas.
Tofu is gonna try with the grab, but the disruption comes in immediately. They try desperately. Gaming Gladiators here to fight for, but it's fine. The hand of gold comes down, but
oh no! It's a disaster for Gaming Gladiators. It's a mega creeps now, and 3 down. I don't know if they could come back for this one.
Versus this type of lineup, and I don't think Liquid's gonna look to get out of the base. They still got
100 to 0. 100 to 0.
Oh, they do. GG is called Liquid. I mean, what a phenomenal game one.
Dang, Nisha is smiling. He doesn't even have to buy Blink Dagger for that.
When they started to turn it, Liquid, there was no looking back, folks.
I think if they really started to identify
Ay,
quite
tangina mo,
quickly,
alis mo
like
naman yun.
pretty much all around that
Wala
bottom
ka
fight, that they needed to just have the numbers at the ready. When they started TP reacting with multiple heroes, that's when it was a bit of a problem. This gaming was getting these number advantages, but that time they had Boxy. You see the man on your screen right there.
I gotta say, yeah.
The drinking buddies pulls, resets the fight, and then the dive. You can see gaming trying to push forward for it, but multiple different saves coming out from him with the snowballs, drinking buddies, shards, etc. That was beautiful for Liquid.
Hey, incredible stuff across the board. Boxy and Insane with the saves. In a game against a Ricky that was getting kind of out of control those opening minutes, it didn't matter. They still found the chance to get these incredible saves occurring. The damage out from 33 and Mickey and Nisha making quite the comeback story that game on his puck. What a game one. Liquid, they'll take the first of this best of 5.
Woo! Game one of this best of 5 goes the way of Team Liquid. A lot to break down with this one. And I want to start with the double support duo coming out from Team Liquid, T-Gov.
I mean, they both have saves.
No, just the moves that are making the saves again. Shadow Demon, he is one of the supporters.
The
of the
snowball
tournament, right?
save
You
and the
have to
disruption
keep
save
finding
is
the saves,
just
you
too
push them
strong.
forward, but Liquid in this game, it was incredible. They're under
Even
so
with
much
their
pressure,
shard.
a couple key fights to turn around, and they just, obliterated gaming so quickly. It feels like it was like one tier 1 fight into there is no map for gaming to play.
I mean, Gaimin played a really incredible early game. I love
Picking off this Ricky.
coming out of both teams. They really took advantage of their
They know how to
defensive
shut
timing,
down
hunting for Fury on
a
deep in the
cheese
jungle,
hero.
killing Puck a few times over and over again. But this fight here is where this game was entirely different, and we saw the power of Tusk here. He actually tagged.
You should have just like picked a Pango or some shit, but
smoke cloud, making it so that he was alive
Ricky
for long
isn't
enough
even
to
a meta
pass the
hero.
coil later on here, which is where they got the turnaround fight. And then we just saw all of the damage coming out through Visage's Soul Assumption, through Mickey on his Nature's Prophet, who was joining every single fight as early.
They're
as
just
played.
like
This is beautifully
aiming.
played.
They needed all the
Nisha.
auras early on so they can take the fights.
And then
Visage,
when
he's
they're
getting
aiming
all the money in the
Nisha,
world. If you
I mean
look
the
at
Nature's
network
Prophet,
chart, he's
Mickey
always
is
top
just
3,
like free
top 2
hitting
here
everybody.
Already some really placed
With the
really
birds,
nice
too.
shots from Boxy. He's playing out of his mind. This drinking buddy is pretty much acting as a force staff, and you can also use it on birds. So the birds
And
go
Ace,
brrr pretty
Crimson
much
Guard.
every single fight, and the coil has been.
I don't
something
think that's
that
the
they
first
didn't
item that you
have
wanted to buy.
any tools to deal with, because Ricky, yeah, he's annoying, but the problem always was with the hero that how do you get to your BKB timing? Like, sure, you're having a good time, you did solo kill him in the mid lane, but after that, you can feel him
He
suffer.
forced that
Itemization-wise, they were really on point for Team Liquid. This force tap on Puck forces out of the cloud, and knowing that he needs to itemize for himself, Ricky had the shard at
Nisha
that
is
moment,
just too
so
strong.
others can't really use any of the abilities, and after that, the game was pretty much done so.
Yeah, and Liquid identified that after that fight, the game was theirs. They made a beautiful play where they cut off Duraccio trying to join his team in the triangle, killed him first. They snowballed off of that, and they realized that this was their game at that point. All they had to do was bring their heroes together, place some sentries, and there's nothing Gaimin could do. That is the issue with Ricky. While he is very snowbally, he's also very reverse snowbally, because once you've itemized against him and his net worth is low, there's really not that much he can
Dang,
do.
Ace.
And we also saw the power
Really,
of
he
not
thought
just
he could
as the pseudo
survive
save, as the pseudo force
frontlining,
staff,
but
the tag team, the drinking buddies damage
Yeah.
on the Prophet, he was
They
at
did kill
DPS of the
Tusk.
Crimson Guard on Underlord. Underlord looked so squishy in this game.
And it was a slippery slope for gaming, right? When you have Ricky and CK as your position 1 and 2, if you're not finding pickoffs on the map, if you're not dictating the pace of the game, your enemy balls up, you can't find pickoffs because they're always going to be 5. And I think that's where Liquid, they identified that very quickly as it hit kind of like the 20-minute mark. And then, sure, Quinn might have some laning advantage, Duraccio might have an early Orchid, but that's all they've got. They're hoping for a pick. It felt like the last 10 minutes of the game was just Liquid sweeping through the map, finding whoever they want, and Gaming was never really in position to utilize like the blink from the bat, the jump of a CK, and again, it's testament to Liquid. They itemize, they identify a window, and when they want to break their opponent, and they did it so swiftly.
Yeah, and we knew that Gaming was ahead at like minute 15. But Lacoste, was their plan to be even further ahead? Where did they fall with their plan?
I saw Tofu diving tier 4 towers 8 minutes in, so they wanted to play this hyper aggressive, which I don't really mind. I think this is how you need to strike back against Team Liquid. But the problem was, I'm going to go back to Ricky. This is super strong hero, but that's why everybody practiced it. But it has some of the flaws still where you're unable, like if you get focused down. And I also want to highlight the Shiva's Guard, the Bongo boots, the boots of bearing from Visage. I think this is the key moment as well for the game. You're playing against CK, So you want to slow down his illusions. You really never felt those illusions dealing damage, fighting into all of that. And I said during the draft, they don't have the Shiva's hero. You know what Viz does? Buys Shiva's as the second item, buying all these small items to be on top of the network pretty much. Bracer, Null Talisman, Boots of Bearing so they can strike back. He understands that they need any kind of item they can have early on to punch back because they're playing so fast on game in the first 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, and you see the items that 33 has. I think, you know, strategically, I think Gaming coming into this game one, they put such a large target on Nisha's back. They wanted to shut him down. They wanted to kill him very early. You know, try and
Boots
prevent
of
him from
Bearing
having a
also
game,
counters
but they kind of
Diffusal
forgot
Blade.
about applying the pressure to Mickey or to 33. Right, like Nisha, he doesn't die too often in series, right? Like when you think about like the previous run in playoffs, like he's been like the unkillable mid laner because people focus other, you know, the strategies of 33 in the early game. But you know, coming into this one, Nisha in the last 6 playoff games, totaling, he only has 10 deaths. The fact that he's died 4 times in a single game shows that Gaming wanted to shut him down. But maybe going into game 2, they're thinking, wait a second, we're wasting too many resources killing the mid lane. 33's hit, like Lacoste was mentioning, the Boots of Bearing, the Shivas. Mickey's got the Gleipnir, the BKB. I think Gaming maybe have a misread on who they need to shut down because it doesn't matter if Nisha dies 4 times.
You don't have to shut down anybody. You just have to like play the game and
you need to stop 33.
outplay them.
Breaking open the game on these tempo
at
heroes
this
on the
point
offense.
of the time.
Yeah, there was a lot of freedom coming out for the other 2 cores of Team Liquid there, Effie.
There was, but there was pressure on them because once Ricky got that defusal, we saw them scouting for Nature's Prophet in the jungle. We saw him getting lassoed a few times. We saw Quinn on that Ricky hunting anyone he could see, no longer focusing on just the puck. The issue with Gaimin is that Ricky kind of tied their entire draft together in the sense that you have this Bat Rider, you have this jump target, this jump hero in CK. If the Shadow Demon on the enemy team or the Tusk are able to cast their spells to save them, your initiation is broken. You have no means to fight back. And once Ricky got to the point where his game was too difficult, there was nobody stopping the 2 saves from the supports. If Ricky kept his dominance, kept jumping the supports, we would have seen a different game.
Ricky has pretty much the same issues
like,
as
yeah.
with the Storm Spirit.
I
Once
feel
they
like
group
the
up
game
as
should have
5,
been
you
like
don't really have
support
kind of a
pickoffs
play
at this
in
time.
the game. Cloud is super strong. It's a 6-second silence duration at every single level. It gets
But
even better.
but
They've
I
got a
mean,
buff
Team
so you
Liquid
can
doesn't
stand
allow
inside the
anybody
clouds,
just
even
jump
if the
their
allies,
supports
if the
because
enemy's range
33 with
or
the
attacking
Visage,
inside, you're still
everybody's
gonna
just
get
like
the
front
miss
lining.
chance. So really good spell. The experiment
the
for
Tusk is
Ricky probably
wait,
failed. I don't
no,
think we're gonna
Tusk
see it
is a
again,
front
but it
liner.
looked really good for the first like 12, 13 minutes.
And the
of
only
game.
one in the back line
did,
is
and
like
then it fell
a backline
off.
pods 5.
That happens sometimes. It's fine. It's just game 1
Shadow
of the
Demon.
best of 5 grand finals.
There's a
Now,
frontline
during that
save,
game,
which
once
is
Team
Tusk,
Liquid
and
got
if
off,
Tusk fails,
a
there's
couple
Shadow
of good
Demon in the
team
back
fights,
line.
you could sense that emotions
It's
were
difficult
high and
to,
everybody
like,
was in great
just like
spirits.
pick
I
up
wonder
2
if the
supports that has
comps reflect
saves.
that.
I can TP, I'm TP, go, go, go. It's a good
Okay,
fight,
I'm not thinking, I'm not
it's a good
thinking,
fight,
I'm
it's a
not
good
thinking.
fight. It's a good fight, guys. Just watch me, watch me. Watch me.
Is Carl on
Can we save make it? Can we save make it? Yeah, I'm fine, guys. Take the fight, take the fight. What the fuck, they're all dying. I have big flower, Kill Ricky. Any silence? Okay,
I'm chasing Ricky,
I think we get the Ricky. I'm killing Chain with Nish.
Chen.
Woo!
Let me.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. Can we go tier 2?
Oh, you gotta love it if
Give
your
him the
carry is
woo,
popping up like that. I think that's very healthy when your carry is making those calls, T, and just basically pops up and keeps the team.
I gotta say, his name is Mickey Woo. Woo! You know, gotta hype it up.
It's the balance between like the core and the support. You can hear like this, like maybe I don't have anything. It doesn't matter if you have nothing. I'm the core. Go and then
Go.
Yeah, exactly. I just love hearing the team comms every single time and a little bit of energy as well. Hearing the emotion, the woo, like of course it means so much to them. And that's game 1 down. Just 2 more to go.
2 more to go for Team Liquid. I love hearing the emotions coming out there as well. I also always love
chat
hearing
reel
from Purge.
Thanks, Shiver. Yeah, I want to look over how the Ricky did in this game. It's very effective against the puck in the mid lane. Quinn started things off. He's got high damage. Puck has low armor. Any trades that he takes are just going to be advantageous here. So he basically just secures a lot of easy harassment against Nisha as that laning stage continues. And then does a little blink strike. This clip might freeze on me because it's been freezing before, but does a little tricks of the trade, does work. Thank you. That's how he gets the first blood. 1 minute and 54 seconds into the game, super early. And Liquid did a really good job trying to limit what this Ricky can do because the silence against Puck and the high physical damage is so much. they were bringing tons of heroes to almost every single rune fight, but he has really high base armor, and there isn't that much magic nuke on the Liquid squad at this stage in the game, so he ends up dodging a lot of these. Here's another gank on Nisha to show just how much pressure was on him. A little salvation outside of the smoke cloud, but he gets pushed back in with the flame break to secure yet another kill. And then they went across the map. This is that other kill that you guys probably saw. Nature's Prophet getting jumped on by just 2 heroes. A relatively clean kill, and once again, Underlord crossing the map. So this is the basic facet of what Gladiators wanted to do this game to end up securing victory, but this team fight was the real big one. There's only 6 times in a row that you can tank Nisha before you react to it really well, and that's what Liquid did here. I love this ice shards here. Ends up creating a zone that pushes the Shadow Demon to the right, and as a result, the Ricky dives going for the kill, and they're able to turn this one really effectively. So that was a really good moment for Liquid, but ultimately, it was that team fight around the top lane. They tried to engage in this area of the map to look for kills. They couldn't find it. This ward spots Dyrachyo. He gets cleaned up absolutely for free. That was really nice. And then for some reason, I'm not sure why, Ace decides to take the portal here to go to the top side of the map. Felt he wanted to be there, but he gets spotted. Now here's the Liquid vision. They actually don't know exactly where he is, but they're chasing. And he gets scared. He uses his second skill, and that reveals where he is. They end up catching him.
Yikes.
They force a team fight. For some reason, Quinn goes in here. He gets coiled. This was the beginning of the end for Gladiators losing their
the
advantage.
pressure is
So,
there.
I mean, uncharacteristically as well. So that's how they get behind.
Thank you, Purge.
In those type of situations, you just get fucking pressured. It's like battle of mentality too, because you dumpstered them in the first half, and then Team Liquid came back.
It's time to go back to the drawing board and talk about the draft, because I want to talk about the
It's the nerves, man.
Where I thought,
finals,
in my humble opinion, where things went a little bit awry, and I would love to have an explanation. Lacoste, Rubik. We saw the Rubik ban. Why didn't they ban Tusk?
Because they wanted to pick Underlord. It's one of the worst matchups when it comes down to heroes. You can solo win the game. You steal Pit of Malice, you steal Firestorm. These are going to be your 2 best spells. You have better cast range, you have spell amplification on top of that. So very difficult one, but looking for the adjustments in game number 2, this Tusk, too powerful of a hero, especially for Boxy. I know I'm going to sound slightly biased, but Boxy for me has been the best position 4 player in the world for quite some time. He's doing some insane things every single time with the shards. He's always up to something. Never underestimate this guy.
He was the hero of that fight at minute 17 where Liquid turned the game around. That was all Tusk and his plays. So I do agree with you, Shiver, that Tusk should be banned out and not given to Team Liquid. Boxy just plays that hero too well, and the flex is still there. Even
doesn't even need a blink dagger or an Aghanim's.
I think that if you're putting yourself in a
just too
position
strong.
where you're first picking Underlord, not allowing yourself to not give away Tusk to Liquid, you have to rethink
New
your
Tusking.
opener. Don't open with this Underlord if you are still allowing heroes like Shadow Demon and Tusk through, because you also drafted a Batrider. Batrider is completely countered by saves from the enemy supports.
I think it also goes down to the CK pick, right? Like, sure, you want to get your CK to kill Visage, but then you're bringing the CK to the mid lane to, contain the puck inside the smoke screen, using the flame
CK needs
from the Batrider as well.
Needs a lot more. It's a slow kind of like carry. It's not.
The fact that 22 minutes,
it's not as fast. It's not a flash farmer
though. Your entire
though.
plan of win lanes, tempo pickoff falls apart. So for Gaming to even have a fight in this best of 5, they need to make sure they're safe.
Definitely, that CK pick is kind of like not meta,
to lose, and Gaming needs to identify that and hopefully fix that for the upcoming game.
But yeah,
so
I mean,
we feel like
it's
Gaming
so
potentially
difficult to like
drafted a little bit too one-dimensional. That
to like make it work.
Indeed the tempo could not continue, which it didn't, because Team Liquid put a stop to that. They didn't have anything Lacoste to fall back on in their draft.
They were super strong first like 15-ish minutes of the game. If they continued the domination, the lineup would look really good, but they also needed some extra items. They needed, Ricky to have a BKB, which never came down to that. And we see a lot of these lineups that go pretty much all in, where you're strong for like 20 minutes, then you're vulnerable between 25 and 35, maybe 40, that they do fell short. But I wouldn't say there was anything wrong with Gaming Gladiators lineup. They tried something. It's a BO5. That's a different beast. You want to experiment a little bit more, try to put them in a position where they don't feel too comfortable.
I feel like Pango would have been like a better pick on that
maybe
last
not Ricky,
game.
but they've been cooking.
They have been cooking. We should also take a look at how the teams
You know
have
what's
done
cooking.
against the meta
Boom!
thus far, on why we see these two teams going a little bit beyond what you might have seen over the last 2 weeks. Effie, if we focus on Team Liquid, they have had tremendous success against the heroes that a lot of teams would consider to be the meta heroes.
They really have. They've been dominating so much throughout this tournament, so I thought it would be cool if we took a look at the meta heroes.
Not go 100% win rate.
Mirana, which is the darling
heroes they lost to.
Because of the carry flex, they've beat her. She's only beat them 1 time out of 6 games. Dragon Knight, 2 of which were games against Gaming yesterday. They have beat Dragon Knight 4 times. They beat Timbersoft 4 times. The heroes they've lost to, Kunkka. Kunkka's probably the only hero, when I was looking at all of their stats, that Liquid have struggled against.
Yeah, what you're showing here with the graphic is basically Liquid has lost 2 moments where teams survive the Liquid aggression. If Liquid want to go and try and break the map at 20 minutes, if they're running into a brick wall and they mis-execute, that's when the game can get difficult. But the thing here in this matchup, Gaming likes to play quick. And unless Gaming want to change their playstyle in a grand finals, we are just going to see 2 teams clashing into each other to see who breaks the map first to then close out the game. Because if you swap the drafts around, Gaming will do the same thing. They'll win that 1-1 fight, then they'll just break the map and win the game. So I think, at least for Gaming, if they can just slot in a couple counter-aggression heroes, it might allow them just a bit more, ease of fight. Because, yeah, with this type of draft, it is so volatile. One mis-execution and see ya.
Yeah, this is also a best of 5, which is a whole different beast from what the players have played so far, as they are ready to take the stage again. Game number 2 soon being shown on your screens. I'm sure emotions are high, and all the energy that this Royal Arena has to give, both teams will soak up because they need it to go head-to-head against each other. And when we're focusing on this second game, we are focusing on the learning curve, which in a best of 5 is a little bit different than in a best of 3 Lacoste. Do you feel like both of these teams, sometimes you have teams like testing the waters, letting a hero through to see if they can play against it?
Absolutely, because you want to have that advantage. You pick something very cheesy in game 1.
Cheese hero.
It
didn't work.
The adaptation, but you have also other
you gotta
prepared.
go for like your
Team
comfort
Liquid
heroes
is in
now.
good hands right now, considering that they only played 5 different heroes from their offlane role and 5 different heroes from their position 4 role. So that means that they have a lot of stuff prepared. They've been winning most of their games. They played every single series in the upper bracket was a 2-0, so they didn't show. They were never had their backs against the wall. That means that they have a lot of different heroes they can still play, but they're not going to change anything because for now, it is working.
To be honest.
But that also means that 10 unique heroes from their offlane in Boxy and
Tusk.
33 should make it so that
it's
they are
support
easier to focus
freaking
within a draft.
difference.
And that really does go back to the supports that Gaimin went through. I think that if you can limit the hero pool of 1 out of the 2 in that offlane duo, you're making the draft and the game much easier on yourself.
So, yeah, who are you going to focus on? If you had to choose,
you gotta
pick your
change.
poison, T.
I mean,
You gotta change a Bat Rider pick
types
too.
of poison you have to take, but
Team
I'd
Liquid
argue
likes to
maybe
pick save
because
heroes,
they have such a
save
small
supports.
pool, you know what's coming every single time.
Tusk
So
is just a
find safe
frontline
combinations
save,
that can
and
at least play into
Shadow
it.
Demon is a
Duracho,
backline
he
save.
played, of course, Alchemist, but it's getting banned out. I think like Razor is going to be pretty good for Duracho if you could pressure in lane. If you push back 33, I just want Celery and Duracho to have kill threat. If kill threat independently is available, that's when the twin gate gets opened up. You then make moves, and I think that's what maybe Gaming was missing a little bit in that previous game.
It could be that they were missing that. We're talking about adaptations being made, and of course it is Gaming Gladiators that lost that first game, so they will be focused most on making adaptations. And even though Team Liquid won, I do want to focus a little bit on those first 10 minutes, because Team Liquid winning, great, but I'm sure they did not like feeling like they did in those first 10 to 15 minutes, Lacoste. I'm sure they're going to try to avoid that.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, they were, what, 7K goal down in the first 11, 12 minutes, so they will try to punch back. A little bit of a misplay. Sometimes it does happen. You know, Nisha solo dying to Ricky, underestimating. I'm not sure if he played as many times this matchup. Casters also talked about it. They didn't see it in a really long time. So sometimes these forgotten heroes, you tend to be surprised by what they can do, especially with the small buffs throughout the last couple of months that did happen.
I think that's a hero that they will think about for sure, especially if they get Nisha that puck in this game too. I would not be surprised at all to see Ricky banned out in that final phase, because even though Gaimin did lose, they showed their hand there. Like, that it was an incredibly dominant first 15 minutes. In 4 Liquid, they just did a great job at bouncing back. The 2 heroes they had on their side lanes, Nature's Prophet and Visage, are just very good money printers. Visage with a couple of kills any comeback fight is just topping the net worth. Nature's Prophet, when he gets kicked out of lane, he has that ability to just be anywhere he needs to be. The enemy jungle, his jungle, he can find the farm. So I think that Liquid at the moment are feeling very good about themselves looking into that game too, and they're not going to make any gameplay adjustments, just draft adjustments.
Yeah, I could see a world where Gaming respect the Nature's Prophet a little bit more, put that into the ban phase. Maybe even we see the Naga Siren that's been banned pretty much in every single game of TI. That might slip through in one game, just to put a little bit more respect on 33.
And you think it will slip through in favor of who?
Probably Liquid will be picking it up.
They will be picking it up.
Potentially.
Okay, we'll see. I don't know if Naga Siren will make an appearance, as this is the most dominant hero that we've seen over the last 2 weeks. But we're gonna find out what is coming our way.
Naga is just too strong. She got like a heal, a 10% heal from the song. And that real, you don't have to buy agonyms from that.
Gaming Gladiators Grand Finals Game 2.
What is coming our way for game number 2, Effie?
I got a little too excited there, Shooters, but for a game-in, I think
Cold
that
Liquid
they
Band
really
Brood,
do need to give
Sand King,
Durantio a hero with a better timing.
Lone
The
Druid,
reason why
Alchemist,
these
that's
semi-carry ranged heroes like
all the
Wind
broken
Ranger,
heroes
like
that
Lina
Gaming
have
Gladiators
been so
comfort
popular is
pick.
they get that Gleipnir timing and then they have kill threat around the map. If all of this damage is happening in the first 15 minutes, you want to carry that within that time can take advantage of it economically and be able to join the fight explosively.
If they want to go for a carry, I would not mind to see Wind Ranger for Durantio. If they want to go for a support, Mirana is still available, so they do have a ban into a pick. Either that or
Wait, are
take
they gonna
Shadow
actually
Demon,
pick
'cause Shadow
Naga
Demon
Siren
played
this
by
game?
Tofu, always a treat to watch. This guy
Grand
is making
Finals.
some insane
It's
plays,
always the
hunting
Naga
people
Siren.
down.
Well,
Every Grand
there is
Finals.
Naga Siren, and it will be
Damn!
on Gaming
Called it.
Gladiator side, T-Gov.
Fair play. So the logic of this one was, I feel like this is where, when you get to a grand finals, the heroes that always get banned, they have to appear at some point, because there is like the respect of the game. And here, Gaming, they have first pick, they ban the Village to the Doom, the Naga Siren's available. I was wondering maybe they could give it to Liquid, pick a hero themselves, but
Okay,
instead,
Mickey's trying to
they
go
take it,
for
Liquid
another
instant
Nature's
response
Prophet
with the
game.
Nature's Prophet.
Naga Siren is so hard to play
They
against
gotta
her.
know how
She's
to
been
shut
banned
down
almost every
Nature's
game
Prophet.
For a reason. She has such high armor on lane where she doesn't lose trades. She provides map play with her
Gaming
illusions where
Gladiators.
as a position 5, she can push out whichever lane that she chooses. And then she has the ultimate reset tool in the game.
Mickey's just
That
too
Naga
strong.
Siren with the shard is
He didn't
it
get
just
he
flips
didn't
two
get
fights
shut
over the
down
head.
last game.
And like T was mentioning, we saw that the Kunkka win rate against Liquid is good for that reason. If they can prolong these fights, find that reset, stop that timing of their aggression, kite out the fights, should be good for gaming. So I'm surprised this Naga was given away.
I mean, of course, the facet as well, very strong. With Deluge, you reduce status resistance, you know, push waves, like we said, with the damage. Like, it is really obnoxious to play into. But there is a world where, like, if the game is too quick, then sure, Naga, she likes a little bit more of a, let me use my song for that one big fight. Let me, you know, get the vision from multiple opportunities to skirmish. If the game's too quick, it's like you're not always gonna have song every single fight. That's why I think Liquid insta-pick their Prophet, because the speed in which they can play with this hero, they can eat through, you know, one ultimate from a Naga Siren. Like, it's not gonna be the worst. That's why I think gaming need to respect that inevitable pressure and have more heroes to protect Naga, not having to be the only hero to survive the fight, or at least, you know, disengage from the fight.
Getting
Naga
banned.
is also
I
a hero
mean,
that can stop
Monkey
some of
King
these
is a
pushes
mid hero,
while
but
creep cutting.
got denied
Those
too.
illusions, you cut one creep wave, maybe 2 of them. One of the reasons why the hero is so popular is you get quite a lot of farm. This is one of the most farm-heavy position 5s in the game right now, I would say, and also one of the reasons why this hero is the most contested hero of the international.
And another strength of Naga is Ensnare is such a high value disable at level 1. Like, this hero's kill threat comes online very early on lane. So I'd like for Gaming to take advantage of this setup with the Ensnare. Like, with one of those Durantio turret heroes, even a Lina could be really cool here. Just any kind of follow-up damage to make it so that Naga isn't just a song.
Team Liquid always
Shadow
like
Demon
one of
being
those
picked
like
up. Team Liquid
save
got
heroes.
one of the saving supports again, as we do have to note that once again Tusk is left in the pool. Gaming Gladiators have the chance to pick it up themselves if they want to at this point.
Yeah, that's the key thing here. Liquid, they have
SD
the option
Tusk.
to go for Tusk or Shadow
It's
Demon.
always
They
those
have to put Shadow
saves.
Demon in a higher priority because
The
of what we've
backline
seen
save
in the last
support and the
couple
front
games.
line save
If
support.
Gaming are to pick Tusk, then they've got double melee supports. Naga can't really find, you know, too much pressure on the map. Tusk, it could get a little bit clunky. Hence why I think
Centaur.
Liquid hedged their bets, went for the Shadow Demon. If
It's
Gamer
a
don't
good
pick it up,
counter
they'll
for
take it
Shadow
themselves.
Demon.
And also Shadow Demon is the anti-ace hero. If you're playing against ace, he's gonna have a trillion auras. With the Shadow Demon Purge, you can just remove that on a single target and take them out early.
Yeah, but not in this one. Centaur, he has, with the Stampede, this is the statement. This is not anti-carry. Shadow Demon ulti, we don't care too much about it. Once you pop it, we're going to be able to reset. You also have Naga Siren. So Gaming Gladiators looking forward to see some of these more prolonged team fights.
And once again, they're respecting what Naga Siren can suffer with, because they're picking heroes who, in theory, should be independent, not requiring heroes to help them out. Like Centaur plus ranged hero, when you get Centaur to his first cheap item, you can leave him on an island. He can play by himself, and that's when you make other moves. And Enchantress, how many times have we seen Enchantress just free cast the spells? You know, Impetus constantly, Dragon Lance, Moonshard.
Yeah, they got like
a
a frontline support, which is Naga.
At some point,
But is Naga actually like a frontline?
No, I
Feels
will
like
say
Naga's just gonna
that
throw in
Naga
Seer
Siren has
and
been
just gonna
incredibly
click really
popular,
in,
but mostly
real
as a position
in.
5. And you are also
And
right, it is normally Celery that plays
like
the
a
Enchantress.
mid-range
So
support.
which one would you like to see bumped up in priority?
course,
As
Tusk,
once again,
obviously.
The Tusk in the hands of Team Liquid. So they got the double
Bristleback.
saving support, and they follow that up with the 33 Bristleback or Mickey Bristleback.
Yeah, but with this draft that
No,
Liquid
I
have
don't think
crafted, it's skirmish,
Nature's
skirmish,
Prophet
skirmish,
is
run at
already-
you, run at you, run at you, and there are no stuns on the
So
side of Liquid.
Nature's
So I want
Prophet's
to see
already
Gaming,
+1.
with this 18 pick, exploit the lack of stuns
That's a
and go for a
33
Storm or a Puck
Bristleback.
themselves. Something that can have free reign at later parts of this game.
Slight concern potentially for gaming. Competitively, Tofu, the last time he played Enchantress was in 2023. Before that was only a game, 2019. He's only got 4 pro games on Enchantress. So it's not as if it's like a specialty for Tofu. And I feel like Naga Siren is always going to be the 5 position.
Is that a Centaur
Unless Tofu wants
horn?
to bump it up in priority. Again, I feel like Naga needs to be the 5, Ench needs to be the 4. But yeah, Tofu's going to be pulling out a hero that he's not too, at least competitive.
Not too.
In that case, you can always just have a support swap. Like, you can have Celery lane bottom. He doesn't necessarily have to go top if you are committing to playing this Naga Siren on Tofu.
Sure. And now the counter-aggression pick with the puck. You want to try and prevent that movement from Liquid. My concern here, where is the damage? When Liquid gets to like Bloodstone, Axe on Bristle, and Prophet has his BKB, what stops them from just walking down the lane, hitting the tower with a tree, Tusk and SD saving? There's no real kill threat coming out from gaming.
Get that Luna for Duraccio. I mean, you need bonus damage. She provides that damage to the entirety of your team. She's going to be a strong on lane versus Bristleback. And it'll give them that early tempo to play on. Also, like I mentioned
see
earlier,
Murta in
no
the
stuns
chat.
for
I
the
think
puck,
Murta
so I
is
do
pretty
think that Team
strong
Liquid need
against
to draft a
Bristleback.
failsafe and means
But
to stop Quinn if his game starts to get out
I think
of
it's
hand.
enough.
I feel like I'd prefer to see like a Monkey
Yeah,
King
Muerta.
type option for gaming to take a little bit more fight. I'm worried like a
Luna's
a bit
banned.
too
Luna.
slow, where after lane you
Lina
play
and
to
Luna's
jungle,
gonna get
and
banned.
there's no real map play to be had.
Definitely,
Invading
'cause
stacks, invading, like contesting is a key
Gaming
thing for
Gladiators
gaming, at least in this
actually
one.
lack a damage.
I wouldn't mind seeing some stunners from the mid lane for Team Liquid. Earthshaker definitely comes to mind. You're playing against Naga. There's going to be a lot more illusions. Instant stun against Puck. This is something that they did play once or twice against the same matchup. The other one is Tiny. I think this hero also works because you want to have some extra burst damage when it comes down to the Enchantress. Avalanche, great tool against the Centaur. And also you can toss somebody into the team. Bristleback is not answered yet.
I just realized, yeah, Monkey's banned, so well. But that type of hero, and along that line of that type of hero, Ursa banned out as well. We haven't really seen too much Ursa, but
I mean, Ursa is
they
not
are
actually
respecting
that
the
strong
core.
in this
What
draft.
if this
I mean, why
core
they're
just
scared?
blows up our Bristle? If we don't actually end the game in 25
They got
minutes,
height. There's
does it not
Tusk,
get pretty
there's Shadow
scary? And,
Demon.
yeah,
Shadow
they're
Demon
banning out these heroes
just
that
purged
have
the
that X factor,
Ursa.
that comeback
Ursa's not gonna do
potential.
anything. Should have banned
That
the
is true.
Luna
Voxel
instead.
Tusk is pretty free win.
I like the Earthshaker idea you mentioned, low cost or DK for Team Liquid. Just that stun, that ability to play off of an initiation that doesn't come from your Tusk will simplify
Ban
the game
Void
for
Spirit.
Liquid. It will really go a long way.
Nisha wants Void Spirit this game? I don't
Well,
think
let's see.
so.
They have got still also half a minute left in their bonus time, where they can decide not just what to play, but what their game plan will be. And what Duraccio is going to play. That is the main question. I just want to get this out. Naga Siren, there's no chance it's going to play it as a core, right?
No,
there is
she's
a
not.
chance.
This is gonna be
I just
there is.
It's been a long time since Naga
Yes.
has been played as a core.
Another option for Duratio could be the Alchemist. That way they can play the Eng 5 and then just experiment. Okay, the DK
Dragon
does come
Knight.
out. They stole it.
There is a chance, but
They took it away. I think this is excellent. And now
against
they have a carry on Duratio where he just buys Blink Dagger first,
think
which
it's
is the
just,
item
like, too
timing we
strong.
talked about around that minute 15. Runs in with his team, has the ability to take
Bristleback's
the
too
towers,
strong
has
against
the ability
Naga,
later on in the game
and
to
Nature's
outscale
Prophet
the
strong
Nature's
against
Prophet.
Naga.
Yeah, this was a good game.
But
where there's two types of Dragon Knight, right? You got the Falcons type Dragon Knight, which is the high-speed Blink Orchid,
Dude,
or you
nice
have the
Silver
scaling
Edge.
Dragon Knight with the Armlet into SMY, and then you get like Daedalus Satanic, and you become the unkillable Red Facet DK. Potentially this time around, I'd like to see him go greedier to become the true core of the game, because if they do go active, they still have damage issues early on. So I'm hoping, for at least gaming's sake, it does feel like a flip on the script. They aren't going to be the aggressors on the map. It's about how
Just
quickly
Prophet
can you
versus
scale while
DK.
dealing with Liquid.
They're
What
both
you're
tower
describing
pushers.
is
Tiny.
some K1
Yeah, I want
type
K1
of
Oh,
level
Tiny.
DK.
Yeah, because he was staying 5k ahead, and Tiny comes out. Good solution, as we mentioned.
Three
The
strength
great against
heroes
Puck in the
for
lane, you'll
Team
always have
Liquid.
some kind of a stun cheap as well. Blink Dagger, this is something that they have been lacking. I see a lot
I think
of
it's a
speed
battle
on
of
side Team
survivability
Liquid
now.
again,
They're
and
trying
I
to
think
like
they're gonna
enable
be hitting
Mickey's
an earlier
Nature's
timing.
Prophet,
Mickey
so
on his Nature's Prophet,
he
the
didn't-
double
he doesn't
save
get
again.
jumped.
You can make quite a lot of stacks with these heroes, and Team Liquid so far in this tournament has been top 2 teams when it comes
Tiny
down to
Toss,
stacking.
Airlines.
You have Tiny who can clear the stacks, and most importantly Bristleback. I think 33 in this one takes priority, because once he gets down to his item timings, you did mention the Aghanim Scepter, the Bloodstone, SNY, that's going to follow up later. I think this Bristle has a pretty free entry to the game.
I think we've got Celery on Enchantress. We've seen him excel on that hero. We have Quinn playing versus the one threat of the Avalanche Toss, Tiny. This should be a really great puck game if he gets a few support rotations to mid. He's got a bone to pick with Team Liquid. I think Quinn will take this game too.
Duratio has to ignore his team in this game. Stop playing the active carry that you've done in the past. I need you to focus up. Just hit the creeps.
Team
become the
Liquid.
K1
I think Team
of
Liquid
Western Europe,
really
and
has,
make
like-
sure that when the game gets
I'm not
tough,
sure if
you've got
Naga's
3,
really
4 big
strong.
items to bring to the fight. If you're not, then yeah, Liquid are scary as
Because
ever.
Naga has like
I
a
can't
4.
wait.
Wait, what the fuck happened?
CY.
Yes, we are here yet again with CY. CY, thank you so much for taking time with us. Now, we've been in this situation
kind of disconnected
before,
a little
but
bit
a
there.
little different now. It seems like potentially a new Liquid. Were you guys kind of taken by surprise in that last one?
Not really, I think. I actually think we did a lot of good stuff. I think we messed up some stuff as well. And I kind of brought them back in the game. Like, Visage gets a lot of gold, obviously, with the Facet against, like, when he starts getting
Is
a
this
lot of
going to be
kills.
like a good game
So,
for...
in the end, it gets pretty hard eventually. But I actually think it was our game.
They wanted Team Liquid,
Absolutely.
Tiny.
Now, in a situation like that, where you believe that you got the game and then it kind of
Let's
got away
see.
from you, what was it like in the booth? What did you tell these guys to get their heads back in the game? Because this isn't your first time in a grand finals, and you got to get their heads on right.
No, I mean, like, I told them that we actually did the right thing, and, like, I think we comms well as well. I can hear the communications behind the scenes.
In one hit.
So I think everything is, like, good. I think we just try to run it back and, like, stay focused and calm and logical, and I think it will be fine.
Maybe
Absolutely. You know, they say loss is the best educator.
No, there's a
you guys
DK,
seem to
so-
learn a lot on that one. You stole the puck, you banned the Doom, you denied
just
the
go.
Dragon Knight.
1,000
These
plus.
guys have learned a lot from you as well. Anything left to learn about this team since we've seen you so many times before against each other?
I don't know, honestly.
No, it's more like
Well, we'll have to see.
man.
All right, fantastic. Well, congratulations so far. We'll see how you do. Bump it up,
Let's
my
see
man.
where
And
this
we'll get right
turn-
in to game number 2. Let's throw it to our wonderful casters.
I feel like Team Liquid has the
Thank you very
edge
much,
here.
Sarge. Yes, it's time to get into the
But
action
I
of
wanted to
game
trust the
2.
Naga
Folks,
support.
some crazy stuff going on in the draft.
But there's
this time
Shadow
around.
Demon
We're seeing
Tusk.
for Liquid. They get that support
Let's vote
duo
for, like,
again, the Tusk, the Shadow Demon. But over on the side of
7,000
Gaming
for Team
Gladiators,
Liquid.
the Naga Siren gets through. A hero that's been banned over 100 times this tournament.
It's crazy how so many adaptations happened in this game, right? It's 0 common heroes that Gaiman was playing from the last draft. Liquid, they get 3 that they played last time. And those 3, they did look super strong. Boxion and Tusk in particular was kind of running the show, made them just come back in that game after that 7K deficit that they had just with some clutch saves and aggression. And yep, I mean, we'll have to see if this type of gaming strategy ends up working, because it is a bit different from the style that we've seen them run in some of these games in this tournament.
Already seeing here setting up around the early action. No one going to find any fights off the back of the first bounty runes. But yeah, what do you sort of make of gaming's overall direction this
Bounty
time
runes
around
is
then, in
awesome.
comparison to what they went for in game
Forgot.
1?
More scaling. they're going to be able to just play the game to the later stages and stuff like that. I feel like that last one is a very standard. They want to snowball out of control with this Underlord and Chen and just completely dictate the pace of that early first 20 minutes. But yeah, Liquid
Gaming Gladiators at
this
the
one
edge.
Feels like they can look to stall the game out, play more about that economy game and stuff like that with the DK. Just is it going to work is a bit of a question. Because Liquid, they did switch things up as well. Even though they have 3 common heroes, they bring in this Bristleback that's not been played too much throughout this tournament. But I was looking actually just before this game started. 33 has been kind of playing it in quite a bit of pubs.
And is it anything specific about the Bristol right now that you could imagine 33, is the reason why 33 feels good about this hero in this meta?
Yeah, I mean, you're able to fight super fast. You thrive off of stacks, and he's playing with 2 of the better stackers in the game, the Shadow Demon in particular. And he's just able to park himself in front of towers and defend maybe some of these early aggressive moves.
Level 1, though, could be a little bit vulnerable. The snowball save's going to come out for now, but 33 still getting brought incredibly low here. I mean, they're trying to bait one another in. Maybe Duracio's the one getting baited in. Have up to, what, the 3 stacks of the Quill Sprays there, so Duracio had to be careful. Both cores getting harassed very low by one another's team supports.
They make the call though, Box. He's like, all right, maybe there's a little bit of a hard lane to just play straight up. He's going to try to at least pull this wave on the side here, and it should be successful. Mid, Quinn, we'll see how he handles versus Tiny, another hero that's not been played the most throughout this tournament, but a standard counter versus the puck.
Yeah, one that historically we've seen Nisha have some explosive performances on. See how well he's able to I imagine potentially get a lead in this mid matchup. How does this work? We saw obviously switched around last time, Nisha being on the puck, and Quinn playing like the melee hero with a hard-hitting right click. Is it also a similar case where Tiny can have a little bit of an edge early on, or is it not quite the same?
Yeah, slight edge in the denies, but it's a very skill matchup, right? I think I've seen either of these players kind of win, depending on just a couple of these few early CS and stuff like that. Because Puck overall, the beauty about this hero now is you just get so much extra healing when you're playing in the lane just from this Puckish, this innate ability. You're able to just walk in, tank tower hits, dodge spells as well too. So every phase shift actually heals you pretty massively.
Looking down at the safe lane this time round from Liquid. They're going to try with a bit of setup. I mean, Ace has got a lot of poison stacks upon him. Shouldn't quite kill him, but at least it's going to force him right back. And Sania having to be careful as Tofu tries to push forward in return.
Oh, and this matchup actually in the mid lane, something really interesting is, of course, you can dodge normal spells, and also the tree grab. I think Nisha has to be careful every time he throws the tree at the puck, because if you dodge that one, you actually get 4 times the amount, because it's a spell projectile. Is what it looked like, at least. I believe he healed for like 100 or something when he threw the tree and dodged it. I'll keep eyes on see if that mechanic actually works like that, but...
So far in the CS in the mid, it's proven to be pretty even.
Yep.
In performance, 16-1 on Quinn, 14-3 for Nisha.
Yeah, and pretty solid stuff. And also, one thing that we do get to see, which I think has not really gotten through in too many of these games, it's this Naga Siren. And it's not a 5-position Naga Siren either, which is very interesting to see. They do want Celery playing this Enchantress, but
top lane.
Interesting.
Quite a few Quill Spray stacks onto Duracio. He's
5
got back
Quill
off.
Spray stacks.
The heals for Celery coming in. I mean, you feel both teams here, Liquid and Gaming, really trying to push one another's cores to the edge, to the limits here in this laning stage top. Just the question is going to be who's the first to fall off the back of these back and forth fights between Duracio and 33.
Just have to be careful because it's such explosive damage that can come from a Bristleback out of nowhere. And they do have a Healing Lotus on the Tusk as well. So if you do get over-aggressive, overzealous, they could just pop that Lotus, get an extra Quill or 2 out. So you do have to be a bit careful on the side of game and how aggressive you want to get on 33.
Team Liquid.
But Duracio, he's farming good. That's the important thing. So 21-4, and he is pretty much full HP.
And overall, do you see Gaming Gladiators maybe having a bit of a better plan for dealing with mid-K if the fight started to get out of control? Because we saw last game, despite that early lead that Gaming Gladiators had, when they started to sort of slip behind, there were so many fights that mid-K was just able to find prime position to sit in place, turret out that damage, and get just this incredible net worth lead. This time, do they have better answers to the safe lane Prophet?
I feel like they actually had,
this is going to be a
some really good heroes
3-0
versus the Prophet in the last game, to be honest with you. So I'm not 100% sure, but they do have good ways to get on top of him and burst him down to more control, I would say, than that last one.
Team Liquid back in TI7.
So it's tough to really say, because the Shadow Demon and his Tusk, we saw what they were able to do to just stop enemy's aggression if they were in the good position, which after the first 12 minutes, they were always in that right spot.
Not for sure, and if anything, we saw how well Liquid supports were able to get the saves off in a game against a smoke screen, where Ricky was involved. This time that's not there, so it may even be that little bit easier for Liquid to pull off these clutch saves when Gaming Gladiators start making moves for the cause of Liquid.
This mid matchup is hype. I mean, it's very, very even. Just 100 gold difference between the two of them.
They're going to hit sort of levels at a pretty similar pace here in the mid.
But the puck can stay sustained a little bit easier, I would say, at this point, just because of that constant healing that's coming out. So Nisha actually does get pushed away from the lane.
They're going to go for Duracho. Straight away, they see that he's alone. The TP comes in from Mickey. Duracho's got
first blood
for 33.
Heads up stuff, and immediately we can just TP back to bottom. Love it. Mickey tried to do this that last game, too. Early TP around that 4 or 5 minute mark. This time, it works out just a bit better. And 33 now, top of that net worth. DK Enchantress lane, usually a lane that it's pretty difficult to bully, but if you're going to be able to bring the numbers like that, it is beautiful.
And in terms of the Naga Siren, right, one of the edges, right, with this hero is the presence in the lane. I mean, the question is, has Tofu been able to do enough in this laning stage? Because looking at the farm, not really caused any slowdown for Mickey.
No, and most of the times when I've seen this hero played so dominantly, it's because you're playing with that ranged core in the safe lane. You're able to abuse either this ensnare plus reel-in combo with the deluge, and you get some early kills. So, yeah, definitely going to be a different kind of approach from Tofu and see what he's able to do. Right now, it's just him using mirror images to kind of block camps and manipulate waves like that, but it's not really having the effect that maybe they wanted to in this bottom lane. Yes, Ace is farming, but you're not really putting pressure onto Mickey.
So Duracho looks like he might want to go for an early move down towards the bottom.
Oh, this is cool. They're actually bringing 4 heroes. So I guess this is the way they want to pressure because they don't have the best dual pressure. They want to do this, but Boxy's reading the movement.
Liquid seem to be relatively prepared for this potential play, or maybe they're just going to look to go aggressive first themselves. They do. They go straight over towards Tofu. They're going to get the follow-up stun as well from Ace. This could give Gaming Gladiators the chance to fight back. Celery.
The actual Centaur stun, but Boxy saving him with an Ice Shard.
Tofu with the Naga Siren illusion, but Mickey's still able to get around, get back to safety. So yeah, Duracho didn't want to be a part of this.
Dang, 2 Centaur.
Farm up top. So Gaming Gladiators,
Paid
as soon as they lose
Centaur.
Tofu there,
Centaur's
they
cousin.
to make that sort of wraparound play.
Oh my god.
It's gonna get stolen. He's able to just take down away.
Mickey.
He's got no way out though. He's got no way out.
Does he see him? He's sneaking.
What?
He's actually been able to juke perfectly outside of vision. I don't think Tofu's seen him at all.
Celery, they see this with the scan. Celery's trying to catch him up, and Mickey's just waltzing past them.
They saw him.
With the mic
Enchantress.
he doesn't get away with this,
Surely
Mickey.
not. Ace is looking to get him now.
Yeah, they're going to put an end to him here, Ace. I don't know if he can do some crazy sort of sprout play. He tries, but the Quelling Blade's there. Ace will be able to slowly but surely catch him out and cut him down. So he gets the wisdom. It does cost him his life.
I mean, 2 wisdom runes though.
Always painful to lose these wisdom runes. They're not really the most, I would say, the most level dependent supports on the side of Gaming Gladiators though, right? The level 6s aren't really that impactful from either one of them. Yes, the Naga song later on will be, but early on, them actually missing out on that XP might not be the most atrocious thing. Because sometimes it's like a Snapfire that doesn't get a 6 super early, but these two, yeah, we'll see what type of result it ends up happening. Of course, the supports on Liquid, they're going to be super happy, and they're going to be very high level. So Boxy, he's already level 5.
And in terms of some of the individual farm we're seeing, 33, he's getting quite a scary bit of space up top.
Sure is. They're going for the surround play bottom. Duracho's got involved. Mickey.
He's trying to TP on top of Duracho's found him. On top with the Dragon Tail. Gaming Gladiators, have they got any further cancel
4
for
people
the TP
here.
Mickey? They don't, so they'll have to turn and sell for Boxy. Liquid, they get Mickey out.
Well, I guess they'll sell it for Boxy there.
It is a Stampede plus a DK form to at least try to pressure tower and get a kill. Just get a support. And yeah, like
He's
said,
just
in
like
the meantime,
teleported on the
33,
T2 tower.
he's just doing maximizing mechanics.
Yeah, he's massive.
Yeah, he's just pulling creeps into jungle creeps, stacking them up as much as possible. This is going to be an absurdly fast
skirmishes with Queen over there.
And we see the progress between the 2 mid laners. Nisha and Quinn continues to be
they haven't
incredibly close.
ganked yet.
Dead even. Literally 8 gold between the 2 of them or something, or 9. My math was bad.
Like 1 lasted.
But yeah, looking at 33, you got to sort of ask the question, Gaming Gladiators, what's the plan with regards to this Bristle? Because at the moment, 33 is on track to get one of the faster Ags timings you'll see on a Bristleback this patch.
I imagine it's just to get a really, really farm DK. Maybe at some point the Silver Edge later down the lines can be something they look for an answer, but
that you'd see is from K1 Hector.
This type of crazy type of farm
Bristleback,
besides that,
33, he's also top net worth. 5,000 gold net worth in 9-minute mark.
Speaking of very farm Bristle, he does still have those stacks to go back to as well, which I believe is like a double stack and a triple on the Ancients.
Yeah, that's insane. Actually, if things continue like this is going to be a completely insane Agadim's timing. This game for 33. He's just
definitely
half the way there.
I've seen Hector do that,
but in a very, very solid time. And across the board, though, the 3 cores of Gladiators.
Somebody has to like.
Do have the tools to make plays. Definitely on heroes outside of the Bristle.
Fastest
So we'll see what
farmer ever
Gladiators
is
look to make
K1
their
Hector.
moves. and just in general look to see if they try and check out this area and get some information.
Tiny toss, airline Celery got ice shard. He got. Is he gonna die? Oh.
And with the burst coming in as well from the snowballs,
they're trying to like
not
save.
Get Celery out in time. Same time up top, Duracho's
trying to like.
33.
I don't think 33 is gonna die. 33 is too strong.
With these two heroes, there's just not a chance. Even with Quinn being present, he knows that using a Dream Coil there is just not going to do a whole lot at all. This Bristleback is very unlikely to die unless they bring all 5. And even at that, it might not still be an easy job.
No, absolutely. It's going to be till later on.
You gotta buy a Spirit Vessel for him. But nobody's a Spirit Vessel buyer.
At the least to be able to stop and hold that.
Okay, Tiny. Tiny's also too tanky. They're trying to like catch Nisha, but 1,000 HP more, use a magic wand, avalanche toss, but nope. Quinn is in trouble. Can you even
break away? Have they got anything to stop it? They have not. So Quinn able to dance safely back to the side of Celery's Enchantress.
Almost had the vision there from Nisha. If he was able to get that toss, the phase shift and everything was actually down, could have almost maybe gotten that pocket. But they're going to smoke instantly, even without the coil at the ready. This is a very unexpected move that could catch Liquid off guard here. They're going to throw the scan.
Let's see what they can find. Mickey would be the ideal catch.
I mean, they have this deep ward.
It's already at 12 minutes, I guess. You're going to get Aghanims in 12 minutes?
That ward was literally right outside the sentry range.
Yeah, this is a solid play here from Gaming Gladiators, but it will get shown now. So TPs do start to come through.
Okay,
Mickey.
Mickey.
These two can't get the burst off in time to kill him off. Mickey's going to come in with the snowball.
They got Quinn
from Boxy, and indeed they just turn and kill Quinn off.
Boxy was that was the fastest TP I've ever seen. It was literally before they even showed on the smoke. It felt like that was crazy. He's on point with this Tusk.
It looked like they were going to get away with it as well. If it weren't
Gaming Gladiators got to ban Tusk and Shadow Demon.
Mickey's doing some really cool little stuff.
They got to ban supports
this
now.
Tree for extra damage. It's actually kind of neat. Just this GG branch with his innate. Actually, very cool. I don't think I've seen many people do that. I was wondering why he was just randomly dropping the GG branch, and I'm like, oh, very cool.
The farm continues, and indeed, this Bristleback, 33. He's completely out of control.
Aghanims, 12 minutes, called it.
12 minutes, I believe.
Shit.
That's insane. And he's got the Voodoo Mask.
Yeah, the spell life steal's already out on top of it.
Overall, looking at the lineup of Gaming Gladiators too, nobody really wants to build a Vessel. I mean, Vessel's kind of a dead item right now, but no one wants to build Vessel, and Shiva's is not going to come down for ages, even if it does come out for something like Puck. So definitely going to be some problems that they have with this Bristle.
I mean, for Gaming Gladiators, what sort of item timing or strength do you think
more
they're
like a scaling item,
to
but
make their move?
It's something that could shut down Bristleback.
I feel like it's a very different strategy.
You gotta buy Vessel.
Usually they're around like
it's the earliest
like
HP regen reduction item
from either side. Let's be
for
honest
the early mid game.
So definitely a bit of a different kind of style game that it could lead up to these like late games, which I think we're all looking
forward to. I feel like Naga needs that, but Naga needs to buy something like Greaves right now.
This one could get pretty late game if they end up playing just for this farm.
Nobody counters Bristleback.
It looks like they want to. So Liquid definitely have a way to set tempo though. They have this Bristleback who's massive. They can force objectives very early on. And that's what it feels like they're going to start doing.
Not much, except
Nog
Siren.
See how much they can
but that's
force,
for Nog Siren
gets to a point
supposed
where
to like counter
20,
Bristleback.
25 minutes in and the Bristles at the high ground.
With the Bloodthorn.
Gaming Gladiators are going to have to come in with some sort of answer.
Naga Manta.
That's definitely the ideal play the Liquid wants to do is pressure.
They caught Mickey Quinn. Is it going to be enough? Everybody's there.
There's no saving
3
in this
people.
side. Gaming
Not
Gladiators
everybody,
get the kill, but can they get out?
Nisha trying to like aim Puck.
Both Nisha onto Quinn and Celery. Snowball over
He's Puck gonna get away, no.
They're taking Quinn out.
Walrus punch. The fish punch. Hey! Oh my god, 33s! Oh, the school, the Aghanims school spray.
And the more advantageous ones,
it's too much.
Four heroes
The
down
freaking
here, so it's quite a bit expended. Duracho would be happy to
that freaking demonic purge is just like.
Liquid
it's kind of like
quick reactions that they've been able to do
like
here.
has
a very large
like
separation
a low-key stun disable.
The amp damage rune already finished up onto him. Or amp damage is
his
on
Centaur couldn't even move.
Pretty early on, so the scaling is also going to come from Nisha.
It's just taking that little bit more time and just being that bit more hard.
He's holding the demonic purge, holding him in
off
place.
The back of his Dream Coil plays.
He has to just be so careful.
Nisha got
this type of explosive damage.
double damage.
Always going to be a bit of a problem
man.
And Boxy so far, no matter what lineup he's against.
33 is just farming the enemy's triangle. Damn. The hard camp and the ancient camp. They really don't want the enemy team.
They've got the TP coming
Nisha?
Indeed, Nisha.
This is...
Slowly playing
I don't
around
think...
with Celery. They've got the numbers here. Insania, Boxy, Mickey, the whole team pretty much
Celery's gonna
starting out
die.
to get another kill on the board
Walrus
here,
punch.
And the crazy thing in the meantime, look where 33 is. He's just occupying the enemy triangle, kind of challenging them, telling them to come at him because he knows he's pretty much invulnerable unless they bring all 5. Buys an early shard as well too, so he's got the hairball even stronger. He is a big problem. Dyrachyo is farming, but he needs a couple bit more items before he wants to be able to join versus this Bristle. Armlet, S and Y, and then yeah, we see that Silver Edge is gonna.
Dang, Nagasarman's so broke.
That's gonna take time, and Liquid, they can thrive
15 minute,
2K
net worth
advantage with this early Blink Dagger, with this aggression. They can play with the Tusk.
Looking for the setup around the mid, Liquid.
Oh, dang, Nisha there.
He's able to get the setup straight away. They want to try and burst through the Enchantress. The heals are up for Celery. It's too much damage though, Liquid. They can get pretty much any kill that they jump for right now. Mickey's ready to lead in for more. Looks towards Quinn, but the orb is back up.
He's slowed down.
They've got it. They absolutely have to.
Nisha toss, avalanche.
The Stampede doesn't matter. Nisha still able to close the gap and take Quinn out.
Liquid's playing too fast for this gaming strategy at the moment. Yes, Dyrachyo is farming, but everybody else is starting to fall further and further behind.
GG.
They haven't been able to really involve Tofu either. I know he's just sitting back,
wait, what?
Trying to get some farm going, but
win
they
probability
can't
is still
avoid
50,
the fights that Liquid's
57,
bringing to them.
43.
The timings are accelerating fast. And they're losing access to so much. At 33, he just keeps taking away these Ancients. I believe they've been stacking some Ancients on their side, cleaning them up too. So they're farming, it feels like
it's going
70%
down.
of the map. Gaming under a lot of pressure here.
That Silver Edge, as you say,
wait,
cannot
what?
come any sooner for Dyrachyo.
Came back
yesterday, really.
Is it because of the draft?
Once it's there, that will be the big test of whether Gaming Gladiators can bring together a fight to slow
Is DK really
down.
strong against all these Liquid heroes?
Is
something that we had to see later on.
He is getting closer and closer to
I
having
don't know,
his big
man.
item. He actually has it. Sorry. So Gleipnir's already done. So
DK is too slow to farm. They had to like.
Could really
if
struggle in the damage
Gaming
department
Gladiators want to win this,
push
they
them off
gotta
these
take this
towers
to the late
or
game.
that early rush. Because Liquid feels like they have
Because they do
options
have
right
like
now,
the
how they
better
wanna
late
pressure the
game
map.
though.
Oh yeah, they're ready to get in under the tier
Especially
2
the
tower.
DK.
Nisha sees a chance to jump. He's going to be
DK
straight
just
in
like
for it. He's got an
slaughters
arcane
everybody
rune
on
in the bottle
the
as well.
Liquid heroes.
He's got that phylactery, so that burst damage, it's there.
But
They're gonna start to hit this tower here. Tofu wants to try to slow it down, but you can see the way that Gaming's postured on the map. They don't want to go for a full-out fight around here.
I mean, Liquid's going to have a pretty good idea that Gaming Gladiators is playing from this tree line.
65,
Quinn and Tofu,
35.
they've just got to back right away up to the high ground, up to the base. There's going to be no defense outside of a fortification here. They'll push them back temporarily.
45 on that toss.
Oh, they actually lose the train
Pretty
there.
strong.
Bit of miss micro.
Quinn, again, sort of having eyes on this area.
They really
of the map,
wanted to
but
defend tier
he can't
tier
really
2,
start
but
anything right now.
nah.
All they can sort of do is just sit back and
They gotta
watch
wait
whilst
until
Liquid takes
DK
these
gets
towers.
farmed.
It's so dangerous for him to step up. Just this tiny pick, it's honestly working wonders to just not allow this puck to have any type of opportunities in the map to split things up, going to get any type of that extra farm. Quinn is very poor right now, bottom of the course.
They're really looking to be all on Dyrachyo.
Yeah, it definitely is right now. And look at the position.
Celery.
He's trying to find desperate places
Oh
to farm
my
with this
God.
board, and they will find him again.
You just can't hide on the map right now from Liquid. They will find you.
I
Firm
feel
control.
like
Roche
Celery has
soon on
like
the
the
menu.
most
Maybe they'll
deaths
wait
right
for it
now.
to shift down to bottom, but
0-4.
They really feels like they can kind of go anywhere right now. And of course, 33, he gets the Vampire Fangs.
Fox
I know
level
Sand Kings have been the
11,
ones
oh
kind
my
of
God.
thriving off of this one, but this is definitely one of those other heroes that can become pretty much unkillable on top of already being unkillable. This just adds an extra layer.
Yeah, they've just not been able to slow him down one bit this game. It's just been completely free for 33. It's 19 minutes so far.
And Quinn, he got spotted for a second there, his orb. We'll just be able to split it up.
They just have to keep so much distance between themselves and Liquid. And even at that, as we're seeing Liquid, off a good setup of Mickey TPing in and getting the catch with the Gleipnir, they can still find kill opportunities. So Gaming Gladiators, they're having to play so cautious right now.
They're just, this is probably one of the, I think this might be one of the first times I've seen this tournament that Gaming is just full out split farming. They don't really want a full out fight, but Nisha now shows.
See if they can punish Nisha here on his own.
He's got a regen rune.
Backup is coming over. I don't think they're killing this Tiny. Nisha's ready to turn things around.
Tiny.
Gaming Gladiators, they've got to run. Quinn, it would be able to jump down to the low ground in time. Tofu comes in with the song.
Oh, shoot.
And that may just be enough to save Ace. Indeed, Ace will get out. Tofu able to make sure there'll be no casualties this time for Gaming Gladiators.
Look how much they just expended, though.
They have no damage. They need DK on the team fights, bro.
This tier 2.
They're not killing strength heroes.
It seemed like even if
they're not killing these
I don't know
strength
if they were
heroes.
getting him there.
Oh, okay. They used the I mean, this is their high ground glyph. Oh. This is a dangerous one to use at times when you are behind like this.
Let's see how much Liquid want to push it. Tower's gone. They're going to be tempted to maybe take the Tormentor
Take the
first.
Tormentor.
Should be able to get that pretty easily here with 33 on the Bristle. Yeah. There's going to be no struggle taking this one away from Gaming Gladiators. So Tormentor for Liquid, just a shard there for Boxy.
They used the glyph. They're forcing because this glyph is on cooldown.
And I mean, we talked about what do they do when 33 on this Bristle is approaching your high ground at 25 minutes. I mean, it's happening at 20 minutes.
I'm sure Jenkins is
They gotta buy Diffusal Blade. At this point, somebody has to buy Diffusal Blade.
I've got the blink now on Quinn.
I mean, they're strength heroes.
For action, it just
they gotta buy
seem
Diffusal
appealing.
Blade.
No, they need the next item really on Duracho, but the items are just flirting it too fast from Liquid. Roche, it's up if they want to go for it, but they're still looking to apply pressure around here, at least deny away this Wisdom Rune.
And at the same time, just making sure that they keep the efficiency up Liquid.
Absolutely.
Nisha continues to clean up stacks in the jungle that are being made, and Mickey just finding completely free space on the other side of the map, far, far away from any chance of Gaming Gladiators getting out and finding him.
And Liquid's Tricore is looking beautiful. And overall for Gaming Gladiators, they kind of
supposed to buy Diffusal Blade.
For this
Nog
DK
is
because
a
of how hard the
support.
Pucks game has gone. Yes, Pucks can scale,
They gotta.
but right now Quinn is in a very dangerous position versus this Tiny.
Duracho tries to get out with this early play, but Sentry's
Silver
already
Edge.
laid down. They're already prepared for it. And of course, at this stage, still just the Shadow Blade alone. It's quite a bit more until he's got the fully fledged Silver Edge.
Yeah, but you gotta buy
farm
Diffusal
has to
Blade
continue
too.
for Gaming Gladiators. Quinn.
They want to. Liquid just wants to force it. The glyph, it's still on cooldown for some time.
If you can't remove the mana
maybe
from this
Gaming
Bristleback,
Gladiators
they're
have
just
to let
gonna
this
knock.
set of racks go.
It might feel like it, yeah.
It's a tough call to make, but in reality, what do you have right now?
You can't
to stop this push?
bristle. You cannot touch this Bristleback.
And Quinn's here, but outside of an illusory orb, that's about it really when it comes to the defense. Tofu just nearly getting cleaned up by the Nature's Wrath.
What? Hey, their axes are just gone.
They just don't have the defense right now. They don't have the answer. They have to let Liquid take that full set.
Nisha almost killed Tofu.
Dangerous times here
That
for the side of
freaking
Gaming.
phylactery is
It's pretty
doing
much
damage.
all on Duracho at this point now. If the Silver Edge is even gonna matter now, because like you said, it's a tri-scaling core lineup here for Liquid. They can go back for Roche and look to probably continue this pressure here.
And they just have so many saves as well. If Duracho is able to kind of get in and start off the action on a core, it's incredibly likely Boxer and Insania, they're gonna get the saves off. Sure, Gaming Gladiators, they've got some ways to get to the back lines between the blink of Ace and the blink of Quinn. But finding both of Liquid supports, it's not going to be easy.
No, and it's the thing is too, is just these heroes are not squishy by any means too. I'm just still looking at damage. Yeah, they'll have break, let's say, right, for the DK on this DK for this Bristle. But Tiny has 3,000 HP. Bristle also has like 2,600. The Nature's Prophet is also incredibly tanky too. They may be able to focus fire on one target, but it feels very difficult for them to bring down all of these heroes. And Liquid is also, they've been gathering Lotus's own. So on top of having this tankiness, they have a greater healing Lotus as well in the Shadow Demon to limit even more of that damage that Gaming Gladiators is lacking. They're going to keep this pressure going.
There's literally no Diffusal buyers for Team Gladiators, but I still have to say that in chat.
And Gaming Gladiators, they don't want to lose even the supports at this point, just try and stop the bleeding.
Glyph is back up to Duracho in a dangerous position up here.
There's no way DK would buy.
It's going to be another objective that Gaming Gladiators, they're not going to want to do anything about.
There's 4 minutes still left on this Aegis too. Liquid can look to continue pressure. They do have to address the lanes a little bit here, but Mickey, he can always just back up and join his team.
There's no time to buy Diffusal Blade at this point of the time.
The strategy right now is working beautifully from Liquid.
Anti-Mage would have been the perfect hero for this game.
Right, so a Shiva's on a Centaur. They need to try to fight and push this back. They cannot lose another set.
These are the two big item timings. Ace with the Shivas, and now Duracho with the Silver Edge. They're going to try and start off the Aegis very quickly. They'll be able to take the Aegis out of 33's hands.
That's the one.
Foxy and Mikhail
33 already got bursted there.
Tofu using the song. Gaming Gladiators, they're going to consider if
Are they really going to commit for this one?
To hold back. They'll step off to the side of the fight for now.
Nisha?
Oh, he's going to get caught by Onyx, then will get dragged to the side by the Drinky, but it's
Three coils. Oh.
trying to bring the damage. They're doing a lot.
Celery got a good impetus. Oh my gosh.
33's gonna get pumped up by the heel of the Lotus there.
They don't need no fucking diffusal blade.
33 will be able to back away, but
oh, Quinn's going on. Amy Insania.
They're in onto Insania. 33 and McKay, they're looking to bail out.
They got 3.
Can he get us off in time? He can't. The two cores will get out, but Gaming Gladiators, a successful
they hold.
defense. The big items come in just in time between the Shivas
Silver
and the Silver Edge.
Titanic.
Gives them that extra bit of power to push Liquid back.
It was exactly when they needed it. If they didn't get these items pretty much at that exact moment, these racks are going down.
What about the win rate probability?
To catch Liquid off guard,
69-31. That's a nice number.
Blink forward, gets himself caught in no man's land.
We'll see again here.
Like, watch this jump from Nisha. This was very, very dangerous. Because it just puts his team in position where they can just get gone on afterwards, and they have to kind of react to try to save him, and it ends up setting up Quinn with, I think, a 3-man Dream Coil.
Yeah, immediately what Duracho finding him with that Dragon Tail stun as he gets caught in the front. I mean, just that whole sort of start where Tofu uses the song to allow him to back
freaking
off.
pull from the Dream Coil, the cleave from those 3 frontliners.
Go that little bit too deep and make that sort of aggressive play.
The cleave is doing it.
What ended up happening.
If that wasn't his Sven,
Gaming Gladiators taking away some of that lead.
It's big. That's what their lineup was about. It's not the standard Gaming Gladiators lineup that they usually go for. It's a much more scaling one. They do need to be able to protect themselves for these next... I mean, the pushes are going to continue coming, so they just have to be prepared and make sure that Duracho stays at this top net worth.
Because, yeah, I guess that's the question. After that sort of defense, you know, if you're Liquid and you get pushed back like that, you don't have the Aegis anymore. You're going to have to wait a long time until Roshan's back up. What's the game plan? Can you afford to sit back, or do you have to keep your foot on the pedal and go again?
I think you want to keep your foot on the pedal. It's probably just playing around like one of these extra BKB timings, though. When you see that type of pressure play come happen, you're like, okay, our Tiny will go BKB probably, and then also the Bristleback just to be able to force
I guess it makes sense, because you just want to like keep pushing the waves as fast as possible.
He still went a little bit greedy.
And you need those cooldowns to push out the waves.
But they do have a triple BKB timing, so I'd imagine, yeah, they still want to look to pressure. Gaming,
and it makes you a little bit tanky too. That soul booster.
Yeah, 425 health or something. More confident now to farm in some riskier positions on the map.
I'm wondering if he does want to go down this Satanic route, or if he does feel like he wants even more damage.
Do you want Daedalus first, though? I feel like Daedalus should be the first item,
outside of the base that could lead them
maybe
into the possibility of pushing for the high ground once more.
It's the item that you had to like think about. What's the next item for DK? Is it going to be BKB, Daedalus,
bottom lane is always going to keep pushing it because of that early rack that they got.
Do you need...
So looking to swing and catch somebody, but Gaming...
Do you want sustain?
But
there's the Naga Siren song that could actually heal your 4% of your health.
I guess the question is if
for like
they themselves want to go for a play in return. They do have smokes available on Celery.
I'm a Naga,
but
I don't.
Nice little 7 seconds going up top with this Dark Troll. They will use the glyph on the side of Liquid to stop it.
What level is Naga?
They do want at least deny around this Wisdom Rune again. They want to fight on the side of Liquid with Gaming. They are smoked.
That position for Tofu, position for Naga though.
Dragon form to come back up for Duracho.
He's literally
the
lowest net worth.
Kind of combo
I guess
in with the ending of that smoke.
And look at the neutral item.
Wants the damage.
I mean, he's just jacked up on the armor. He gets the Craggy Code. Not usually the most ideal for the damage potential, but he's sitting at 45.
That's another Wisdom Rune for Team Liquid.
Two of them coming out from Team Liquid.
For sure.
Team Liquid has to close this out now.
So even though they were like
Team Liquid,
for now Liquid
was dominating the whole map earlier.
The minutes close in towards the next Roshan respawn.
Difference.
And by the looks of it, I think Liquid, maybe they do just wait for this to come in return, as they know after that last attempt to push high ground, it didn't go too hot for them. Got to be very careful about how they go for it again. They're regaining that lead. We're starting to see that net worth grow once more, back up to a 5k lead for Liquid with these more passive moments.
Always inside the base, though. It's more dangerous than those like outside fights when you're diving, committing forward. So around that Roche fight in 2 minutes or so, that's probably what Liquid is looking for, like you were saying. The BKB still stalled out from Nisha.
Damn.
Nisha did find himself
59-41.
Looking at some of these
the Silver Edge touching onto 33. He can. The
Silver Edge.
to follow things up.
Save.
snowballs in, and Boxy's ready to help turn things around. TP comes in from Mickey. They're going to look straight over.
Everybody's here.
Try and get the squish kills first, and with the BKB.
But Mickey has a BKB, and just like...
Tofu's surviving for this damage. Mickey's not got quite enough to kill Tofu
What?
off. And Tofu, he's able to get away. Liquid the turn towards Ace instead, but the Stampede's out.
Ace.
Sprout's there to try and stop him. He cuts his way out, but Boxy's got the
On your blade mail, bro.
One more who stop off, but he'll fall. Now they'll turn
Diracho.
Liquid trying to surround him. Quinn looks to
Oh
jump
my
the
gosh.
Semi-fragile on this DK if they have those numbers. And now a 10,000 gold lead, they can look to barrel it down. They can look for another lane here.
They certainly can. No need to necessarily wait now for the Roshan respawn. 33 at level 20. Storming down the mid here. And Tofu's trying to cut sort of the waves with the illusions, but Liquid can quickly clean through those.
Bloodstone's about to be finished.
Mega creeps
so
incoming.
You kill him yet. You killed him the once on the Aegis with the Silver Edge. The Bloodstone's going to make it a lot harder. Quinn trying to stall things out. Backdoor kicks in for a second here.
Now they really don't want to have to use Duracho's buyback. 20 seconds until he's back, and they've got the fortification. So they should be able to push Liquid back without the presence of the DK.
But another flurry of items going to come out, and I believe they also lost their gem in that last engagement. Celery, he had it for, what, 5-6 minutes or something. Now they have it on Insania. So overall, all these wards that gaming did place with that type of outside movement, they're all gone. So the vision is completely gone from them. The map is dark. And that Roche, it's going to be potential soon.
To set up
Let's see how
Roshan
quick
soon.
the spawn is. Gaming have to be prepared.
McKay's got his next time done
responding
the full
now?
Silver Edge. So in a
Nope.
situation where we saw, that
1
last
minute,
team fight, a bit of a messy
24
start where
seconds.
they were trying to focus Tofu, but they didn't quite have the damage to bring him down. With that extra bit of damage
Roshan
the
gonna
Silver Edge
respond
brings,
soon.
should be a little easier to dispatch at the supports during the Song of the Siren if Mickey gets his BKB off first.
And now they can, to be honest with you, they might be able to do initiations onto a DK. If Duracho shows himself aggressively, there could be a toss back, a break, and this DK will look very fragile. So big damage increase coming out from Mickey. Gaming have to be positioned down here. They have to be ready for the Roche spawn. Trying to get ward control.
They absolutely want to contest
They
this.
smoke. Trying to contest the ward there. 33.
They've got the vision.
Smoke pop. Nisha went in. Oh, and Puck. Puck survived. Celery.
He's got to get out.
Are they going to survive? No. Celery.
Celery, he'll try for the TP out. They got anywhere to stop it. They don't. So Celery will live, but that's Quinn out for a full minute.
It's no hesitation. The second they put the ward down, it's an instant jump. They got dropped, what? It was like 10% HP just from the combo from Nisha. There's no way that gaming can react in time. That Roche, 15 seconds, but they'll have more than enough time to get it.
And we're seeing multiple times as well, Boxy, with the blink, he's now
so quick.
more than ready to catch Quinn after he's tried to jaunt out with the Illusory Orb. It's always there with a follow-up, Boxy.
And even though Quinn, he does have like Defiant Shell and all this little bit of extra armor and stuff, he is still just very burstable from all this damage that Liquid has at this point.
Yeah, massive amounts being done by that Nature's Wrath from Mickey. As the farm continues, as he's ready to now swing over towards that Roche pit. I'll pick up another Aegis here.
Just realized Mickey's just 0, 2, and 12. He's just the assist king this game with those Wrath of Natures.
Yeah, the highest kills they have right now. It's all on Boxy.
It's all on Boxy.
He's got 7 kills right now, 7, 2, and 6 on his tusk.
Him and Nisha have really just putting a hurt onto Quinn. This game in particular, it's every single time Quinn showed, they double jump him and he's either dead or put in a position where he just can't really fight afterwards. The fact that Nisha got Nemesis Curse also does make it a lot harder for Quinn to survive that huge burst damage that comes out. They do have Duracho with this Daedalus, but it's no defensive items really for him whatsoever.
I like it though. It's all in on the damage.
It does, yeah. I mean,
all in on the damage
toss
here for
avalanche
Duracho.
though, yeah.
It is really a 4 protect 1 in the utmost, so he needs to just go all in on this. And this next fight, it's probably the most important one for them.
Daedalus.
If he gets to freely attack, you cannot underestimate how much this dragon's gonna hit hard.
And they have the buff ups, right? I believe Tofu did finish a Flads as well. They had the Solar Crest from the last fight too, so just throw everything onto him and hope for the best.
See what they can get. This is gonna be into 33's Aegis.
And 33
Incorrect.
Bloodstone that was finished up on top of the other items that he's got now. He is even tankier, and there's a double save as well too. So they need to find the back line. They need to do some crazy type of simultaneous initiation.
Let's see how prepared Liquid's for this, because Liquid's going to know that their creeps are pushing all the way up to Gaming Gladiator's base, and Gaming Gladiators, they're not doing anything about it. So Liquid, they'll know that they're out on the map.
They got the scan. Oh, puts him on the cliff.
Wait.
Okay, he's going to get dragged back down though, Boxy, having to make sure that 33 doesn't get stuck in any awkward spots there on the cliff.
Mika's taking the base.
Ace has got to put the
Ace
stampede.
just
They've got to try and get out of this because Quinn
Nisha
is caught by the initial combo.
trying to
Tofu
get
does
Quinn here.
have
Oh,
the potential of the song
dang!
required to get Quinn out of this.
Boxy,
I mean,
fish
the song was
punch.
going to catch on to him. The song comes out.
Damn, song comes
It's
out.
going to be enough to allow time for Quinn
Wait,
to get
Mickey
away from
died.
this. Yeah, he's out with the blink. Tofu
How?
coming in clutch with a save, but indeed at the same time in the
Jiracho
base,
killed
what happened?
Mickey.
He took the racks. I mean, he got caught because of the Invis DK sneaking around, but he got the objective, so well worth it for him to be able to get that racks.
Jiracho in the mid.
Oh no,
He
Nisha
wants
is
to try and finish this job off. Quinn is
Big
big
coil.
coil. Nisha has to put the BKB and run. He's too low to want to stick around for this one.
DK.
Liquid gonna look to reset for those 60 seconds. Gaimin can't quite take advantage after getting this kill on the Nature's Prophet. Yeah, losing another set of racks when you're at this deficit is painful.
Yeah, the rack potential as strong as ever.
Always.
With this Nature's Prophet, especially with the amount of farm that Mickey has.
Red though.
They'll certainly be looking for that sort of play again and respect Gaming Gladiators.
Dang,
They've
so that's
gotta
why
be
Mickey
prepared for
died.
it.
There's only
I wasn't looking at the minimap.
If they can set up a successful trap for the Nature's Prophet, it could be the beginning of Mickey's demise.
I don't think Mick is going to go for some type of play. I think now it's like he's going to join his team and look to go for the press.
I think it's going to be Rats
He
though.
doesn't need to take that type of crazy risk. That one was just, he tried to seize an opportunity because he saw a couple people. It was just a nice move from Duracho to catch him off guard there. But Liquid, I imagine when he respawns, they're just going to look to group. And we'll see how Gaming can fight back for it. Duracho's damage is definitely there if he's able to get these attacks off. New neutral items soon too would be quite nice for him. I know the Craggy gives him some defensive capability, but we all want just full out aggression for Duracho.
Yeah, going to go straight for that Ags after the Silver Edge, and now over towards the Tormentor. They'll be able to take this one. The smoke comes out from Liquid. They want to make the most out of these final couple of minutes of 33
Naga.
2 minutes remaining on it.
What's the?
Quinn has to be careful of his positioning.
What's the
So
shot
much
for this
burst damage
Naga?
if they see him.
Is it the solid? Yeah, it does.
If they
It
do
does
get
increase
the chance
it.
to jump him. And Quinn, he's not going to play to take any chances.
Adds
He's
mana
back to
regen,
base.
4%.
Joining the squad. They're smoked up.
Creeps are being cut at the moment in the mid lane, but the top lane pushing in. Nisha
They
and
are
Boxy
smoked.
both ready for potential initiation. It's just going to be the illusion for now, baiting some of the
Nisha.
Smoke didn't break.
Nisha with the smoke didn't break, so it didn't commit the toss.
Just likely to sit a safe space away from Liquid here. Nobody wants to get caught by the jump of
33,
Nisha.
there's still
33's
ages.
gone for Greaves of his own. I mean, that's very interesting. Just extra little aura. Drinking buddies.
Drinking buddies. Quinn's going to try and jump in with the waning wrist onto the three.
Centaur got, oh my god.
The Avalanche trips him up. The Dream calls down, but the BKB's popped by Mickey. Now back off for now here, Liquid.
33, standing his ground.
Jiracho
just
just
sort of
got...
impenetrable brick wall between Liquid and Gaming Gladiators.
And they did get the tower. Did get whittled down from these constant hits
The
from the
DK
trade,
got
from those tosses. Does
half
eventually
health
die.
from that Shadow Demon and
DK form
Thistle
was
Bag.
used as well too, so there will perhaps be a little bit of a window.
Soul
if
Catch.
Liquid wants to siege once
Soul
that
Catch,
DK
though?
form goes down.
And we'll see how strong they feel with the last seconds or so of this
It's called
Aegis.
Disseminate.
Duracho.
It's like Soul Catch though?
He's going to try and start the action in Turan and see if they can take down 33 quickly. 33's dragged out to the side. Disruption comes out.
Disruption comes
They're
out.
going to keep 33's first life alive a little bit
Boxy.
longer as 33's able to back away. In fact, now he's
Oh,
ready to
Quinn
move it. He pops
went
the block
in
down.
and
He
oh
heals
my god.
incredibly up. As Celery's been burst down, has to buy back here on the Enchantress.
And Boxy's still alive.
And they've still got 20 seconds on 33's Aegis. Taking another
Nisha,
stun
Avalanche Dash.
Can they even finish him on the once? The snowball comes in from
Everybody's
Boxy.
low.
The song comes in from Tofu. Tries to get Gaming Gladiators back to a safe spot. Quinn's able to jump away here. Tofu bailing the team out.
Drinking
The Aegis
buddies.
is about to get taken away from him. So 33 will get tossed back to safety. Liquid, they'll pull back with the Aegis expiring.
Only Celery.
Is Boxy living all these moves? He kept himself at, what, 10% HP, it felt like, for 30 seconds. That was a lot used there from Gaimin. 10 seconds till DK form.
He's in with the opening. We don't quite have the damage done again. The disruption
again. Centaur is gonna die.
Centaur incredibly quickly. Ace is gone and he doesn't have buyback.
The saves every single time. One final racks remaining.
Gaming Gladiators had to
Can they
freaking
continue holding on? Liquid, they'll
ban
back up and reset off of that.
2
They
saves.
will. I think a little bit of a sigh of relief there for Gaming Gladiators in a situation where they don't have their Centaur Ace for 50 seconds. Liquid are going to actually pull back away from them and not try and continue the push quite now.
So many of these
Aghanim's-
fights, Gaming's just getting caught from what I think it was a
Oh, I
3-man
think
have
Aghanim's
a
is just
toss
so
there,
bad.
then Wrath and Nature comes through, and multiple heroes are just at
Should've
sub
bought
50%
VTuber or
HP. It's
Satanic at
scary
this
for them
point.
to commit afterwards. And these two supports on Liquid, they have to be addressed. Somehow they have to start getting like extra silences or something because the saves, they're perfect. The disruptions are coming out almost instantly.
nobody's
The
jumping
drinking
the
buddy
backlines,
snowballs,
that's the
etc.
thing.
It's there just too fast. Gaimin have to try to stop this.
I mean, on paper, you've got to imagine it's Quinn on the puck that's got to find the position to disrupt the disruptions effectively, put a stop to these sort of plays coming in from the back lines.
Aghanim's, but he didn't go for the
BKB. Item, so
man.
Mind breaker from that neutral item, of course.
That's
and
gonna
yes,
cost
the Aghanim's finished up, so a bit
these
stronger
guys.
and almost 25.
I mean, I don't know
Quinn
about
well,
Ags, man. Should have bought like Heart of Tarask or
so
something.
maybe, like, even these little silences
At least Heart of Tarask gives you extra strength and HP,
Still very
and the
difficult
strength
for Gaiman.
is equivalent to damage for Dragonite since he's a strength hero.
And Liquid, really, with how long they were able to get
just doesn't feel right.
get the action going throughout the end of that Aegis. It's getting close.
Even
to
though
time
it's a
where we
level
will
4
see Roshan
dragon.
pop up once more. And Liquid, with this sort of lead, maybe not too much of a reason to take too many risks. So
I think they'll wait for that, Roche.
I think so too.
Duracho trying to do some sneaky plays here, but he's caught.
Duracho, he's alone.
But the backup is there for Duracho. Duracho's able to bail up to the high ground.
Ace and Quinn, they're trying to like aim fucking Shadow Demon now.
Nisha, eyes over towards Tofu.
The two saves. They got no save now. Nisha, can they get Nisha?
They've got nothing to stop it. He'll get away,
Oh!
but the song's up to put a stop to the escape of Mickey as Gaming Gladiators surround the Nature's Prophet. There's no save left for Mickey as Gladiators hit back hard.
That's what they need. That's what Gaming Gladiators need. They gotta jump those two supports first.
He's got the whole team.
I mean, DK was aiming Tusk and Puck, and Centaur was killing Shadow Demon. Is it really worth it?
That is
I guess it's worth it.
Does not have that buyback. Not yet. 500 gold away. He probably doesn't want to use
Bristleback
it anyway.
and Tiny.
We'll be able to stall things out a bit here.
It is okay. Still 1 minute and 45
But
seconds.
Shadow
for
Demon's
Roshan,
back.
So when he's back in, Liquid will have the full lineup back in force.
That could have been a pretty crucial moment. If it was one of those instant spawns, Gaming could have potentially snuck
Check this out again. I mean, you're absolutely right. Duracho, just kind of going for the bait play here, and Liquid, they kind of take the bait.
And they took the fight too. I was watching Mickey attempting for some split push potentially. It seemed like sending his trade, but he made the call to join. So they thought that they could probably take this fight, but overall, positioning from Gaming was a bit too superior with that song that isolates Mickey afterwards. And the damage from Duracho,
everybody has
pretty
BKB.
Scary.
And Mickey,
They could have gotten
just not
Tiny
lasting
too.
quite long enough to allow him the safety to escape. Comes to an end, and Tofu's got the answer.
1 minute till the rush. They're gonna
When
check
is
it
the
out. They wish it was up
Pierce's
immediately.
spell immunity? Is that the
20
Aghanim
seconds,
still?
Mickey. Liquid still got to make the smoke out. They don't have the same information, so they've got to at least get something. They've got to poke
What's
their face
Tofu's
there
next
to
item?
see. AC was finished for Nisha.
I may have the net worth lead.
This
but
Vladimir's
Gaming
forced out,
Gladiators
okay.
certainly have the position advantage here.
Duracho.
He's going to fight 33 to start things off. He's
They
gonna
got
try and
33.
overplay. There'll be
Pop got
avalanche.
the avalanche dodge.
He's got to be careful.
You got half health already. Ace, they're trying to aim those fucking supports. The save. But Puck's already dead. Buyback. Naga Sarvin's dead.
Snowball over towards Celery, but Boxy had to blink out. Still alive somehow on this task. 33, Pops the BKB tries to perform.
They're trying to aim Duracho now. Nisha and Mickey, all of them. All the cores are trying to like 1v3 Duracho right now.
They can't traverse quite as easily.
He's in trouble.
breaking away from them, but they've got the chase down.
DK dead.
With the sprout, and Mickey bringing in the damage. Liquid, they push for the fight. They get the
Quinn,
top
oh
down to
no.
Quinn. He's run out of orbs to jump to. He's got it back up in a second.
Oh, what?
And the crit comes in there hard from Nisha. Quinn.
GG.
Back on him.
Quinn choke.
Liquid, they push for
Quinn
the fight.
choke.
They take it, and they're straight into the Roche pit.
Nobody else is doing damage but Duracho. At some point, he just can't do it on his own. These 3 tanky cores, they sustain through all of it. With that buyback coming in, Quinn actually buys back, TPs to the top outpost, and goes through the twin gate to try to get involved because he got picked up.
Oh my gosh, the Quinn choke, the dieback.
Was absolutely absurd. It kind of read the play and broke that initial go that Gaming wanted to get to try to pop Duracho. And there you see Quinn, he does get punched up and brought down, so they have that number advantage for a good amount of time in this fight.
Times in this game, we're seeing Boxy just living on a slither of health.
Unbelievable
And getting to play out multiple sets of his abilities. And this gives them the
die
chance
there.
for Liquid to re-engage. And at this part of the fight, Quinn, as you say,
Nisha, Mickey, and 33. They're just trying to kill the fucking DK.
It's not like it's his outpost bottom.
What is Quinn doing? He's the nerves.
Seconds or so to
The
re-get inside that fight. And now
nerves.
Mega's been claimed. Liquid, they have 45 seconds.
They're pushing on.
That
The
is
fortification
that
comes
tiny Nisha
40 seconds in which Gaming Gladiators is going to have to try and defend without Quinn. Ace looking for the lead, but he gets caught immediately by the avalanche. Bounces away the Ogre Seal.
Centaur is going to die. They're not. This GG. Nisha's damage and Mickey. Oh my gosh. GG. The tower damage of Tiny and Nature's Prophet is just too strong. It's too high. Not even Glyph Fortification could stop that.
Living on slivers of HP, but at the end there, these avalanches from Nisha, he's reading the moments that they want to capitalize on getting these type of chain stuns to bring down this Bristleback, but he has that coverage kind of perfectly.
Gaming Gladiators even recover from
doing it
this.
sort of two incredible
After
fashions
2-0,
well, this best of five. The first game coming
you
in
gotta
quite a
ban
turnaround.
Shadow Demon and Tusk if you want to have a chance
make
against
mistakes,
Team
don't let it
Liquid,
slip away from
because
them.
they are
A couple of times
one
Gaming
game
Gladiators,
away
they did come back with a pretty
from
decent
claiming
pushback,
the
but it
ages
was
of their
never
immortal.
enough to slow Liquid down. And as you say, that kind of drawing to some of these heroes that you're getting through, like the support picks. I can't imagine we're going to see the Shadow Demon Tusk duo get through.
There's
again.
no way you can give them both, and probably at least not that Tusk, because Boxy out of control.
Well, there we go. So far, ladies and gentlemen, crazy stuff from Team Liquid here in this best
But
of
I
five.
feel
They
like
are 2
Omni Knight's
games
gonna
up,
be in the
one game
draft
away
now.
from claiming the championship title against Gaming Gladiators. Can Gaming Gladiators turn this one around? It's going to be tough. 2-0.
If you can't save with the snowball, you could probably save with a Guardian Angel.
It was just about a month ago in this grand finals duo. These two teams were up against each other in a best of 5, and it was Gaming Gladiators that was up 2 games in a grand finals, and they made it look easy. I will say this is a very competitive final so far because Gaming Gladiators is putting up one heck of a fight. But Team Liquid doing it here again in game 2, now on match point in this best of 5. Before we get to game 3, there's so much to talk about, and I think there's one thing I just like to highlight. I think sometimes when we see patch notes, Lacoste, and we see a hero having +1 armor, and everybody's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I think Boxy just proved how important just one different in stat can make. How did he live so frequently in such sliver of HP?
Yeah, Boxy definitely a professional e-gamer that reads patch notes. This guy is playing out of his freaking mind. I did praise him before this game. I've been praising him throughout the whole year. Definitely deserves a praise. And with drinking buddies, or should we call it skull buddies, because he's pulling them out of so many troubles. I gotta point out the support duo, Insania and Boxy, playing the same heroes twice in a row, having Shadow Demon, having Tusk as well. You have this break mechanic, but it's gonna be nullified by both Disruption and the Snowball, so you're not gonna get the full value. One of the reasons why 33 was playing so aggressive into them.
Yeah, and those 2 supports, they went for Blink Dagger.
can't
so
ban
early on.
everything.
You had these double blinks. in a
These
game where
Team
Gaming were
Liquid still
already
have
on
a
the back
strat
foot, making it so
saved
that any
up.
move that they tried to make, the Liquid supports
It's
were there
too
to
late
counteract
for
them.
Gaming
And any games
Gladiators
where you're losing
to
so hard, you
actually
just need
come back
any
from
kill.
this series.
Any kill
I
that
think
you
this is
can
gonna be a
get to get you back,
3-0.
but no, Boxy and Insania, amazing job. But I also want to talk about 33 on this Bristleback. He hit
I
his
got one
item timing
correct.
so early, from a
34.
free lane to being uncontested
Whatever.
in the triangle to showing up bottom at minute 14 with an Aghanims, a Voodoo Mask, and completely popping off.
Liquid, they just have such a formidable triple threat, right? You've got the Tusk, the SD, and the Tiny. At any minute, if you don't execute on your jump, like you said, the saves are going to come into play, Nisha's going to hit a clutch avalanche. BKBs weren't really a thing for gaming too much in this game. So the avalanche, the toss, it was such high value for Liquid to utilize, and you've got to go to gaming. They're drafting themselves into a position of such high pressure moments. You're in the grand finals of TI, you want to get your first Aegis, and they're making themselves, like they're making the fight so difficult. And that's where Liquid is such a strong team. They exploit their opponent's inability to hit the perfect combination.
Can we even
The
see
game's gonna
game
kill
5?
if
I
they
don't
stop
think so.
Into a Silver Edge break, and then you murder. But Liquid, they have the supports, the Tiny, to completely break that apart. So even when there's a comeback on the cards for gaming, they have to hit the perfect spells in high pressure situations. And if they don't, then they just lose the game. Like Liquid, there is no way you give them SD and Tusk in the next game. Like, it feels like it's illegal. Like in this fight as well.
What?
It's, like the DK goes in, they don't get the break for long enough onto the Bristle because they have no follow-up damage, and then it's fully disjointed. Liquid keep kiting back, allowing for the fight to extend further. Puck goes down, has to buy back, but where's the damage? The DK, no BKB, no Satanic available. Like, it's just, he doesn't even have Satanic.
That
He went for the
freaking
Aghanims.
Aghanims is
Yeah,
so
gaming,
ass.
It's such a struggle for them. Liquid are just out of this world at the moment.
They have to split this up, this duo, because it's
When
doing
3
way
of
too
these
much. They try to
freaking
counter it with
hard-hitting
Ricky in game 1.
cores
They
are
have
trying to
something
like hit you,
prepared
you
where
got
you
no
are gonna pick up that
life
shard,
steal
that
to like
flat
come
for
back
Ricky
and
is
just
gonna
like
be
man
something very
fight
good
them. You
against
just
both
have
of
to
these
go
spells,
back.
especially once you pick up the shard, of course. But
you can't man fight.
They try to counter
That Aghanim's is such an ass. And that
Puck
Puck,
not enough. Ace also
it's a freaking choke.
Early on, Blade Mail into Blink Dagger. This is like top 3 Blink Dagger purchases when it comes down to timing. And also Void Spirit. I think this is the key hero that
like,
has
what
been
was
banned
that?
in both of these games. They do not want to give.
I mean, it's still
Quinn a
channeling,
matchup
but
where he's gonna be
is
able
that
to
a
jump
bug?
the backline and kill the 2 supports.
And also, Boxy on the Tusk, he goes for a Halberd. We've only seen 4 other games of Halberd being picked up. The item is non-existent in the meta, due to the fact that when you BKB, the disarm just gets removed. But Boxy, he identifies the fact that against the Ratio, he is everything. He goes for the Armlet build, the Daedalus. Like, if he doesn't have a game, then there is no damage to come out. So he goes for an item that no other player cares about, and it comes in clutch. The Solar Crest, the Halberd.
Did he click
Boxy,
out?
Oh,
It's still
Please
channeling
ban it or
though.
Counterpick it. Don't let him have it.
And on the topic of the Dragon Knight, all of that net worth was on Dyrachyo this game. Often Gaimin would try to make these moves with Quinn and both of his supports, but it just wasn't enough numbers. They didn't do the damage. And typically when you think about Gaimin and they snowball from the lanes into the mid game and just pop off on the map, it's with Quinn +2, right? They play as a ball themselves. This time around, that wasn't happening. Naga Siren was level 3 at minute 7, and Mickey TPs in, steals the Wisdom Rune. And that's one of the hardest games I've seen Tofu play. And Quinn, without the turrets that are his supports usually, without that duo that he's able to play with, couldn't find as many moves in that early game.
So why was Naga having such a hard time? Because I've been told this is supposed to be the most contested hero and banned all the time, T.
Because of the lane. You know, Gaimin, they don't really want to put Enchantress on Tofu, therefore they force the Naga into the 4 role. They've done this before on Tofu, where he sometimes plays Bane in the 4 position, so he plays the 5 in a more greedy style. But I think Gaimin are in their own heads. The TI meta dictates, if Naga available, must pick. I personally think that they didn't need to pick Naga in this game. They could have allowed Liquid to take it, forced the SD to not get picked up because Naga's in play, and you cannot put it in the 4 role. It needs to be the 5 position, opening up the fights with Song, and your 4 has to be damaging and threatening in lane. Your Naga Centaur lane is a passive, non-pressuring lane, and I think fundamentally Gaimin kind of overcooked their draft here. They kind of stumbled into it, and yeah, I think this is probably one of the weakest drafts we've seen from Gaming so far at TI.
Well, lots to learn from that game, and we saw a lot of high fives coming out from Team Liquid. We saw in the previous game, they already had some good comms, some happy moments. I'm sure there's more of the same in game 2.
On me.
Run to me.
I'm tipping. I'm alive.
Can we go fight them?
Focus.
I'm coming from the left, Nara.
Naga will sleep. Naga sleeping. Naga can die.
I'm killing Naga.
I'm going center.
Naga dying. Okay. They fucked up the sleep, guys. This is really bad.
That's center.
Yeah, center. Sprouting him.
DK.
I clipped him.
You're purged?
I clipped the DK, guys. DK. Everyone on DK right now. Fuck, Ench.
Get back.
I'm sprouting the Ench. He cannot be killed.
I wanna get back after this.
Yeah, but he has gem on the... Gem on Ench.
Okay, kill him.
No shot on him.
That's fucking good.
The focus, one by one,
Let's
Team
fucking go at
Liquid
the
is
end.
taking out Gaming Gladiators in that game. And then you hear it again, same as game number 1. Mickey is the one leading the charge, saying, I'm going on that guy, and everybody is following. Now, I know we talk a lot about the Tusk and the Shadow Demon, and wow, we saw 33 Bristle free game, but come on, that was twice in a row with Team Liquid, got the Nature's Prophet as their first pick, Effie. Is he not the problem, the Nature's Prophet?
I think the Nature's Prophet is putting Gaimin in a position where they feel the need to respond to it with either Chen or Enchantress. In that game 1, they picked Chen. In that game 2, they picked Enchantress, because to them, they want a hero that can steal the creep and counteract potential tower pressure. But by doing this, in game 2, they put the Naga Siren on 4, instead of maybe even rotating the heroes around, let Celery go bottom with Ace, let Tofu play it on the 5. No, they overcooked because of this Nature's Prophet. So maybe just, take a breather, take a step back. You can still play those heroes if you want to. You can still let the Nature's Prophet through, but not at the sake of putting Naga Siren in an unfavorable position.
This is the big one. This is the big boy. Didn't die a single time in the previous game. Loved his itemization of picking up this early Aghanim Scepter, because they've been stacking a lot.
Only like
knowing
ages.
That the safe lane is not going to be as pressuring as it should be. So his itemization, Aghanim Scepter picks it up relatively early on. Voodoo Mask, just to have a little bit of that spell lifesteal.
Wait, what the hell happened to my points still?
But this is Bristle's minute 14 inventory. Minute 14, double bracer, arcane, voodoo mask, aghanim scepter. And he went bottom. They were smoked bottom, and this is when Gaimin made their first big play.
Yo, the Twitch points.
With Ace's Blink Dagger on Centaur, got 1 kill, but then here comes 33 with that ridiculous net worth, just comes in with his Ags and just melts Centaur at that point, and it changed a lot too.
Yeah, it's why the game was so difficult. You've got a DK pick into a Bristle that you can never push the Bristle out of lane. You don't really want to contest stacks too early. Then you've already conceded the off lane, like I mentioned, so you're always playing for the comeback. Sorry, so again,
this is the cringiest mods ever, man.
To the laning phase. Otherwise, we could just see a repeat. Liquid 2 games in a row by 20 minutes. They just control everything.
I'm sure
we
that they'll come back swinging in that third game.
Bro,
Before
the
we get there, though,
points.
we're first gonna check in what Tsunami and Slacks are up to.
Yo!
That is right, Sheever. I am here.
Yo, my points, bro.
I love the energy right now.
What the?
I feel, yeah, I'm there too. I'm hiding on the side of you.
This is a split screen.
We're split screening.
Well done.
We're doing PvP right now, Slacks.
Listen up, man. I went and found some gaming gladiator homies in the crowd. Everyone over here is a gaming. What is this? Liquid. Get the hell out of here. Get out. Get out. This is all gaming gladiator fans right here, and they could use some energy. Is anybody out there a gaming gladiator fan? All right. Who are you cheering for? Who are you calling out?
Duraccio, let's go!
Duraccio! Okay. How you feeling? Any advice for the boys that are listening to you in the back?
We know that you can do it. We trust you. Tofu, please. We can do it. 3 matches. Let's
just tell them to ban the fucking... Ban the goddamn Tusk and Shadow Demon.
I'm gonna do something I never do. I'm gonna let you hold the mic. Do not make me regret this, okay? You've got this.
Okay, guys.
Are we standing up?
In Norway, we have a word that's called forsvinn, and it rhymes with quinn. So it basically means quinn or disappear. So can I get a quinn or forsvinn? Quinn or forsvinn? Quinn or forsvinn? Quinn or forsvinn?
Dang, Quinn or forsvinn.
Alright, good luck, Tsunami. Good luck following that up.
That's very cute, Slacks. I like that you found fans. But let me just ask the whole arena. Royal Arena in Copenhagen. Are you rooting for Liquid right now? What more do I need to say, Slacks? I think they did the talking for me.
Boo. That is bull! Alright, Gaming Gladiator fans, one more time. He thinks he's already won! This team thinks they've already won! But we are still here! GG one more time! Are you ready?
Damn!
Alright, forget the partisanship. Royal Arena, are you ready for some more Dota? I guarantee you it'll be a game 3 no matter what, so let's get into it.
Thank you very much, and I know that we've got a lot of fans for both teams in this arena. I think more than anything, though, they are fans of Dota 2, so whether you are rooting for Gaming Gladiators or for Team Liquid, seeing more Dota is never a bad thing. I will say it has happened. Grand Finals where there's a reverse sweep. It's not unheard of. The last time it happened, actually, unfortunately for Gaming Gladiators, Effie, they were on the receiving end of that one in Kuala Lumpur just about almost a year ago.
That was so fun. That was one of my favorite Grand Finals ever. This was versus Azure Ray, who pulled out this great comeback versus their lone druid strategy. And Gaimin, they often are put in positions where they're so dominant, they start to lose a few games, and they kind of crumble. I feel like in positions in these Grand Finals where we've seen them put under pressure slightly, it starts to snowball, because at last TI as well, 2023, they just got 3-0'd by Team Spirit. I refuse to believe, though, Sheever, that it's going to happen again. I refuse to believe we're going to see another 3-0 Grand Finals.
Dang.
I refuse as
3-0.
well. We're going to find out Game 3 what has
God
got
damn.
in store for us. We'll have to wait and see a little bit longer, though. But first, we're going to check in with Purge.
Thanks, Cheever. I want to look back at that game one more time right before the next game starts. And the key hero was the Bristleback, in my opinion. Watch how 3-3 plays this level 1 where he's vulnerable here. He just presses Quill Spray. Nice snowball from Tusk is going to buy him a couple seconds to press Quill Spray some more. And that basically gets him past the dangerous part of the laning stage, which gets him to the 5-minute mark.
They're still
where
the
he's
same.
Pretty much by himself against Duraccio. There was a nice rotation from Boxy. Mickey TP's in as well, and that's going to get him first blood. That's the last time he sees a hero for a long time, because he's basically just Quill Spraying out these lanes. And then, and then what he does afterwards is he starts pulling the creep waves into the jungle to clear stacks.
You gotta
so
buy Diffusal Blade,
this
just like
is the fastest way that you can farm
disabling
in the
them.
early game, and he's getting completely uncontested.
But there's no Diffusal buyers for Gaming Gladiators.
He blocked by Gaming Gladiators
That's
earlier,
the thing.
but they were eventually dewarded. He gets 500 gold from the Ancients, 400 from this large camp stack. It was a huge amount of net worth, which led to a 12-minute Ags and his ultimate rotation bottom. Now, this part of the game is really crucial for what it gives to Gaming Gladiators. By him playing this area, this is a really dangerous part of the map for the Radiant team. Most heroes just don't even touch this area.
This is fucking
so really,
bullshit.
normal safe
My
area that
points
they take
is on 25 because we got goddamn scammed
on the map. Look how much
by
less
Twitch
map
mod,
space that there
Miles
is on
7V.
The Gaming Gladiators side of the map. They just have less resources.
We gotta
to
tweet
collect
that
as
on
the game
Twitter.
goes on. That's solely because he was so stupidly far ahead, and he was playing an incredibly tanky hero. And this ultimately culminates with them collecting more gold slowly over time, and that makes their high grounds even easier, especially when they have those saves to back him up when he does get gone on. So Bloodstone on top of that, Aegis to heal up, he's able to do damage. It just makes their game and their sieging a lot easier. It's really hard to get a net worth advantage against Gaming Gladiators, but Liquid found a way in game number 2.
Thanks, Purge. They did. And there's one thing that we talked about before game number 2. One thing that we said Gaming Gladiator should address. One or the other. They should either try to ban out Boxy or ban out 33. And they chose to do the latter, T-Gov. They chose to try to ban out 33. A lot of bans. We got Doom, Visage, Beastmaster, all removed from the pool. And so he got a Bristleback. And I thought he had a hero pool that was relatively small. Like, they did what we said.
Yeah,
It kind of backfired.
They banned out 33, but then also kind of strategically banned themselves out of even playing the game. So I hope they find kind of some middle ground as they walk onto the stage and they can hear me, so I'll be polite and say, good luck, guys. You got
the mod scam of the
freaking
frickin' Twitch.
All 10 players, the best of luck in this third
Give me my
game
points.
of a best of 5 for Team Liquid. They are on match point. 2-0 up against their nemesis team, against a team that has beaten them so many times in grand finals.
0-6.
Again, was it all just
His Gaming Gladiators gonna get 0-6 again. I mean, not again, but 0-3 again. And completely get 0-6 on TI Grand Finals.
They've been very patient, waiting for ages, waiting forever pretty much. Because last year at TI, they also got eliminated by them. So I think this team is hungry for revenge, and seems like the time has come for Team Liquid. I want to see if Quinn is ready. I want to see if he has a chewing gum in his mouth every single time he does. He's fully focused. Didn't notice it on the camera, so would like to see what he's doing right now.
I'm sure we'll get him on your screen in just a little bit. For now, we're seeing the man that has a chance
na ba ito?
of
Paki
being a
3-0,
repeat
please. Oh my
TI
god.
champion, Effie.
Almost.
He is a problem. I mean, Liquid came in full form today. They came to play. They are increasing their tempo.
It's almost 3-0.
They've increased it by 5
My god, they gotta ban Shadow Demon and Tusk, but 33, a TI champion, he's also too strong for Gaming Gladiator, so they had to ban all of his hero pool. But the thing is, like, Insania and Boxies, the save from Shadow Demon and Tusk, they gotta. Nobody's jumping them from the backline until like the last 10 minutes of the game or something.
Again, the cool thing with 33 is like when we think about our 2-time TI winners, right? It's like the core of OG doing it, this core of Spirit doing it, right? But to be an individual player, to go from one team of Tundra to move to a brand new team, and then to use the systems that you've maybe learned at Tundra, adopt it to Liquid, to then push them to a grand finals, a single game away, like that is testament to who 33 is as a player, as a person, because normally you need, multiple layers of experience to get to this position. So yeah, again, a single game and 33 will book himself into a very elite club.
really does.
They
I
are
wonder,
already
what is the biggest difference that
freaking
we see from the previous
nervous
grand finals
right
that
now.
these two teams played, where the result was so vastly different to this grand finals, Lacoste, because it does feel like we see an entirely different Team Liquid on the stage here.
They learned a lot. They also have a new perspective. We said that KP joined the team, so having some new, fresh ideas, because they were always so close, but had this like mental thing, I would say, when it comes down to playing against Gaming Gladiators. And also meta does favor them. Some of the heroes that are super strong right now, 33, he is popping off. And that's why I said coming into the series that his hero pool looks small, but they also have a lot of heroes that they haven't showed yet, knowing that they had all the 2-0s in the upper
Liquid
brackets
really
and
had
play as many matches as other teams.
In the history of Liquid and Gaming,
a lot
Gaming
of
often was the team
strats.
that presented their strategies, and Liquid have kept adapting. It's like, oh, we need to beat the ace here, we need to beat the the Quinn aggression. But this is like the first time I've seen Liquid make a statement as, this is our Dota. You draft against us. You know, they're confident. They're not coming into the series thinking, oh my god, our nemesis, we have to beat them. Like, they've made a statement in game one.
Zai, okay, so
and game
Zai went to Tundra.
They're picking a CK Ricky in game one. They're going
Gotcha,
for like a
so 33
game
was
2
there.
Naga Siren when they don't really want to play it with a puck, and like everything's just a bit discombobulated.
Blitz is just too confident on his like strategies on the drafts and everything. Blitz is
game and game again.
Blitz got those
And they
papers
are
like
looking
Sam.
statements that T is talking
Sam
about,
from
because
TI8.
They're first phasing Nature's Prophet. They're letting Celery's signatures
TI9.
heroes go through. Heroes that typically counter that hero. They're letting DK
Discombobulate.
go through in games that it looks
What the hell
really
does
good.
discombobulate?
They beat DK 5
I hate
times up,
buzzwords,
100%
man.
win rate Liquid has against that hero. They just eliminated Gaiman's confidence yesterday in
Discombobulate.
that
It's
hero,
always those
and they're
buzzwords
throwing
that
out picks. They
I
don't care
know.
if those picks get countered. They're
Bob, you
challenging Gaiman to play the counter picks, and Gaiman are doing that and losing.
confused.
Yeah,
okay,
I wonder,
they're-
this game that
they're
we just watched,
definitely
game number 2, had that Naga
discombobulated.
Siren in it, the one that we've seen banned for the majority of this event. Being able to beat it, T, surely gives a gigantic strategic advantage for Team Liquid.
I mean, we're looking at the ages. It feels like, you know, they're minutes away from potentially lifting it, and that's where strategically I agree. Naga Siren is going to be a key piece of the puzzle here. Will Gaimin ban it? Are they scared to pick it again? Honestly, if I'm Gaimin, maybe give it to Liquid. Try and show us how, you know, we just saw Naga lose. Try and beat it yourself.
Let's see if they will allow Team Liquid to have that. Let's see if they can 3-0
I just wanted to
grand
see-
finals, or
I see-
if Gaming Gladiator will push it to a
I
next
just wanted to see
game.
those
We're gonna
saves
head into
get
this
banned.
third game.
Said it after the first game. The front line save is Tusk, and the back line saver is Shadow Demon.
Gaming Gladiators Grand Finals Game 3.
It is match point for Team Liquid. 2 games up here, and they will start this game 3 on the dire
Gaming
side.
Gladiators
They will have
banned
their
Naga,
first pick.
but
It
they
is
banned
Gaming
Tusk?
Gladiators is
Oh
Radiant
man,
side, and
they
will
had to
have
ban
their
some
overall
33
last
heroes
pick.
too, because
And it also means that we already know what the Naga Siren will do, and we've seen
why
the
ban
learning
Naga
curve for
Siren?
the Tusk as well.
Why not
Both
just ban the
Naga and
freaking
Tusk,
Shadow
together
Demon?
with
They're
the
gonna
Doom and
pick
the
Shadow
Tag
Demon
Team
again.
are banned in this third game. Team Liquid, they have so far
Goodbye,
banned
Gaming
that Brood Mother
Gladiators.
as well as the
0-3,
and we'll follow that up
0-6.
with Diracho's Alchemist as well.
They first
But
pick Nature's
once
Prophet again.
For the third time in a row, Nature's Prophet, first pick by Team Liquid Lacoste.
This is confidence. This to me says the ball is in your court. Like, you gotta address this. Like, you gotta do something about this Nature's Prophet. We've shown it 2 times
You gotta
already.
do something
You were
about the
unable
Shadow
to beat it.
Demon too,
There's
because
not gonna
Shadow
be
Demon
Tusk
is
this time
saving.
around, so he's not
You
gonna
gotta
have that
ban
extra
Shadow
save,
Demon,
extra
man. Or
damage
either
that could come out. Gaming
Wind
Gladiators,
Ranger.
They know what's up. They need to shift things around, and I like the switch up
Diracho.
already. I think Wind Ranger has shown, and we've also seen from Mekke yesterday. that
But
it's
you
a
gotta
good
pick
game for
Shadow
Wind
Demon
Ranger.
for yourself.
You
If
should
you
pick
didn't
it,
ban
and also
Shadow
the
Demon, you gotta
itemization
pick
that
it for
they did go
yourself.
for the Revenant's Brooch. There are still a lot of things in Dota to be explored.
And it's going to give Diracho
Ban Monkey King,
earlier
ban
timing to
Queen's
play
Monkey
on. It's
King.
gonna give him the
Monkey
ability
King
to
is
go
too
through
strong
the
for the
gate
mid
and
lane.
help his team when
That
the
is
sidelines are going
understandable.
poorly. He couldn't do that in either
Ban
game.
the Lone
Boosted
Druid,
Diracho
because
just
Lone
hit
Druid
the
is...
jungle,
Oh
come
my
out with
god,
a
Diracho is strong
minute
with
15
Lone Druid.
Maelstrom into
But
BKB,
anyway,
collapse of his team
position
to take
1
a lot of
already picked,
objectives.
which
I
is
wanna
Wind
see
Ranger.
that kind of playstyle out of Diracho. We don't want to
Let's
see
go,
him sitting back
tinalo
and
na
farming
nila
in a
si
DK
Tops,
for
hindi
50
ko pa.
minutes.
Yeah, and in the previous game, we saw elements of the strategy come into life for gaming.
Di ako
Liquid
papayag
came
na
to the high
makascore
ground.
yan.
There was points of pressure. Liquid had to second guess how often they could be aggressive. It
That's
was just
Dota
Diracho
eh.
versus the world. So
That's
this time
Dota
around,
nung
with the
game
Windrunner,
3 eh.
Have some elements of, you know, Tofu being able to make a statement, and then when Liquid comes for that inevitable death ball, be ready. Have the tools to try and withstand it. Because
Nanalo dahil sa that's Dota.
And also just hero to hero, Wind Ranger has a very comfortable matchup against Nature's Prophet with the Wind Run, with the power shot to cut through.
My
the spell.
gosh. Oh wait, binan ng Team Liquid actually banned the Shadow. Oh wait, it's because probably they're not gonna get the first
we got
pick.
a Monkey King and a Shadow Demon ban. It is
So after
Liquid
this banning
themselves
phase,
that ban out the Shadow Demon there. So
they
two
don't want to
saving
give
supports that we've
Gaming
seen so far
Gladiators
in
Shadow Demon.
Both games are removed. I wanted to point out that in terms of
because they didn't ban Shadow Demon, they banned Naga Siren, Gaming Gladiators.
But that Visage
What?
is still in.
Celery with the
one that we
Marcy.
saw coming
Let's
out for
see
Team
what's gonna
Liquid
happen here.
In game number 1, Visage is still in, and Tigov, that's a Marcy.
I would love to see Liquid go for a Trend Protector now, but I'll cover that in a second. Gaming though, with the Marcy, we
Liquid
used to see it a lot
Trend
when it was,
Protector,
about maybe half a
Omni
year ago,
Knight's
because
there,
against ranged
Abaddon
cores,
is
you
there.
get that phase boost BKB,
The
you
strong
get a
healers,
Bastion, you lock onto a ranged
Oracle
hero,
is
and
also
they don't
there.
get to play Dota. They get, you know, half HP, 100 to 0 by the support. It also amps up the Windrunner, and
hold on.
it does take a bit of time.
I gotta
but
open
it's
my
the
Dota
impression that
too.
gaming
I gotta
expect. Liquid though, like I
fucking-
said, the Trend Protector, I'd love this here. The Overgrowth against Windrunner, you get Maelstrom BKB, Overgrowth, you're now nullified in the fight. Wow.
Visage.
The speed in which Liquid wanna
Visage
play.
is here.
It's the same for every single game. Visage gives them that extra gold. We've seen game 1 that Visage, even though they were 7k gold down, all it takes is one good fight. Suddenly your net worth is going to skyrocket because of your facet. I want to see what the pairing is going to be if they want to go for another melee hero. So far, Boxy, the only melee hero he has played in the tournament has been Tusk, but Boxy also has different heroes that he can bring. I think Dark Willow is going to be probably contested as well when it comes down to Boxy, because what Wind Ranger wants to do, she wants to run in, and it's
Wait,
gonna be
this
hard
is
to
so
maneuver.
broken.
That's
I
why
didn't know
Clockwork is also gonna be a
Visage
strong
had
pickup against her.
You're also
facet
comfortable
that's
putting this Clockwork on
gives
Boxy if another
only
yes.
gold.
support presents
This is
itself, and it creates a good lane.
bonkers.
With Visage. On the
They
topic
got
of
Clockwork.
Marcy, we could.
I
know
think I've
Mirana
seen
hasn't
this
been doing that
yesterday.
great, but this idea
The
of
Clockwork
taking Mirana
again.
with Marcy and a ranged core, like amplifying her damage to the max and taking fights based off of that, could be a strategy
But these
that reemerges
two
in this grand finals.
I know
We did
Visage
see
is a
Gaming
universal
Gladiator
hero,
go for
right?
the
Oh, yeah.
Mirana Marcy combo, but they did it on the 2 support positions rather than going for that Mirana as a core. Can still be a flex. The
I
same
feel
way
like
that Gaming Gladiators
Anti-Mage is
have
a good
played
pick.
Wind Ranger as
I just
both
feel
a
like it.
carry and a mid lane this event so far.
Gaming
But
just
not
needs to
against
respect
Visage,
that
though.
Their heroes do not provide damage without items. And right now, Liquid are... It's reminding Gaming, if you do not win your lanes to enable yourself to farm, we are going to break your map. So the next 2 picks, I'd like to see them at least be able to push out the lanes or provide purpose, because I don't think going for pick off play on Gaming is going to help you. Even if you
I'm so
pick off-
control your emotion.
you are going to miss out.
Let's see what they got.
They picked
The
Underlord. Okay, Aces.
And Underlord is the
They got
hero
off
that
lane.
you kind of
They got
default
1,
to when you're playing
4,
against push
3.
lineups. So things like Nature's Prophet and Visage.
Celery
and
with the
Ravenna,
Marcy,
buildings, you can
everybody knows
offset that with your
what to
Firestorm,
pick now.
with your early auras and group up early on in the game. So it is an A specialty hero. It did lose in game 1, but it feels quite protected in this game too. There's no Bristleback in the pool. Monkey King was taken out by Team Liquid. Alchemist was taken out by Team
You
Liquid.
gotta pick a support.
And the only heroes that are good
What
against
support are you gonna pick?
Underlord that are left in the pool aren't good in this meta. You know, heroes like Ursa and Slark.
You did mention, Effie, that this Clockwork can be played as a position 4. You know who's a really good position 5 player? That's Insania with his Rubik, potentially. If he wants to steal some of the spells, mostly against the Underlord, now it might be the time to bang it out.
They'll first go back for
Nisha
that
with the
Nisha
puck. This is, oh
so we'll have to
man.
wait and see what comes out in that final phase. As Mirana will be the hero picked up by Gaming Gladiators. Again, the flex potential still
4-0
there.
Nisha.
We have seen them run this earlier. It was actually the same lane as Miranda Mirana Underlord in their second game against Tundra today.
It's a much better game style for Tofu to play a hero that's not going to be level 3, unit 7, something that can play with Quinn early on. And like I mentioned earlier, the Solar Flare as a means to buff up damage on Wind Ranger. With that also Solar Crust that's going to be bought by one of the 2 supports placed on her with the sidekick, it's going to be ridiculous.
Quinn has to find a hero that can punish Puck in the lane. If Quinn can shut out the Puck, then there's life to Gaming's draft. The Underlord will buy the auras, you'll get to the BKB timing Windrunner, and there's a game on your hand. So I'm really looking at Quinn, finding the hero that can stop Puck from just blowing up this game. And of course, Sniper, Extreme Gaming, they utilize this.
What would they pick against Puck? Don't tell me Quinn is gonna pick another Ricky. Quinn, another Ricky.
Undefeated on Puck.
Ban Omni still available, so I think they will
ban Trent
because it's a good matchup. It's also
well,
physical
gonna
damage.
Pick Abaddon or something?
Something that's gonna scale, something that's gonna utilize this Mirana ulti, maybe even this sidekick. Most of the damage is gonna be on the Wind Ranger, but we've seen 4 Protect 1 strategies not working most of the time because you are lacking damage in these mid and late game fights.
This is where it's funny what's
they
been
got
going
Bane.
on with DK because
Winter
it's another
Wyvern?
great DK pick for Gaming Gladiators, but every time
always
they run it,
Void Spirit ban.
every time they run it against Liquid,
Dark
they
Willow.
lost. So I mean, this DK would fit the bill of the instant stun versus the Puck, a hero that takes advantage of Solar Flare, like you mentioned. But I think their confidence in this hero is broken at the moment.
So much damage with the last pick as well. Dark Willow plus Vision Lane, super high damage. Clock and Nature's Prophet. They both like to play onto the map
it's
as
too
well.
strong with the Puck. Are we going to see a 5-0 here at TI? Unbeatable Puck.
Will Quinn answer this with a counter-aggressive hero? Will he have the hero that's
Shaker.
Puck in lane? Or just bring the team fight? There's so many questions that gaming need to
Quinn,
answer.
come on.
Pick.
Think of a mid-hero.
With a single hero. They're going to have to choose
I don't know. Pick Storm Spirit? Nah,
give me
maybe
Shaker
not.
Or give me that Ricky again. It looks like a god tier Ricky
If you could
one more time.
pick Arc Warden, yeah.
Work, but this time around, they don't have the double
Arc
save.
Warden? Is Arc Warden really
I
strong?
do believe in the hero. I thought the hero is going to be picked up so much more, but seems like there were other heroes available on the menu throughout the tournament.
Hey, I mean,
Dark
pick
Willow
Storm
is the one
Spirit,
that I did
Meepo.
mention where they're
You
going to
pick
be
Meepo.
troubles maneuvering, and you can also control the
pick-
fights. You have
I
Cogs,
mean-
you have Puck Coil, you have Dark Willow with the Terrorize, with the Bramble. So
If you want to
Wind
pick
Ranger needs
cheese
get
heroes,
into a
pick
fight
Arc
somehow
Warden.
Pre-BKB.
Earth Spirit.
When it's time.
Okay,
Why not?
Pango.
Why not, T?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, maybe
Why
they
not
go for a
Pango,
Timber
yeah.
for another body, but
Copy
the Quinn
pasta.
Pangolier wreaked havoc in 2023. You know, it fell off a little bit in 2024, but it is a Quinn specialty. It is a hero that can buy time, that can open up the game. And that's all gaming really need to do. You go to a high ground or an objective defense. If the Pango and Underlord can keep the fights
It's
going,
a signature
eventually
hero.
The double buff up of
But
Marcy
could
and
it
Morano
beat
will give Winona access to the fight.
Nisha's
But
Puck?
it's all about buying time. Gaming need to choose the correct fights. If they take 1 or 2 bad fights, that's it. The map's lost. You're gonna struggle so much. So a lot of pressure again. on
I
gaming.
wanted
The
to.
thing is, Puck is very happy to play against Pango with that Dream Coil. If you're picking this Pango,
Predictions
you're
were paid out
defaulting
incorrect.
for
This
comfort
cannot
in
be
this potential
rectified.
elimination, this
Apologies.
potential loss at the grand finals.
Cringe.
Give your players
Tiny
their best
Terry,
heroes, their
and I
most
mean,
comfortable picks. And
there's
what
like
this
2
Pango
mods.
will do is control
Tiny
the
Terry
backlines in
is
a
another
way that
mod.
he wasn't able to comfortably in the last few games. And as this
Well, I
backline
feel
control
like
is happening,
Gaming
hopefully Gratio
Gladiators
just
has a
comes in as beast
chance
with
on
all
this one.
damage and takes his team to a game 4.
Let's find out if we're going to have that
I
game
feel
4,
like that-
or if we will be ready to crown a champion here at the International 2024. But
Is
before we
Nisha
head
gonna get
into
away
that
with,
game
like,
number 3,
4
though, we're heading over to
5-0
the
Puck?
stage where we're hearing from Coach Blitz.
Thank you very much. I am joined by the coach of a team that is currently up 2-0. Now this is unprecedented. Out of all of your matchups over time, you have never been up 2-0 against Gaming Gladiators. How do you feel right now?
I mean, it hasn't really hit home yet because you still need to win the entire series. I mean, I've seen them get reverse swept by Azure, so it's just as possible. I'm trying to keep my guys as calm as possible and just tell them, like, job's not done yet.
Which is what I'm curious about, because not only is it unprecedented in terms of the history, but like for a lot of these players, being this deep in grand finals, even making it to grand finals in the first place is a new feeling for 3 out of the players on your team. How are they handling the nerves?
They're handling it great because they know that we have the best players in the world. We have Nisha, like, they have no counter to that.
Dang.
For this guy to pop off against Quinn for so long and just rub it in the dirt, and it feels so good.
But talk up more of them. I mean, the rest of your team's contributing. Tell me about Boxy.
He's kind of a bot. We'll look to replace him. If Zai wants to play again wherever you are, we will
Pure
take you as our
damage.
4 next year.
What's the best pure?
Thoughts
Magic
on
or pure
Insania,
damage?
maybe?
Again, if anybody under the
Puck.
age of 35 wants to
Puck,
play 5
really.
for our team,
Highest net worth
it's all
by
good. You can just play
25?
Puck every game. If you can do it, just DM me
I
on
will say
Twitter. It's all
Mickey.
good.
Least stats, probably Puck.
Mickey is
Now let's say
irreplaceable,
Gaming
straight up.
Gladiators.
Hey, all right, and then 33, the only man in
GLHF.
that booth to have his name on the Aegis.
I feel like
It's gonna happen twice, and it might just happen in this game. Let's send it on to game number 3.
Which team has a
Well,
better
there we
draft?
have it there. Blitz coming with some jokes about his support. So the funny thing is, I guess this draft, so from
Oh,
Liquid,
dang. Okay,
we are
well.
seeing indeed a bit of a change. It's
Well,
not
we could
the
just,
tough
like,
Shadow Demon
sweep
again
them,
this
right?
time. The
Let's just
cause
sweep
that he was
them. Yeah,
talking up there,
whatever.
Blitz, on his team Liquid. They're getting to play stuff that we've already seen so far this series, and it's looked pretty good, Fog.
Yeah, this time I would say their draft it's
No
much
more
more
pause.
aggression. Last time we saw multiple different saves
Man.
and stuff like that. This time it's all out, just go, go, go time. But gaming, they've got a very formidable draft. They've got Quinn on his signature Pango that he's been waiting to bust out here. They've got this Wind Ranger with tons of amplification from the Solar Flare, from the Marcy. We should be in for a treat for this one.
We
Let's hope so.
absolutely should. Hopefully, indeed. 2-0 at the moment, Liquid. Just this one game that stands between them and claiming that championship title here at the International 2024. Can Gaming Gladiators turn these things around? And as you say, yeah, the Quinn Pango coming in last. I mean, as talked about by the panel, obviously a comfort pick for Quinn, but also on paper, looking at the matchups, a good game for the Pango in general, or what do you sort of see the future being for Quinn this game?
Just has to really watch out for the puck coils for the most part inside this early game. Besides that, there's no real BKB piercing disable. Once he gets rolling in most of these fights, he's gonna just be able to kind of commit forward there. So just has to watch out for those early initiations that come out from the puck, the silence
this
in particular.
patch.
But yeah, it can look like a very, very good Pango game if he's able to get through that type of stage of these silences. Dyrachyo, let's see how he's able to sustain, because Boxy at 33, they've been massive with this Visage combo.
Yeah, look how low Dyrachyo is. He's got to be
Wait,
careful
what?
sneaking around the trees here. Boxy is hunting for him.
Wait, he's got power. I mean, Boxy might just be able to find him.
If he could get 2 more hits in, he'll pretty much have. And the Tango regen starting to kick in for Dyrachyo. I mean, either way, it's pretty
Oh
painful.
my god, this is already bad for Gaming
All right, Celery, you're
Gladiators.
farming under the tower now.
All right, Celery moving up to the carry. I mean, in the past we have had Wind Ranger support. I mean, we'll see how much of a hit that
7
sort of takes to him
lasses.
at this early first wave or so that Dyrachyo just gets completely forced away from.
He got every last hit, Owen. Celery got 8 of them.
He's ready.
He literally got every single one of those last hits. So even though the Wind Ranger got 0, he did ensure to get those. And he's level 2. Dyrachyo. There's only level 1, but they do have that power spike of the 2 now on the Marcy. Very well done there from Celery.
And this bottom lane, they've got to be so careful again. This Boxy 33 Dark Willow Visage duo. We've seen 33's Visage. If he starts to get these kills, get that gold advantage, this hero, especially in 33's hands, gets completely out of control.
Oh, sad.
Does get that Shadow Realm off. They've got the level 2s. Dyrachyo has to be super careful. If that was level 2 Boxy, that's probably a kill on Dyrachyo there, because they would have had those brambles.
Yeah, he has to be so careful here, Dyrachyo. Whilst Liquid have this XP advantage against him in the lane.
It's tough to look away from here. We are able to glance
it's
toward
a
the mid right now.
specialty.
We see Quinn doing very good in that matchup versus Nisha. Brambles come out bottom, doesn't catch the Dyrachyo, but Celery put low. A second Soul Assumption.
It's a lot of damage. The hit
It's
from the
ready.
Shadow Realm and the Soul Assumption. It's enough. First blood for 33. As I say, you
That
gotta keep
combo
an eye on
is
how much money
nasty.
this lad's going to be able to make from this lane. Getting a first blood, getting actions with the Soul Assumptions.
That
This
combo
would be
is
tough
nasty.
for Gaming Gladiators down here.
It could definitely be tough to Dyrachyo in particular when you mess up your first wave like this and you have to just bring so much extra regen. It is tough to kind of recover when Visage just gets so much extra gold. You can bring all this extra mana regen to keep getting the spam going. And overall for Wind Ranger in this game, now that we can look at a little bit of hesitation for a moment that he's not dying, there's a insane amount of magical burst for this hero. Not the tankiest if you get off to a little bit of a tough start. If they just throw constant nukes onto her early, could be difficult for Dyrachyo.
Quite the recovery required. 3 minutes in, just 4 last hits here so far that Dyrachyo's been able to find in the safe lane.
I can't even look elsewhere. I keep trying to look to a different lane to see how they're doing, but yeah, they just keep getting put so low, and the wave's going to push out again.
I think so far on the other side of the map, Mickey 15 for 4 against the 7 for 3. Another lane in which Gaming Gladiators having a bit of a slower start when it comes to the farm in their core matchup.
This is the power of this Nature's Prophet with this Treant. The Mirana in general can't really apply too much pressure up here. You can try to like arrow this Treant and stuff like that, being able to slow down the farm of Mickey, it's going to take quite a bit longer. Maybe when level 3 comes out onto Ace, they can look to start putting a little more aggression, but it's very good lanes kind of across the board from Liquid. It's just Quinn having that advantage in mid.
He's got to do a lot on his Pango. Well, we have seen him in the past really
It's
pop
24
off
million
when he gets a good
points.
start in the Pango there. He's going to have to do something crazy this game because yeah,
My
the
points.
openings on the side lanes.
My Twitch points.
Pretty much the rougher ones that Gaming Gladiators have had
Well,
so
they gotta
far
buy
this series.
It's wild to see how much last hits the supports have. Of course, we mentioned
It's too
Celery with the
strong,
10 that he
though.
had from those first 2 or 3 waves, but also Tofu's just been arrowing creeps and also getting some himself. So the CS looks pretty bad on the cores, but at the least they do have a couple extra on those supports that almost not fully even things out, but kind of do.
Try to make the jump hits. A good amount of burst thrown down over the wards. Dark Willow, but Boxy is able to fight back with the Shadow Rumble. He's going to try and do so, but another Dispose comes in. Boxy's going to go down. Gaming Gladiators sort of baiting him into trying to take that fight back towards them. They'll come out on top of him, find a very important kill between the two of them to strike back at Liquid on this bottom lane.
The raindrops have started to come out for bottom lane. Most important thing you can pretty much buy when you're playing versus Visage, so you don't just get constantly chunked down. The damage is still incredibly high, but now you'll be able to at least survive the first two of those soul assumptions. Bottom, they also get another throwback onto 33. I don't believe they have enough damage, though.
It's pretty beefy now with the two braces and the wand on top of it. So a lot of burst is going to have to be thrown his way to try and take him down during this early stage of the lane.
Sania getting chased out here a little bit by Tofu. Does have the Lotus, should be fine.
As the mid matchup goes,
getting a bit more even.
It is indeed. A little bit of a catch up from Nisha. I mean, his puck play been pretty phenomenal. I believe yet to lose a game here.
He's really been pushing the limits on some of these
top lane.
Heroes is Mickey.
Talking about pushing the limits here. Mickey is going to get run down. Ace and Tofu chasing him off into the trees, and Insania not quite in position or having the tools to hold them back this time.
I like that's like the kind of the result of what happened when Tofu was just clicking and poking Insania on the side there. They see that opportunity to go from it. Swashbuckle, big damage on Tanisha, keeping him low.
I mean, Nature's Prophet, 2.2K,
hard for him to make a play on his own against the puck.
Can't look to play for the power rune. It's the biggest power tends to be there for the Pango, is playing around that power rune early on with the Rolling Thunder, just kind of chain CCing somebody. Heavy rotations coming in. The coil catches, though.
It's going to come out immediately. The silence follow up as well as the TP, and they've got the burst.
Damn, 4 people.
Take Quinn out before he gets the chance for a shield crash.
Tofu will be at least able to take away that rune, so Nisha doesn't get that refill. But yeah, Nisha, no hesitation. The second he hits 6, gets that Dream Coil because Quinn was still low.
Bottom lane, starting to see, Dyrachyo
getting better.
Indeed, he's recovering slowly but surely after what was a very rough opening few minutes to this third game.
He is isolated though. We are seeing the Marcy making the moves around. Celery looking to get involved elsewhere. Insania.
It's going to move the mark over the rebound.
Catching.
Look at the pit. I mean, Insania's going to kind of bring them back over towards him there with that little bit of unfortunate cogs. The arrow angle from Tofu, it's perfect. Comes in, Starstorm also just to the limits of the range. It's enough damage to catch Insania out.
And look at this move, the old school Dyrachyo move. Quick movement, Mickey might not expect this.
I don't think he expects this whatsoever. See if Dyrachyo's got enough setup to buy time for the rest of the team to move over. Tofu's trying to head in, and he's got the arrow back up in a second, leaps in for the burst damage. Mickey, he's got no one to help out. Gaming Gladiators. The Sprout comes out from Mickey, it won't save him. Aggressive moves here that are really helping them just kind of alleviate the pressure that was being applied on them from the rough start to the lanes. Getting Dyrachyo involved like this, it's these sort of moves that will start to get them the actual overall gold lead in this early game.
I love seeing that move. Celery just ditching bottom a bit, and then you see that Dyrachyo's like, yeah, well, I can just go through this gate. I don't have anybody behind me, but I can just join in to shut down this Nature's Prophet, who dies now back to back. Mickey is getting caught out early here. That level 6 is going to come out quite a bit later than they had in those last two games. That Wrath of Nature pressure, it's not going to be there as early as I think Liquid initially anticipated to have. They will have the 6 on 33, so bottom tower. They do have to have someone here to occupy. Dyrachyo has to be careful.
Oh no, Dyrachyo's going to die.
Immediate TP's coming in to try and help it out. They've got the Fiend's Gate as well, bringing in the numbers, Gaming Gladiators, and 33 is going to go straight away, or at least try to for the Twins Gate.
Oh shoot.
There. Into the roll from Quinn. They're going to be able to catch 33 on his attempt in escape. He's bumped down to the low ground. They're still able to reach him with the damage of the Firestorm to take him out. Gaming Gladiators making some excellent early game moves here, up and down the map, catching Liquid out time and time again.
This time
the best Underlord in this
rotations, just like we saw in the first game in particular. Those first 10 minutes of the first game also, they
he's
did
always
have,
top
7,000 gold leaders. So
before
this
10
one,
minutes
playing around this Underlord, this map mobility, it's fast.
They know that Mickey's around here somewhere, Quinn. See if he's going to be able to bully Mickey. Mickey into the trees, pops up the Nature's Wrath, the rebounds in. Mickey, he's got no teleportation, no TP scroll, they're both on cooldown. He'll sprout himself in, but they'll still be able to reach over, take him out again. The moves continue from Gaming Gladiators. In the mid, the jump's made, Nisha's able to burst through. Tofu did have to use the Dream Coil for that in return.
3 kills now onto Mickey, though. He still is 900 ahead of Dyrachyo, at least on the gold, but those kills are definitely going to inflate the other cores there of Gaming Gladiators. Quinn, it's just constant moves around. They are not looking to slow down. Even if they don't have Rolling Thunder, they want to occupy these lanes.
Having a bad lane, bro.
They don't want to lose these towers early on versus this Nature's Prophet Visage lane. More rotations.
Trying to lead in a burst through the Familiars. He's actually able to get one of them there. Easy gold for
Quinn
Quinn.
got one.
And he's got Rolling Thunder up in 5 seconds, so he feels safe to do so.
Difficult for Liquid to fight into this area of the map. They have to hold back. They have got the creeps pushing in on them, so 33 will manage to keep farming safely underneath his own tower.
Bit difficult for Liquid to make that first move without coil or without the hook shot. A little difficult for them to at least get a jump onto some of these squishy heroes. Again, look at Quinn. It's immediate aggression. They just keep wanting
Chipping
to look at
his
this top
HP away,
side.
so
Keep wanting to slow down Mickey.
I mean, eventually, Mickey. I'll see if they catch him this time. This time he's at the deepest camp possible.
He doesn't see too much on the map either, so is he going to see this coming?
See what he wants to do after he clears up the camp. Quinn's actually bailed out. Lucky enough for Mickey that Quinn made that call to pick up the farm in the mid, because if Quinn stuck around, they could have had a shot at taking Mickey down again.
Levels on the supports for Gaming Gladiators both have hit 6 at a good margin ahead of those supports on the side of Liquid. Big damage that can come between the two of them. The Solar Flare amping up the Marcy. This Marcy definitely has potential to even solo kill some of these cores early on because of how good of a start that Celery's had. Even though it's a 5 position, throw a Solar Flare on there, Mickey could definitely be in trouble.
Yeah, Tofu on top of that. You know, both of the supports on Gaming Gladiators having, you know, maybe not to plan, but that stronger start because of the cores out in the mid. The burst comes through. Quinn, not a chance to get out of this one, but maybe a chance for Gaming Gladiators as a team to find something in return. As the numbers turn up, they get the pick control onto Nisha. But no further bursts.
Bring 5 here.
Turn up the full 5-man here to put some pressure in on the mid lane.
They get that initial catch, the coil. It's the one thing that Quinn has to watch out for this game. If they can get burst down during that coil silence. Boxy was there for the follow-up. Nisha applying big pressure onto this mid tower here. I believe he has his Witchblade nearly finished already.
Catapults.
33 will swing back down towards the bottom lane.
Fucking
try and make sure that Dyrachyo doesn't end up getting too much space.
Where did that extra catapult come from? Did that come from like top lane? 2 catapults from Dire were just hitting the mid tower. It's 11 minutes in. Wait, what? That was weird. I didn't see where it actually came from.
Hold that.
But Mickey, he dies, but it's the thing about the Nature's Prophet is you just get back onto the map really fast and you farm super quick. So still having that disparity between him and this Wind Ranger, it's 1,100 difference between the two of them. Still pretty big. Dyrachyo is, of course, going to have these amp ups. He's going to have this amp from the Marcy and from the Solar Flare very early. Yeah, Mickey just keeping that difference at the least.
And Quinn wants to keep bringing the action. Down towards the bottom, him and Tofu. They want to try and find 33 ideally. I mean, they'll settle for any core.
Oh, and look at the build 33 is going for. Just straight Crimson Guard. Knows how much physical damage they have from the Pango. Very cool approach.
And Onisha stepping up pretty far in the mid. Finding the opening onto the puck's pretty difficult for these heroes.
That's always going to be a problem for them, is shutting down this puck. Quinn has to be careful every single time the Nisha does step up. Dyrachyo can't go for that one. Dyrachyo now could be in trouble himself.
And he's got the hook shot.
Oh my god, he's dead.
They drop down the cogs, they manage to trap Dyrachyo. He's gone. Quinn jumps in with the Rolling Thunder, looking for kills in return here. Get the opening bounce onto Insania. Ace comes over with a Fiend's Gate.
Liquid's got the numbers.
He'll get caught in the backlines by Mickey TPing over. The Fear catches onto both of them. 33 bringing in
oh
the
my god.
having the change done to control Gaming Gladiators.
4-0.
Towards Ace as Liquid, they take out 4.
Big mistake from Dyrachyo, trying to get involved early on. He's still so fragile. There's so much magic damage and control. Nisha just throws the coil out onto him and they bring him down. Quinn can't actually do anything with his Rolling Thunder.
Dyrachyo is choking, man.
Liquid, they've got all 5 there so fast.
Dyrachyo's choking.
And they push so hard off the back of taking a fight like that. The tier 1 in the mid lane wiped out of the game.
That's
the
choke. Can't really make too many of these mistakes early on when they're playing versus this fast of a lineup. Dyrachyo has to look to get involved later on. He can't be the first one to get caught
getting
like this.
desperate now. You can see the body movement of his
There's no way
hero.
you're going to catch Nisha like this with this type of shackle shot. And even then, there's not really much follow-up.
And whilst Gaming Gladiators supports, they've got a lot of scaling. They just don't have the methods to sort of bail a core out of that sort of position. They can't save it.
No, and these, to be honest, those Brambles, Boxy just completely split the fight. Both of those supports can't really jump in through these Brambles or through these cogs very effectively. It's a perfect fight from Liquid.
It really is, and as we've seen so many times with 33's Visage, he's always there for the cleanup.
Oh yeah, that extra gold. I mean, you can just roam around as this Visage, it feels like, because of this facet, you just get way too much. And now cleaning up these Ancients on top of having that fight win. Big things going for Liquid. And Crimson Guard, it's very soon finished up for 33. So in that next fight, Gaming does have to be a bit more careful. And yeah, Dyrachyo just has to get involved way later on. Quinn is very close to Blink Dagger, so that's probably how they want to look to take that next fight. But there's definitely a Nisha problem. This puck 3-0 and 4 so far, having a pretty much, a flawless game. The lane was a little bit difficult, but overall, all of his moves have worked, and every coil has caught a perfect target.
And we saw earlier this series what he could do on the puck when he was just completely crushed in the early game. This time around, he's at the top.
Oh my god.
Ace does have a pipe, so they'll be able to stop at least some of this big magic damage that Liquid has early on. But it is pretty overwhelming, that damage and control. And their team fight overall for Liquid, it's very threatening. The team fight for Gaming Gladiators is like 90% reliant on how Quinn is able to get with the Rolling Thunder. Liquid, they have just coil, they have the hook shot, they have this Bramble Maze plus follow up with Terrorize.
Naban yung Lone Druid, so ganun talaga.
Yeah, they're ready to go again.
Din yung drafting.
Even with the last few fights, kind of Gaming Gladiators have been the ones to sort of hand them to them with their failed attempts at starting off action. Liquid, they're not afraid to start running at them with the lead that they have. Even with this moment where Nishi hasn't quite got the Blink Dagger pickup, he's very close to the money for it, but was just looking to see if they could try their chances here with the Dream Coil and the Amplified Damage rune in the bottle. Bottom lane, Tofu tries for a TP out, but the Terrorize hits there from Boxy. Liquid, they'll get another pickup.
And now Mika, he's got the Gleipnir, so he can get involved a lot easier than Duracho in particular. He's got a 2,005 gold difference, and this Gleipnir, it's going to be annoying for the Pango. Until he has something like a shard or anything to get this dispel, that's an extra form of catch, an extra form of just a little interrupt that Quinn can struggle versus.
Team Liquid really had.
Liquid accelerating again
Bawi
here.
na lang next TI.
Nisha, like you said, that blink is
Wala
done.
na next
Damage,
TI.
level 13 on this puck.
Si Thompson na yung
heavy momentum their way.
And keeping pressure on you, multiple lanes.
And Mick is just always farming. Anytime there's downtime, Nature's Prophet. You're always able to join every single one of these fights. Liquid, looking for this tier 2 bottom.
Goodbye.
Does Game 1 actually approach down here? It's dangerous.
They've got the fortification, but that might be the extent of their defense for now, Gaming Gladiators, against this heavy push from Liquid.
Look at Nisha, he's jumping in and seeing all 3 heroes there, so he knows that Gaming's potentially mounting a defense. He's got the coil at the ready.
All right, they want to try for it, Gaming.
This is risky. The tower's dropping. Duracho does have the Maelstrom finished up.
They're bringing the whole team in for this one. Liquid, they themselves, they're also ready to return fire. Teleports at the ready for Mickey if he sees a chance to fight. He's also got the Wrath of Nature back off cooldown. Quinn, he'll start the action though. Looks over towards the backlines, finds the connection onto 33.
But they got wards there.
Way too deep here
Hook
for
shot.
Quinn.
No way. Oh no,
Insane is going to whiff that one. Doesn't get the connection. Gives Gaming Gladiators the chance to back up underneath the tier 2. Liquid, they may just be ready to dive it though. The cogs are going to get laid down, pushed back Quinn. Turn around with the shackle, but Easton's in with the silence over towards Tofu. Tofu backs off, Solar Burst coming in. They've got the catch with the Foxy follow up beautifully there onto the 3 of them. The Fear pushes back Quinn. They take down the Pango. They turn towards the Solar Burst, bringing him low. Celery comes to the rebound to try and get Duracho out of this one. Celery tries to stand his ground and fight back, but he will fall.
Duracho.
Under the tier 2.
GG in the chat.
Liquid is just smashing them.
3-0, 6-0. Everybody.
The most crucial target. The Pango gets controlled completely. Quinn, it feels like almost like a super ambitious move for him to dive forward there with that Rolling Thunder. They just disengage.
He's going to TP beyond the tower. He's able to fall. They get the Duracho as well.
Oh my god.
Liquid is doing it.
Misplay after misplay after misplay.
This game getting massively out of control for Gaming Gladiators. Just 17 minutes in, they're down 10k gold.
Duracho, oh my god, Duracho nga naman.
Trying to force that issue there under the vision of Liquid. Liquid just resets the Rolling Thunder connects on nobody. Now they can back up, pick up another set of pretty much full items onto these cores. Gaming Gladiators, they need more time to be able to fight, but time does not feel like it's going to be valuing them at all with Liquid getting so much.
5-0.
Liquid, they don't want to give them any of that. Nisha.
Going for the solo play. He's got the MP.
They've got so much magical damage here on Nisha.
GG, bro.
He's gone. Mickey, he turns up, comes and borrows the kill. After Nisha's hard work.
Hey, Nisha's just running the show.
Insane.
He's got a hook shot if they want to try and make a play here. And he does. He's going to be straight in on the attempted stop to
Insania is just like solo doing it. Nobody wants to hit
He's got Nisha
Insania.
with the backup. Jumps in with the silence onto the 2 of them. Gaming Gladiators having to keep that distance.
It's a bit deep this time from Liquid. They will reset. They don't have the damage, but the tower, it's in jeopardy.
It's going down.
GG, bro.
Minutes, another tier 2 to be taken. Liquid continue to shut down the map.
Any growth from Gaming, it's
6-0.
When was the last time they actually got something going their way? It feels
Gaming.
like a long distance memory just from the laning phase. They killed Mickey a couple times, but ever since Liquid just started grouping up and getting Nisha more involved with this Blink Dagger, there's just nothing Gaming can do to really fight back against all this team fight and control.
Yeah, already 19 minutes in, it feels like the toughest game for Gaming Gladiators to turn around so far this grand finals.
It's starting to feel like head-on team fights are just absolutely impossible. They have to just try to stall this game out to get more growth. Tofu trying his best.
I'm just trying to waste Liquid's time.
The Birds looking to scout him out, but Tofu.
They could just like go Roshan high
still
ground.
chasing
He's still
here.
looking, and he's gonna find him. Tofu.
Rip.
No
Oh
escape
my
from
God,
this. Sleep still on cooldown for a few seconds. 33. He's going to be able to claim more money here, taking out another.
It's desperation from Gaming at this point. They don't have anywhere they can go. They're looking to stay around their Tormentor area, but they can't even look to go for that one there because Liquid could just look to pressure here off that. Roche soon on the menu here for Liquid too. 7-15. They feel like they have, what, now 80% control of the map or something. Look at where Gaming is attempting to find farm.
This
They're
is
farming
so
one
fucking
ancient camp
sad.
and a hard camp and a medium, and that's
7,000
at this point.
Jirat choke.
And even around this area, they're unlikely really to be able to pull together a defense around these tier 2s. We saw them try to do so on the bottom lane. When this top lane push comes in, we'll see if they attempt to go for it again.
I mean, Quinn's
Ace
farm,
did
it's
everything,
just
man.
gone.
Ace did everything.
He tried to make that first move with the blink, and if
Quinn
you don't get
and
that first move
Duracho
that catches successfully with these Pangos, it can just be devastating. We see that net worth bottom of the course.
They're so nervous.
So many different ways to address this Pango. Even if they didn't have the BKB disable, they have the ways to just chain silence and pre-getting that Rolling Thunder.
Oh, Liquid. They're ready to keep the aggression going. Coming in with the smoke. Duracho showing himself on the way.
The Wisdom Rune and that Tormentor.
Nisha. Gonna try and lead him with a Dream Coil. Duracho's pretty deep under the tier 2. TP backup starting to come in. Liquid, they'll dive in with the burst, the Soul Assumption. Duracho's so low. Quinn, he'll roll in position, get the Rolling Thunder to try and escape. Liquid, they'll get turned upon it by the Rolling Thunder. Good connection on towards Mickey, but indeed Mickey's still got half HP to play with. The Terrorize comes out over to the side, catching on a Celery and onto Quinn. Celery, he'll jump out over towards Ace. He'll escape, but Quinn, he gets left behind. The Gleipnir comes
1
out,
versus
stuck in
5.
position. Quinn's out of the game.
They're 2 ahead, Owen. The auras that they've got on 33, this block plus this pipe, it just keeps Mickey alive. He also has 2200 HP on top of it. They've run out of damage already here on Game, and Liquid can claim this tier 2, claim the Wisdom Rune, deny that away, and even potentially steal the Tormentor. And Gaming expanded a lot to attempt for that fight and got nothing.
Yeah, they've got so many options.
This is a
Liquid
sad
on how they
grand
want to
finals,
continue with
man.
his advantage.
Very sad grand finals.
The tier 3s.
And look at Nisha pushing the limits here. The Parasma, the damage putting on the Celery below half HP.
Oh
This tower is dropping.
Tofu trying to leap in, trying to burst through some of the wave, but won't be able to stop the push. The tower falls. Ace also ready to try and come in with a deep push. Liquid, they'll respect it. They'll back off, wait at least for the next wave. We'll see if they stick around or want to back off for further objectives. Roshan would be available.
Duracho's gone all aggressive. They're feeling desperate. He's got the Gleipnir done. Can they get any pickup?
Nisha's already in. He's going to jump the backlines. He gets the side shot through. The 3-man Dream Coil comes through as well. Liquid, they'll push forward. They're happy to try and take this fight, and they look straight over towards Duracho. Hook shot in from Insane. Rolling Thunder comes out from Quinn. They get the connection onto 33. 33 is incredibly low. They'll get
Oh wow,
it.
they got 2.
The power shot. Boxy's still pushing in and is able to get the damage over towards Celery with the ultimate. Quinn, the Rolling Thunder comes to an end, but Gaming Gladiators know they have to push on forward for this fight. They can't.
Wow, they can't. Wait, what?
Best fight they've had all game here. They push them back. They get 3. Can they catch Nisha? Doesn't look like it. They almost actually got Mika as well. Very close there. Duracho just relentlessly chasing in. Best opportunity they've had this game.
Absolutely, and they were able to take the fight at the moment where they themselves secured the last hit on the Tormentor. They get themselves the shard.
Oh, good eye on that. I actually did not see that. That's pretty huge there. That's why there's that big swing. It went from, what, 15,000 down to 12K because they get that extra bit of increase because of that Tormentor.
Yeah, very impressive signs of life from Gaming Gladiators considering the position they're in. We
I
saw
thought
Liquid,
this
they
is
got the
freaking
Tormentor
over.
very low, and Nisha
But
gets this good
I still
opening,
think it's
jumping the
freaking
backlines.
over.
They just weren't quite in position
There's no
to
way
burst
this
and fully
isn't over
focus
yet.
down one target this time round, Liquid, and that gave Gaming Gladiators the chance to turn things. Quinn gets off an excellent Rolling Thunder, and Liquid, they're split side to side of the team fight.
90% of it is Quinn, right? We were saying he has to have the biggest
Celery
impact
bought
possible
back
with
for
this
this.
Rolling Thunder. He did not get caught by that coil. If Nisha actually catches him there, could be a completely different scenario.
Hawk, Envies.
Liquid still with a pretty
shit.
massive lead, and Roche is still at their potential. So they were making the most aggressive play possible, trying to steal that Tormentor. Now they'll back up for the safer choice.
And Gaming Gladiators, they're going to need to do that a few more times.
Quinn going to buy Aghanims
to be able to
time.
hold on this one. And as you say, this next time it's going to be into the Aegis push of Liquid.
But look, it's interesting the build though. This is it feels almost necessary for Duracho, but it's not something we've seen every single time on these Wind Rangers. They've been adapting to get earlier BKBs, but Duracho's just like, I don't think I can do that. I need the damage to be able to fight through Liquid's advantage at this point. So he's going for the small crit, maybe the BKB after, but can definitely understand why he just wants all damage.
Talking about BKBs, Mickey, he can look to play it safe, get his online. He's just about 1,000 gold away from having that on top of the Aegis. So we'll have the timing to push him with both.
This is what Slacks is saying, like the Wind Ranger at the last game. This happened, Team Liquid versus OG on TI9.
Yes, they do. They want to look for the smoke
TI9, Wind Ranger,
see if they can catch Liquid by
Slacks.
surprise.
That is exactly what it is. It's taking a risk.
Slacks called it again after years after years.
Nisha is still a very difficult task to solve.
It's always the Wind Ranger pick on the grand finals, on the last game, on the crucial game. There's a Wind Ranger pick, but it doesn't work.
Liquid, they know that this sort of move now at this point is likely as the waves remain undealt with. They know that Gaming Gladiators
Slacks
are
is a
smoked up and
fucking
looking to try and
genius.
catch them.
They just saw that power shot as well too, so they know somebody was in the area here. Tofu puts down some vision. Gaimin.
Final few seconds here at the smoke for Gaming Gladiators. They've been hit by the scan. Liquid, they've got good information on whereabouts Gaming Gladiators are. They know that Gladiators are outside of the base and looking to make a play. Insania is ready to start charging towards them. They get the setup, but it's only onto the one of them.
Are they gonna fight this though?
For Quinn. He's able to get the freedom to get the Rolling Thunder off. The auras are out for Liquid. It's keeping Insania pretty tanky as Tofu. He'll get left behind. As you know, the leaps are there. He's actually able to jump away just in time.
Boxy.
The burst comes out over towards Boxy. The power shot with Duracho. Gaming Gladiators, the first to claim a kill out of this team fight.
Nisha.
Ace, he'll get trapped back by the cogs. The rest of Gaming Gladiators, they'll
Can
want
they
to
help
try and
Ace?
turn and help him out.
Everybody has too much damage. 33 has a...
He's in with the burst, looking towards Insania. Ace still alive, finally falls. Double kill for Mickey. Nisha, he'll jump out with the orb. 33 is able to stay in on top of Celery. Nuke down the Marcy here with the Soul Assumption as Liquid.
Duracho's looking for Nisha.
Take the fight despite Gaming Gladiators' willingness to try and tackle them. And now, immediately on with the push.
This is
Liquid,
GG.
they're up to
I mean,
the top set
it's
of ranks.
GG.
Mickey and 33
Oh, Quinn killed Nisha.
Quinn's found 33, but outside of the base,
Insania?
can he get away from the rest of them? Duracho doing his best to help out as he holds Insania back with the shackle shot. Mickey TPing in Quinn. Can he escape this?
Blink dagger?
She'll crash up in a second. The blink's there. Down to the low ground. Duracho caught back in by the Sprout. He turns, gets the shackle shot connection. Whirlwind out onto the two of them, but now he's started back away. Insania has the cog connection. He's trapped in the cogs. Duracho, he's gone. Tofu. He's got one more leap still to play with if Liquid can stay on top of him. Quinn, he's still teasing around with him. I mean, if anything, just trying to keep Liquid's attention away from the base, away from the high ground.
This fight's lasted 90 seconds or something like that.
Boxy, not
they do catch
stunned.
the arrow, but do they have any follow-up? Looks dangerous. Quinn's considering it.
He's tempted to try and look for these crazy plays. He knows there's the Fiend's Gate backup as
Flyback from Clockwork. Insania.
Gaming Gladiators, they're going to put everything into this fight. Liquid's ready to try and return fire. The cogs are down. Quinn, his roll is about to come to an end. He's got a few more bounces left in. Turns towards Boxy with the swashbuckle, but the shadow rails back up. Boxy's fine.
Quinn's still alive.
Wait, he's still alive. What the
He's
fuck?
walking away from this one alive. As Quinn teasing around with Liquid. And despite this 14k gold deficit, Gaming Gladiators, they continue to give Liquid these challenging team fights.
They're just trying to push the limits of their heroes. It's very risky plays that they're going for here, but it pays off. Insania buys back. They don't get that catch onto Quinn. He's lived to see another day. The Aghanims is now finished. Still, massive gold lead, of course, for Liquid. Mickey still has an Aegis for about 80 seconds, getting closer and closer to that big item, the MKB, to deal with Duracho. Good holds there at the least there for Gaming, but they did end up losing the objectives.
For sure. Top racks are gone. Progress made by Liquid. But without a doubt, Gaming Gladiators, Tofu.
Insania.
Dodging the hook shot.
Oh no.
He's back up to Tofu. He's going to try and get the kill here. Pots the BKB, but Mickey's surrounded. He's not even going to get Tofu. Tofu
oh no.
That's the Aegis gone.
It's him versus the world.
It's Nisha. Nisha and Insania is coming there, but Boxy and 33 is not there. No. Mickey.
What a beautiful catch.
Quinn is still looking for more people. Insania bought back for this. Holy shit.
He'll try and jetpack away.
Oh, jetpack away.
He's ready to dodge on through the cogs.
Oh.
Stay on top of him. Moves in with a swashbuckle. He's still living on a slither of health for Insania, but Quinn, he's going to blink back up. Jumps in with another shot.
Damn.
Quinn continues choose to toy with Liquid.
He's coming in so clutch. These catches, it's beautiful. Mickey
Fucking
not
Quinn,
respecting
bro.
his opponents. They have an
Quinn.
advantage, but he just TPs alone in the middle of
Yo,
four,
is
trying
this
to
a
get pick up
fucking
on
comeback?
Position
There's
for
no
Miranda.
fucking way.
So aggressive.
It's such a risk to go for that type of play.
No fucking way.
The first time it feels like this series that
It's a
Liquid making
Visage,
some
bro.
big mistakes, and Gaming is capitalizing
We'll
on
see
them.
it again here, you know, Tofu just minding his own
Visage.
business, taunting about. Suddenly a very fun Nature's Prophet comes
Fucking
for him,
celery.
but it's
Celery's
against
damage.
Tofu. He's got
Holy
the points to
fuck.
back him up.
That
They
physical
can't take out
damage
the
without the
edges at this
Crimson
point.
Guard. Celery's
Panic
doing
starts to set in for
fucking
Liquid. They know they have
shit
to do
ton.
something to save
Like, look at
Mickey.
that.
Nisha's in with a combo, but they cannot
60%
bail Mickey out of
HP
that
just from
mistake.
like,
Gaming's
holy
trying to
fuck.
snowball off of these kills too. They've got a moment, about 30 seconds at least till clock's up. They're trying to
Nisha.
find another opportunity.
Nisha's
Both under
buying
10.
Octane Core.
Quinn.
Are
He's
they
really
gonna
getting
smoke
some
him?
momentum right now.
Oh,
He-
get this
Oh,
TP in. Mickey.
Mickey.
BKB up in 1 second.
Oh no, BKB's back up, but they're completely on top of him. Liquid, can they bail him out of this time round?
Coil
Nisha,
on four.
look at the
Oh,
coil
shit.
on four of them, and Quinn was all already able to get the roll up. Quinn, can he get the angle to go back in the field?
Oh my
They'll
God,
push back
the
rest of
combo.
Quinn's teammates here. The Gaming Gladiators, they've got the Aura's pot. Taste is ready to push on. They're ready to try and find
33?
some action from this one as the Firestorm pit. Drop down on the 33. Quinn comes in with a shield grab. Then steps
Oh my
back
God,
to
33 is away, but Insania's there. Jirachu's gone. Oh, fucking.
Can they get more? Quinn, this time round, he's run out of
Dead.
options. They'll get him this time. Ace goes for the TPI. He'll make it away. Celery as well. But Liquid, they
There's
won't
no
let
way.
Gaming Gladiators
There's
get
no
away with
fucking
that
comeback.
one. They felt that they had the chance to
They
punish
had to
Mickey
fucking
again.
kill
This time
Nature's
round, they
Prophet
did not,
on
as you
that
say, at the
situation, but
moment, the BKB came back off cooldown for Mickey.
damn.
Literally last second. It was 1 second when they jumped him. It came up. He gets it off. He's able to reset a 4-man coil from Nisha. And 33, I actually don't even know how much damage he tanked in that fight because it felt like they were hitting him for it felt like 20-something seconds. And now Quinn dead for 35. Liquid.
96%. Why is there like a 4% win rate? Why is there a 4% win? This doesn't even make any sense.
Everything dies so fast, these buildings.
4% is like 1 in like 1 million. Like what?
He's ready to
Whatever.
stop that physical damage output from any of Gaming Gladiators' cores. The mid-racks going
Oh my
down.
God.
Liquid. How
Back
much
to
more do they
business.
want to stick around for? The full lineup of Gaming Gladiators back in play.
4%.
Liquid will respect
Come
that.
on, bro.
Damage up top too. Nisha. He's gonna want that one. 7-1
No,
and 14
Jiracho
on
wants
this
his
puck. The damage has
BKB
been
now.
Absolutely insane from him so far.
Mickey got,
Mickey,
he's
he
buying
does have that
MKB.
big damage item now. On top of all the rest
He
that
got
he has to tank
MKB.
himself up, the MKB is finished. Gaimin have had some decent fightbacks climbing back into this game. It's getting harder and harder, it feels like, though.
And they've never quite been able to slow down that progress that Liquid's been making throughout it all.
It's just been growing and growing and growing. And it's not just that gold. The experience is also pretty darn high. Liquid. Just feeling very comfortable now in these upcoming moments. 2 racks is to pressure.
What
The lanes
level
are
is
always gonna
Wind
give all
Ranger?
the information they need.
17. If they need
And the
Wind
skill
Ranger
continues to
level
grow. And while for Gaimin, the scaling
level
is
18
mostly
and the
just still increasing on
freaking
Duracho.
level 20
Yes, he has
focus
these
fire damage
amplifies, but
reduction,
more and more answers coming
they
out for
would
him.
not
Amplified
make
damage
it.
and
an
an
arc.
They
arcane.
lack the
And
time. They
Octarine
lack
that he just purchased
Nisha.
the
before.
damage, and
This
they lack
next
the
fight could get
sustain.
messy.
This is
They
the
just
last
don't really
team
have
fight.
great
They
control
smoked
to
up.
hold
Team
this
Liquid
puck
smoked
down
up.
by
This
any
is
means.
the last one.
Ace.
Ace is gonna get
They're
caught
trying
out.
to get the jump on him outside of the base. Nisha starting to tease around. Drop the
Oops.
trees
Well,
on the hook shot.
Insania.
Not going to quite get the connection in. Now the backup
what?
comes in. Quinn in with the rolling thunder, but Ace,
Ace is
he's
gone.
out of the game. We'll see if he considers the buyback. He has got it available. Quinn turning over towards Insania out of the side. Ace holding back on the buyback
That
for
focus
now.
fire is too. There's no
Big
damage.
top to the side. Nisha is back
Oh,
in
wait,
the
Halberd.
with the
The
solo.
damage.
Duracho's been caught in his
GG.
foul.
Oh
He's
my
gone.
God.
They get Duracho. They get Quinn. The buyback they have to come out now as Liquid are onto the tier 4s.
3 buybacks.
That's from the
Liquid back
cores
for
too.
now.
Nisha
Where is
resetting.
Celery?
Triple core buyback. Liquid know if they can take out any of these cores once more, they may have just done it here.
They're just getting poked and prodded. They can't even walk up to harass anyone. 33 is taking literally no damage, it feels like.
They get the jump in. Celery trying to open up with the Unleash. Nisha's in with a 2-man silence. Push back. There's the
Coil
jump
on
as
3.
well. The coil is onto the 3 of them. Quinn caught in the sprout. Will be able to break out.
Jiracho doesn't have
Nisha
any ultimate.
getting beaten up pretty hard by the Unleash. Boxy toying around with a terrorized threat. 33 again, so tanky.
He's
They'll
so
toss back in with the dispose.
This
Again,
arm,
they're fully
there's a
focusing
Heaven's
on the
Halberd from
terrorize. It's out
Visage.
onto the 4 of
Visage.
them. Boxy gets the setup. Celery's out. Another buyback has to go to
Visage.
play. Nisha,
Halberd
four-man
is
waiting
winning.
round.
Oh my God, 4 men!
The cards grab. Boxy toying with the ball. The They'll still manage to scramble their way back to the fountain though, Gaming Gladiators, but this time, Ace, he's out for 70. Slide forward from Celery.
Are they?
He gets stun opening onto Ascenian 33, but they don't have the follow damage
Oh
to
no,
get the kill.
Celery.
The buildings are being focused.
Celery's
Liquid
out.
looking to
He
claim
doesn't
the
have
mega
any.
rolling for Quinn. We get the angle to 33. Nisha, he's going to be able to kill.
Oh,
them outside
GG.
of the fountain.
Just call
They're running
GG,
out
bro.
of buybacks, Gaming Gladiators. Liquid,
Ah.
they'll get the final rags. 33, he'll
Oh
fall,
my
though.
God.
He'll immediately buy back. As the mega creeps are out, Liquid, they want to keep this push going. Gaming Gladiators, it's just 3 against the world now. The tier 4's going down. Liquid, have they done it here? The coil under the 2 of them as Liquid are getting the space to focus down the ancient. Jump forward towards Nisha, but the auras are out.
GG. GG. Liquid. Liquid. Team Liquid claiming their second Aegis since TI7 from Team from what's that? From Kuroki Miracle, GH Mind Control, and Matsumba Man. And Liquid got it again from a different team. Boxy, Mickey, 33, Nisha, and Insania. Oh my god. 06, Queen. Queen is so sad. Come on, bro.
And this time it made it seem like there was no
Despair,
hope, so
06.
Only that first game, only those first 10 minutes of that first game looked problematic. These
Nisha with his Puck, 100% win rate. They just can't.
Absolutely amazing. Nisha claiming that title at 33 and claimed it for the second time.
A different team, a different style, a different meta, but 33 still having what it
I've been
takes,
watching
especially when it
Nisha
comes to
since
him
Team
getting his hands
Singularity,
on
though.
the Visage. Completely unstoppable in Gaming Gladiators. So many times they managed to take the championship titles in events as big as this one, but this time round they couldn't quite do it.
33 with his second TI.
3-0 against Gaming Gladiators here. Ladies and gentlemen, give it
This is another repeat from TI7 against Newbie. 3-0, 3-0. Team Liquid. 33. Boxy, Insania. Mickey. And Blitz. Wait, did Nisha already lift the Aegis? Dang. Fuck is... Shit.
I think knowing is more certainty than I have, but I always believe we can get it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Damn.
But between you and me, the first time I saw you at TI, I always knew that this would come. Do you feel like it has come fast enough for you, or have you had to work for it? Is this when you have deserved it the most? How do you feel? Do you feel like you are one of the best players in the world?
I don't know how I feel right now. It's a very interesting experience that we haven't had that much recently. So I don't know. I just feel great. I'm really happy for my teammates. I'm really thankful to all of them. And, you know, all the normal stuff, family, friends, everyone who supported us, helped us get here. Thank you guys so much. All the people in the arena cheering. It means a lot. It gives us the energy. Thank you so much.
Nikkei, you have shared this journey with Insania and Boxy and your whole team for so long. You have been quietly doing your job, and now you have conquered your demons, you beat Gaming Gladiators, and your name is going to be put on that Aegis. How does it feel, man?
Oh, it feels amazing just being here with the boys. I'm glad we get to finally win one after so many tries. And I don't know, I'm speechless.
That's all I need to hear, my man. You're a champion!
It's been a long time coming, a year of adversity through health problems, through the lows and the highs, but you have finally earned it here today. Quite an incredible year. How does it feel to go through all of that to now be a TI champion?
I feel really good to finally win a LAN, win a big LAN. It's my first Dota victory, which is like a tier one tournament according to Wikipedia.
According to Wikipedia.
So, you know, it's nice to start with a big one. There's been a few tough years for me personally, and I'm really happy to have a lot of my family here watching and supporting. And to all my friends supporting at home, and to all our fans, I want to give a big thanks for giving me strength to continue and to keep trying, I guess, with everything I have.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, man. Amazing. Anisha, my man. You've been the rock of this team for so long. You have been an unbelievable pro player. Many have regarded you in the past as one of the greatest players of all time. But now you got agents to prove it, baby! You named all that sucker! Oh, hello. Do you feel like one of the greatest players of all time?
Maybe now, I guess.
Maybe now. But yeah, definitely.
Because you are one! Give it up one more time for this rock who never died on puck this entire tournament! Any words out there to all those fans?
Yeah, I love you all. Thanks for being here, and I hope you enjoyed the games. And I love my team as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, my friend.
And now 33. You are no stranger to this moment, as you are now the only man in history to win the TI 2 times with 2 completely different rosters. You have had a lot of TI appearances. This is your 6th one. And I know that you always thought that you're the best, but how does it feel to have it be confirmed?
Those are your words, not mine. But no, it feels amazing, and I'm really happy that we did it. I'm just very happy.
Tell me, does it ever get old winning TI, or does this feel just like the first time?
To be honest, I was not feeling too excited today, and then the first game also I was chilling, and the last night, like the excitement came in on the third game.
You know why? It's because you won on that one! 3-0 victory! And now we're going to put your name on there twice, but there's one last man I would like to speak to. Blitz Dota. I have watched your journey through many, many different rosters, and I noticed that every single time you treat it like a family. This is as
he's
much
crying.
a victory for you as it is for them. You sacrifice yourself for your
Blitz.
team. And now it's codified, my man. You are a champion.
I mean, I didn't really sacrifice anything. I feel like they took a chance on a guy who's never coached a winning team before. We had so many losses. We had 5 years without winning anything. We could have disbanded like 20 different times like people told us to. We didn't make a TI and Liquid still kept us on. I didn't do anything here. I'm just so glad that people like Zai, Nisha, Matsu, they took a chance on us and they were willing to play with us. And I'm so glad that I didn't ruin Nisha's career.
Damn. Dude, why you gotta be so brutal to yourself, man?
Chloe, Jabs, KP, John, Victor, Mark, everybody at Team Liquid that's here to support us. It truly takes a village. I'm not good enough by myself. I've learned, I guess, that you have to do it with other people, and you have to succeed with everybody around you. And I'm good enough to admit that I'm shit, but I've got great people around me.
Let it be a lesson that if nothing else, perseverance pays off, Blitz. Because you are a champion. Team Liquid are champions. And for one last time, Royal Arena, make some noise for your international 2024 champions, Team Liquid! Let's go!
What an incredible emotional note from Coach Blitz to end on there. Congratulations to your 2024 international champions.
Congratulations, Team Liquid. I gotta post this on Twitter too.
Consistency pays off. Getting second place so many times, Effie. It doesn't matter if you get that W in the end.
I mean, you heard it from Blitz. It takes a village, and the village is on that stage right now with all of them. I mean, what a hero's journey from Team Liquid. What an emotional journey. It was, watching that, just you can really feel how much this means to all of them. I mean, they've all had to go through so much personal adversity. They all have an incredible story here. I mean, Mickey from switching to mid to carry to becoming one of the best carries in the world. Nisha to finally winning a TI after looking so dominant on that iteration of Secret. 33 winning TI twice with 2 different teams with his style of play. Boxy, after all of his personal issues, is here. And Insania, finally. I mean, after his experience a few TIs ago on that main stage, to be able to still be confident, to be able to still lead his team, to be part of something, it was amazing too.
I mean, this is what TI is about. It's the years of pursuit to get to the final tournament, to finally get yourself to the Aegis. Like, every single player, their dream is to get to this position, to be able to lift it, to put your name in history. The prestige, everything, it comes down to the best tournament of the year, and the moments on Liquid, like, you can see the emotions. They've worked time and time again for multiple years. 4 years for the core of Liquid, 5 years for Nisha, and 6, of course, for 33. But they got there. They get themselves in the Aegis, and this is everything.
They will go down as the most successful team in the history of TIs because they did not drop a single game when it comes down to playing from the upper bracket. Clean 2-0s, clean 3-0 in the grand finals. I've been following Nisha's career ever since he started to play professional Dota, ever since he joined Alternate Attacks when he was 15 years old. This guy is only 23 years old right now, will turn 24. This guy is a beast. Always believed in him, and this is the crown championship that he needed to take to cement himself.
I was watching Nisha since Team Singularity.
Without a shadow of a doubt, easily one of the best in history.
Easily. I remember just an interview from Boxy just
about
a year ago at the Bali Major. In an interview, he said, well, if we can't get this trophy, if we can't win this time, then when? Then right now, T.
And that's the thing, Liquid, they showed us that Dota, it's not about trying to get the best result. It's about trying to get, the teamwork, the friendship. It's like the journey along the way in which Blitz spoke about how multiple years of not getting the results, but they believed in each other. And you have to believe in your team. That's the whole point of Dota. The only way you win in Dota is to believe in your teammates. When you're losing a game,
I don't even know who these guys are.
You don't give up. You keep trying. And Liquid, over multiple years, had that ethos, and that's the only reason they're standing here today, holding their Aegis and winning it. After also not beating gaming, but finally they did.
Finally they did too. I mean, it looked like for so long that Team Liquid was just always 1 centimeter away from greatness. They kept losing to Gaming over and over. 5 grand finals over 2 years versus Gaming Gladiators. Only 1 grand finals versus Gaming Gladiators at TI. And you know what they do? They crush them in a 3-0 manner. They absolutely destroy them. And that just makes everything worth it. The whole journey, every grand finals loss, this is the one that counts, Chiefs.
A lot of young Dota fans that I see wearing Team Liquid.
It's the academy team.
Yeah, this is the next generation of Dota players. We might be looking at the next TI winners as well right now on the stage, besides these 5 great players, coaches, and the staff from Team Liquid.
Oh, what a phenomenal sight, I can say that. We heard that 33 is the first player to get a repeat title with a completely different team. Well, guess what? Team Liquid, the organization, is the first organization to get an Aegis with a completely different team, T.
I mean, it's incredible.
Saying
it really
earlier.
boils down
That's
to
what I was saying
the
earlier.
mindset and how you want to approach it. And clearly, just trust. You need to have trust, and Liquid have demonstrated that. And other teams looking at it, when OG won some TIs, people looked at how OG did. They copy pasted, and then they move on. They're going to have to look at Liquid and go, how is Liquid able to create these moments?
Vietnam.
We're going to see a shift in kind of the trajectory for teams in the future for sure.
Yeah, we are going to see a shift. We've seen shifts before. Every TI victory has had an impact on the scene afterwards. We've seen a lot of new players after Team Spirit's first victory, as there were a lot of first-timers in there. We've seen a lot of people following the footsteps of former championships, and I think that this impact, Effie, from Team Liquid just promotes finding the right people.
It really does. It's just about connection. It's about how you as people can create a product that not just wins, but shows that you can win through friendship, through resilience, through effort. And this is just the triumph of Spirit here. They've lost so many times to get up after losing so many times. And to be standing here right now as the best team in the world, we can't even emphasize how great it's been for them. It's just unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, but we better believe it. Team Liquid, your TI 2024 champions, they will be having their name on that Aegis. They will be going down in history as the most successful team at an international to never drop a game in playoffs. It is unheard of. It is unprecedented. And I do think that we're going to remember Blitz's speech for a little while as well.
We're still recovering it from it emotionally on the panel, and you can hear it in our voices. But it's like he said, Chiefs, they are the most dominant team at a TI. They did not drop a single game. From all of those losses to not losing a single game to being the best by far. I mean, if you watch them at this tournament, you can say with confidence.
What the hell is that?
You can say with confidence that every single player on this team played their best Dota. Every one of these players contributed to these wins. It wasn't, oh, one player carried, one player played exceptionally well. I just saw 10 out of 10 Dota from everyone.
Yeah. I really did as well. Of course, if you want to hear more about the controversy, there are a lot of sources online. There's documentaries on Boxy in particular, even on his struggles that he suffered through. But overall, this whole team coming together at exactly the right time and believing in each other, that is the lesson, Lacoste, that we'll take away from this international.
Yeah, never give up, pretty much. This is the motto of this team. Dota is a team game after all, and ever since this team has been formed, I feel like they're a big family, one big organization, that they have everything. They show it to the world that they are the best today. As we can see, like, there's a billion interviews out there. Every single time I watch them play, I listen to them. These are the guys that should be your Dota 2 role models.
They are our Dota 2 role models, and they will get a well-deserved break, of course, after this as well. It has been a long road to get to this point. A lot of matches to get to this point. Maybe not as many as there could have been if they went through the lower bracket, but this is the way that Team Liquid plays. It is all in, and it is, in this case, all upper bracket. I believe Team Liquid TGUF now has done it both ways with their first Team Liquid roster going through the lower bracket, and this one, upper bracket.
I mean, how do you top this, though? The fact that you don't drop a single game in playoffs, you did in 3 of the grand finals as well. Like, how does a team ever get close to this type of dominance at a TI? Like, what, you have to never drop a game in groups? You've got to never die in a game in the playoffs as well? Like, it's like near impossible. And again, look at the entire support network of this team as they've moved throughout multiple tournaments throughout the year to get to this position, to learn so much. And incredible, truly incredible.
Yeah, and it is easy to see these players and these coaches and the manager and think of the year they've had. But I want you guys to think of the career that they've had to get to this point. It wasn't just, oh, I'm joining Team Liquid, so now I'm going to be successful. No, it was the whole road to get to this point from the moment they first booted up their Dota 2 game.
I mean, also got to black out the haters, right? Like, how many times, like Blitz said, how many times has, social media, Twitch chat, I see you, they tried to do their thing to, change up the roster, to change it up, but, they had just, they put their little blinkers on, they focused up, and here they are. You're wrong, Twitch chat, sorry.
What? Deep breaths, guys, deep breaths. It's been a long road. It has been
Why am
2
I the one
weeks
who's wrong?
of amazing Dota 2 top-tier teams in the world here in Copenhagen going against each other. And it is time to get some final thoughts out from my panel. As this has been an emotional one, the cost.
Oh, absolutely. Like, we've seen some great stories. We've seen Synderen, we've seen proposals, we've seen Team Liquid, you know, after losing so many times, now finally lifting the ages. You know, cinema, absolute cinema coming out from them, and we got to give them the hands down, because this team definitely deserved it here.
They really did. I mean, what a beautiful crowd, what beautiful stories. It was emotional, like Lacoste said, but just being a part of it, being involved in this capacity, and just hearing the energy from the arena every day, hearing their unwavering support for the players and the teams that they loved. It's just a reminder that we are the best gaming community. This game has been around for so long, and it's TI. This is just TI vibes to you.
I mean, it's the International. It's the best tournament of the year. You know, the players, they love it. The fans, they love it. The crowd, they love it. The aura, everything. It is the best tournament without a shadow of a doubt. And I look forward to, you know, the stories for future years to come.
I also look forward to the stories from future years to come. We've seen that ages. We can all do the math. There were 7 empty spots on the back in the new ring that was placed, with the victory of Team Spirit last year being the first one there. So, you know, we got a couple years ahead to fill them up for sure, but Team Liquid, they have immortalized themselves as the team to be on that ring, on the back of that Aegis. We're not left empty-handed. We know that with Crownfall Act 4, we'll get, first of all, to play Crownfall Act 4, which I'm incredibly excited about. We get Kez, a samurai assassin, bird assassin. I don't know if it's a samurai. Bird samurai? Bird samurai. That's what we're going for. But that's all we have for now. I don't know when Act 4 comes. I hope it's very soon. What I do know is that we are going to say goodbye to you for this evening.
Bye, Twitch chat.
Thank you so much for joining us for all.
Bye, guys. See you
Royal
next
Arena,
year.
you've been amazing. Team Liquid, congratulations once more on an amazing and fantastic title. And on behalf of everyone that you saw in front of the camera, but also everyone that you saw behind the camera, the team working around the clock to make this moment here happen. Thank you. I wish you all the greatest of nights.
GG, guys. I'll go play some Dota myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody here in the Royal Arena, please make some noise as we'll open it in style.
Let's just wait. Let's just watch until the end.
This is the final proving ground. This is the Grand Colosseum, where legends forge undying names. The battle begins.
They're fully committing it onto Stinky, but they can't kill him. He pretty much fully heals. Falcons survive. Now taps out. GG is called. Falcons dominate game 1. They're gonna get 4. It's snaking against the world, and he's not gonna succeed.
Oh my
Triple kill for Saigon BB team. They're turning the game around, folks.
DY starting to fall. Ame there too. Hitting away. Time zone finally gets dropped. It's on to 23-7. He doesn't have any way to go either. XG, they're gonna win the game.
It all comes down to this. Can they get Watson? They've got him. Watson dead. One fight is all it takes. Liquid will take the 2-0. He's got an Aegis. He's got some time walks. He's gonna have to make some smooth moves to get out of this one. His first life is already forfeit. Ame sitting up in the back, jumps through the trees. A Wukong's command, dead center is Pure, and he's already been hit by some stuns. They are all in to kill the low drone, but Pure got his BKB up.
Muerta's gone. Ace does not have what it takes to take down the rest of Liquid. They are way too strong, and they fought out for this fight. Team Liquid closing this one out. GG. Falcons, they do not have enough left in the tank. GG is called. Tundra, eliminate Falcons.
Are they going to go up to top lane?
They're going to go through the game. They're going to go straight for the throne. All in on this one. They pop their BKBs. They go straight for the throne, and it is all over.
Liquid, they're onto the edge. Game Gladiators haven't got anything to stop this. They do not. GG's going to be called. Liquid take game 2.
Damn, the recap. That was so fucking hype. Oh my god, sense of relief after that 3-0 from Team Liquid. My gosh. Congratulations. See you chat next DI Twitch chat. Pog, absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Peace out, chat. I'm gonna go play myself some Dota. GG. Congrats again, Team Liquid. Absolute cinema. I don't know why I have to repeat myself multiple times, but yeah. That was well freaking worth it. Drop. Hey, come on, like music, please. Last drop. Last bass drop. Last bass drop when last bass drop any moment now. I just wanted to end this at the same time. Alright. Wait, what?